How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, how are all of you doing this evening? Welcome back. Hope everybody is having a good one. How are you guys all doing? Welcome. We got 5V5 1V1 DUELS on the day today. I am excited to see if anybody in here will even be able to figure out a way to break past these warlocks, man. They are a wall of that's just seemingly unstoppable, seemingly inescapable. And last, if I'm correct, I saw you post earlier, Dark Pact, absorbing about 800,000 health worth of damage. It looks like if you play Sacrifice, oh my god, that seems like a lot. Honestly, that seems like that's a little much. How y'all doing though? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. Let's get some 5V5 1v1s on the way. I want to see if anybody in here has the cojones to even be able to challenge a Destro, Affliction, or a Demonology Warlock today, boys. With more 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Hell yeah, dude. I've been enjoying these duels a lot, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been extremely fun for me. Just hanging out with the boys, doing the regular. Can we find a way to blast these warlocks out of the game? Because I don't think anybody even played a Sacrifice yesterday, but imagine that would be even stronger, wouldn't it be? Yo, I want everybody in. I'm not going to disqualify anybody out of the duels. Everybody just join them. We'll let the chat figure out if maybe, let's say, like, we'll give Warlocks a chance to play today. But if the chat at some point is like, yo, Dal, can we sit out Warlocks because they seem to be too tanky? If you guys decide that, that's what we'll go with. Otherwise, it's going to be controlled by you, boys. I'm just here to commentate. I'll let the chat make those decisions for the chat vote. How y'all doing? Hey there, long time to see you. What's up, Havoc? How you doing, my man? Warlock is the best hard spec to play. Warlock is the best at a hard spec to play. You think so? We'll see, man. We'll see. They do seem very survivable. Is the music good? Okay, good. Hopefully nothing's too loud. Let me know if the music is too loud. Can you bench all the classes that are on Evoker, please? Thank you. Dude, I would love to. Actually, I'll be okay with that. I want to see an all Evoker game at some point. I'd love to do some 5V5 1v1 DUELS where everybody, whether you know how to or not, where everybody plays Evoker. I would love something like that. Can Feral kill Locke? Yes, technically they could. It's just, I think yesterday we had on how to do a decent job of it. On how it did really well yesterday, but the guy had to go for like very slow pace, very bleed centric, very sustained damage, and just survivability oriented playstyle. Couldn't really go for like a bursty build, but I think it's doable. Demon Hunters seems they can kill Locks. Demon Hunters barely can, but yes, they technically can. Leroy had to pull up all stops in order to be able to do so, but he was able to do it last night. A couple of times. I think we just gotta, I think it's one of the things that's gonna be, one of the things we gotta test, chat, is we gotta figure out, like, if there was a build that will let people, like, blast past Warlocks. Because there's gotta be, like, certain builds that can maybe compete with them, one. And if, let's say, like, it looks like there isn't a build that can compete with them, maybe then we may need to see some adjustments. Because this 40% stamina buff is recent, it's just a new thing that was added not long ago. So I do wonder if yeah, got it right. Wait, we got it list? You know, list another group? Oh boy, do I list it? I could list it. Hold on, I'll list a group. Do we have any? Where's Legacy? Looks like we may have some. Drop War Judgment. Go check out this Prog David build. Okay. What is it? Free Warrior? Wait, you played with the weapons? The new ones? Let me look at that thing. Prog Damie build. Hit me with it, my guy. List. Here we go. 5V5 1v1 DUELS. We got a good boys. Am I supposed to be looking for something? Let's see if that nice and procs for me. What's supposed to be proc? What am I looking for? It's literally when everyone says it doesn't proc. It procs 1000% of the time. I think Forge Storm. You try to proc a weapon? Forge Storm. Your attacks have a chance to ignite the first storm for 12 seconds, causing the attacks to explode for 30,000 HP damage split between all nearby enemies. Ah, okay, hold on. I can pull my pets out too. We do one of those. Here we go. If you want to hit my pets too, blast them out of the way until you get Forge Storm procs. Cleave them down if you want to. So you try to see if you can maybe make that weapon proc for you, to see how much damage that thing does. I'm actually kind of excited about that. That'd be cool. Yeah, let me go and kill this thing real quickly. Okay, did you get it? Is it procking? Forge Storm? It's kind of... Oh, it's actually procking. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that go, dude. That fiery explosive, I guess, is the weapon, yeah? That's kind of cool. How much damage does it take from that? Forge Storm. Forge Storm hit me for 11,000. And then Forge Storm hit me for... What is it? I can see one Forge Storm here. Ignited, yeah. Forge Storm ignited you for 11,000. Can that crit? Can Forge Storm crit? Ignite you for 11,000. I got hit by Frozen Devotion, which is pretty decent number of damage. Annihilator, Bloodbath. Annihilator hit me for 2k? Okay. Bloodbath hit me for 22. Yeah, I wonder if Forge Storm can crit, because if it can, that could be pretty good at times. Yo, Dal, how's it going? What's up, Grey? My man, boys, we're trying to get some 5v5 1v1 duels this evening. We got ourselves a group listed over in the LG. We got ourselves 5v5 1v1 duels group. If y'all want to join up, boys, you're more than welcome to them. Hey, Ascara, how you doing, my guy? Yes, I am. How you doing? Welcome. You want to join us by chance? We mod up real quickly. Double white dragon. Wait, what the? Wait, you mean Lath? Wait, Lath when the blue eyes white dragon? Wait. I want to see some blue eyes white dragons in the chat. What the hell? Anybody play Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, man? That'd be awesome to see. Or to ignite. Oh, so that weapon can crit. That's actually kind of nutty. Wait, that actually would be really, really good. Imagine that weapon critting a ton, and you also go for like huge auto attack build. That could be kind of cool. That could be neat. Yeah, 40k bloodbath. That's actually not bad either. That's actually pretty good. What the? You want to get some blue eyes? Let's go. Sorry, long time to see. Oh, it's good, Havoc. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hey there, I enjoy your videos. I wanted to give to PvP and DFA tips. You just gotta join in, man. Just gotta jump in. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Healing my pets does nothing anymore. You used to be able to heal them. We're gonna get the Halloween music out of the way. It's way past the season, boys. But yeah, to get into PvP, man, you just gotta jump into it. Get yourself a little bit of PvP gear. Get yourself a little bit of versatility and just start PvPing. I would recommend like Battlegrounds at first because they're fairly casual. Get a couple BGs so you work about like teammates and work on the team objectives and figure out what your class does, figure out what other classes do. And it's probably a pretty good place to like just test your class and see how well you can survive, because you'll run into a bunch of situations. You run into team versus team, you run into 2v2 situations, 2v1, sometimes you'll be outnumbered, sometimes you'll be able to have two people attack one guy, so at least you can practice rotation while they're just trying to play very, very defensively. Yeah, I'd say you just jump into the PvP. Battlegrounds is probably a fantastic way of going about it. Gear is very important in PvP though, so until you have a lot of versatility in your gear, you are going to be very, very squishy, not nearly survivable. But it takes a while to get yourself a full set of PvP gear, but I think it's worth it. You do it. Blue eyes. I wish you could make them like really, really glow, but there it goes, man. Blue eyes white dragon over here. From Yu-Gi-Oh! You just need multiple heads, man, to get that fusion in there. Fight naked arenas? GG? I guess it could work too. Yeah, maybe one day they'll add like super hard giga scaling to the game where you don't even need gear in PvP to be effective. Who knows, honestly. But shall I go to org if you're horde? Yeah. If you want to join us, by the way, on a beta, test some classes out, try to get into PvP, you're more than welcome to, boys. Bro, kijk de laatste allemaal zo uit. How do my man? What's up, my Jinx? How do my guy? Yo, how you? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Boys, we're trying to host a group of 5v5 1v1 duels together. We'll see if we can get. We got a lot of dudes out here. There's 5v5 1v1 groups and Legacy Raid group finder. The group is already ready. Yeah. Oh wait, you already have a group last? Hell yeah. So who do you have in that group? Hey, do you have Seawork in there? Hey, you wanna join us for Duels fam? Or are you in a group already? Oh, okay, so I can get Seawork maybe. Since a mini. Let me ask Sins. Hey Sins. We are putting some 5v5 1v1 duels together. Would you want to join? Busy at the moment? Okay, Seawork is busy. So you have Iskara, Ketum, Drop Warrior, you, and Totems. So I want to see if Varg wants to join. Hey Varg. Want to join us for some 5V5 1v1 duels this evening? Smiley face. Vlad? Does Vlad want to join in? Want to bring your confidence in me? Yeah, I think it was 5 man. Honestly. Let's do this. Looking for more 5v5 1v1 duels. Have one team ready. Need more for the second group, and then we are good to go. Whisper if interested. We need like Atherman. We need somebody over on the Alliance side, man. Just to, like hang out in the Alliance area and advertise. Because usually I'm out here trying to put a group together. Boy Vlad, do you want to join us? Hold on, let me ask him real quick. Hey there, Vlad. Would you be interested in joining us for 5v5 1v1 duels this evening? Smiley face. We got Ego in here. We got Check. Check what's the admin ability. If you guys want to admin ability on beta, by the way, you're more than welcome to him. So we got at least. I thought we had one invited. Did I decline you? Oh no, I hope I didn't decline ya. Let me see. I don't want to invite Vlad. Vlad is he was just out here earlier. Here we go. And I have a message from who is it? Interesting, which is gonna be Sins of Many. Oh, Sins of Many want to join. Let's go. Invite Sins of Many. Hey, let's go, fam. How you doing? Yeah, we got Sins voice. Shadow Priest representation is what we like to see. Bodybuilder, get you in here, bud. Get in here, bud. We just need 2 more and this group is ready. Heat shivers and nasty medicine. Oh no, man. It finally got me down. Caught the Rona. I'm so sorry, dude. Dude, take it easy. Take it as easy as you can, man. Honestly, take precautions. Some people, a majority of people that have caught it did not have a great time with it. But some people have had it worse than others, so hopefully you're in the lighter end, honestly. But yo, hope you're doing good, my guy. Take it easy. If you just gotta peel off, just chill in bed or whatever you gotta do, man. Take care of your health, most importantly, honestly. But Reverence, you wanna join in, by the way? You wanna join us, my guy? How you doing? I'm gonna get more biz that I went through years without it. I know, right? Being able to avoid it entirely, and then you caught a like at the tail, which I don't know if we are at the tail end of it or not. But yeah, the breaking the streak, man, ain't that fun. We got stream on Twitch, or have we get the drops? So I was thinking of maybe seeing if I could maybe stream on Twitch, Zavo, so you guys could get the drops. I need to see how do I get the whole like restreaming thing to work, because I don't necessarily want to use the restream software. God, that's so loud in my ears. I don't necessarily want to use the restream software because that kind of takes away a lot of the details that I usually like to add and incorporate into the into my streams. Like, it doesn't really do a good job with like YouTube side. And Twitch, it does all the detail stuff. YouTube side, it doesn't quite do them nearly as well. So I want to figure out if I can do that just from OBS specifically, because if I can figure out to do it from OBS where I could control the details, I totally will. I'll be down for it when the drop start. I think the release of Dragonflight, I think the 28th, 29th, 28th, 29th, I think. Or am I wrong on that? Chat, could somebody double check for me? Because I'm really bad. Last time I thought I had the date right. Apparently I had it wrong. But I was pretty sure it was 28th or 29th. One of those two. But again, could be wrong. Also, I like how on 29th, the release of the expansion, they got a Torghast event. Like, are these Torghast events going to continue, or are they just going to like get wiped out of the map? I do wonder. It's like, oh, Torghast event. You make sure to do that while you're leveling in Dragonflight. No, I think I would say just erase it. I say just remove it. Don't make us think about Shadowlands and incapacity. First on the 15th, second on 28th, third on 13th. Oh, so it's coming up kind of soonish actually. So it's gonna be on the day of Evoker? Oh, I gotta figure that out quick then, chat. I'll think about it. I'll definitely think about it. All right, we need a couple of more boys to join us. Yo, my man Athom. Hey, Athom. Would you be interested in joining us for some duels, friend? Is Crusade in the group? Is Crusade in your guys' group, or is Crusade free? Because Varg, I think it said Varg is in your group? Or did I ask Varg and he said no? I'm not sure actually at the moment, because I asked C-Varg. I'm trying to figure out who did I ask, who didn't I ask. Does Rockstar want to join us? Hey. Hey, friend. Would you be interested in joining us for some 5V5 1v1 Duels? Evening. Smiley face. Because that's Ari. That's Ari. Or Aria? Ari? Ari? I don't even know. I'm really bad with names. Look, man, that still didn't happen. Got that? There'll be no mention of it. We'll forgotten about it. Thinking the word channel is taboo. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like a moment where people are just gonna reflect back on Shadowlands and be like, you know what? There were some fun parts about Shadowlands. I feel like every expansion gets that. Every expansion that gets that kind of treatment. Let me see though. We need. So we still need. I thought we had 5. We have 4. Did somebody leave? Did we somebody leave? So we still need 2 actually. So we're still chilling, I think. I can't remember if like somebody left or not. Crusade swapper, but join us. Okay. So we need more people then. So we got Sins, we got Body, we got the boy Vlad, and maybe Rockstar want to join? Oh hell yeah! Yo, we got the boy. Invite. Julie, no beta. Okay. Wait, what? Huh? What? Did I do wrong? Oh, there's 2 N's in Julie, no beta. Julian, no beta? There we go. I got you, friend. We just need to know so we'll be good to go. Let me see if I can relist this. I'm seeing if Athman wants to join, boys. As I said, very questionable because I got this weird bug that I have to spam the ability like 3-4 times that I have to actually work. Throws me off. See if it's press hold to cast that's bugging you out. It was doing some weird stuff for my rogue in the past. We'll get some deals up and running here in just a moment, boys. I'm trying to see if I can gather a squad. Why does it keep declining us, by the way, from LFG? Is somebody in the queue for something? Oh, can you guys unqueue from all instances and solo queue stuff? Won't let me list without while someone is queued up. Yeah, but we do need a couple more. We just did 1 more actually. Looking for more 5V5 1v1 Duels. We have 1 group ready. Second needs +1 and we are good to go. Whisper me if you are interested. Here we go. Let me try that. Yeah, somebody's still queued for like a dungeon or raid or PvP, so it won't let me list. But it's okay. I think if I could just like advertise and maybe we can get +1 in here, we'll be good to go. Trying to see maybe if we can get it to be Atho, but Atho may be having a bit of trouble. Varg, I did whisper him earlier. He didn't say much. Since my knees in, C-Varg said he's currently busy. So we're still looking for a +1 and we'll be good to go. Yeah, somebody's still listed. No coffee down? I do have some coffee here. I should be drinking some though. I haven't had a sip. The part of the Shadowlands was leaving it. Maybe. Ah, man. With the seat on the mouse, boys, we'll be good to go. I'm actually surprised look how many people out here. It's actually quite busy. I like it. Maybe Whisper? Hold on. Atha? Trying to get Snoopy to join. He's on in the moment. Oh, that would be fun. Hey, my man Atho. Look at this boy. Look at him go. Hey. Hell yeah. If Snoopy wants to join, that'd be fantastic. Also, these guys are literally upside down. Platinum, what are you doing? What are you doing? Also, I want to see what are these warlocks running as a build. This guy is definitely Affliction. But are all they playing Sacrifice? Because I imagine Sacrifice would be a ton of health increases. Oh! Dread Touch. That's an ability I haven't seen anybody do in PvP. But I imagine they'd be so good. So with Dread Touch, whenever you put a malefic UA on anybody, and you throw down a bunch of what's it called? Raptures on people, you stack in this malefic affliction where your UA is going to do 30% more damage to the target. But once you get 3 stacks where it does 30% more damage, anytime you press malefic affliction or rapture, it actually stacks up the malefic affliction to 1 extra stack for like a short second, where it's like 20% additional damage from your damage over time effects for 6 seconds. So if you can just get a bunch of dots rolling in, or ramp them up together with a I'm not selected. With Rapid Contagion, and then you hit them with a Malefic Affliction, bam, they're just popping off. Together with Torment Crescendo, it's fairly easy to maintain. I can send them to your affiliate group. It won't let me. It won't let me list because someone is in a queue for something. Can you guys unqueue for all dungeons instances? I can get a +1 in here if we can list. I think it was Julie No Beta or Ari that's currently queued up. I don't think he just realized it, or maybe he's AFK. But as soon as I could get somebody to unlist, then I'll be able to put us up in the LFG boys. Dragons in the ground. Oh yeah, true. Just like a little tail poking out. That's one thing we won't really be able to do with the new mounts, is it? Because they kind of fly forwards all the time. I wonder if they'll ever give like the old mounts. I'm a ground dragon now. Yeah. That's alright. Well, I mean, it's also like one of those like deep home drakes, isn't it? With the crystals and stuff on them. So I guess it is literally a ground dragon because they literally are in the core. In like the maelstrom area. When you go to deep home. What is deep home supposed to be anyway, actually? It's like just dipping across of the earth or something? I never really understood that from Cataclysm. I love it though a ton. Yeah, still can't list. I think it is Ari that's still listed for like solo queue or something. So we can't really list or anything. Tell me his... Wait. Yeah. Let me whisper him directly. Can you delist from your solo queue or dungeon queue, friend? It won't let me list in LFG. As soon as I can list the group in LFG, boys, I'll be able to hopefully pick up Snoopy or Atho or somebody else. But we just need a +1. I'm gonna try to see if I can ask Arya to potentially delist from their solo queue, so it'll let me queue up in LFG. Otherwise, it doesn't let me, since somebody in the group is using dungeon or raids or arena queue, and can't kick me. Then re-invite. Okay, I'll invite. I'll relist, and I'll let Arya relist. Here we go. Okay, Atho, I can list again. Okay, I relisted. So Arya can join in if they do LFG. Because then this way they can queue out of the solo queue. And then I can get Atho in here as well. And they should be good to go. Or Atho, Snoopy. What's up, Snow? How you doing, fam? Hope you have a good one. Deep Home is an elemental plane over the earth, like Fireland's an elemental plane of fire. Oh, okay. So it's not quite in like the crust, the core of Azeroth. I was gonna say Earth. But technically one is the white. It's an elemental prison created by Helia at the order of Odin to prison Therazane. Is it actually? Wait, that's kind of cool. That puts a bunch of characters together. Created by Helia at the order of Odin to prison Therazane. That's kind of nutty. I like that. Oh yeah, because Warrant Elemental Lords is kind of like rampaging everywhere, fighting literally everything. Because there's a whole like questline with the Bronze Dragonflight, and you go in time, and you literally go to a timeline where it was Nyalotha and everything Nazathian was fighting the Elemental Lords. This is Ragnar's beating up Mithrax, and they're just fighting one another. I'm like, I feel like one of those two should be stronger than the other, but Fire Element, like Elementals just didn't care. They were just raging. They were just all over the place. Hey friend, got Snoopy in here. So Snoopy is in. We can maybe get a... Oh, that works. And then Julian Bait. I didn't realize this was up here. Okay, cool. That works. Hey, Swifty's wife? What a name. Swifty's wife. Okay, delist. Who am I gonna make lead here? I have Sons of Mini added. I have the boy Vlad added. Vlad or Sins or Rockstar or Ari. Do you guys want to be lead? I'm thinking maybe make the boy Vlad lead. All you have to do is just press accept Q. That's all you gotta do. I just gotta make sure I can have somebody be your lead of the group, and it'll be good to go. Alrighty, last, let me know when you're ready. I'll get the queues up and running. Sorry for taking forever to get this up and running, boys. But I think we're good. I think we're ready. Silver, Hawk, and the boy Vlad is... it's gonna be Vlad, easy. 5 in the grand. Throw you guys into the grand of the bat. Demon Hunters OP. Demon Hunters are pretty good. I like him a ton. Let's try it out, boys. Let's see how it works. See if it works in the first place. Everything should be good to go. Last, hopefully you're ready. Request has been sent. Or do you guys need more? Or do you guys need a +1? Let me know. We'll build in Charlie versus everyone else. Are we good last? Or are we looking for +1, by the way? Because I was having like 5 people trying to sign up. Seamark was one of them. Don't as bad as on a soul shuffle. Oh. So I'm waiting for him to get out. Is it going to be long? Is it going to take him a while? He left? Okay, good. Hell yeah. The Grand Arena. There we go, boys. Now we're in. Hey! Check us a second, but we were back to business, boys. Yo, I need some coffee in me, man. I just need to wake up. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us in the 5V5 1v1 duels. Let's have some fun, boys. That is the most important fun in the most important part of these duels, is having a good time with the homies. Yo, yesterday's duels were kind of interesting. We had warlocks absolutely live-lording everything. We actually had pharaohs also tearing boys to shreds. So we'll see how things go this week. We have Snoopy in here. We have the regular boys with Vlad, Sins of Many. We got Ari, we got us as Kata, we got us as Lathmoker, we got us as Warthers, we got the regular boys. And we'll hopefully rotate enough people this evening so that more people can play in the 5v5 1v1 duels. But yo, let's start with the first one, yeah? Do I have my stuff ready? Yeah? Okay, good. Alright. Good Twitch? Okay, now we're good. I think we're good. We got us as Drop War GG over for the team 1. We got us as Crusade, which is Crusade on the Druid. Cat him in the back is a marksmanship hunter. Lathwork on the Evoker, the blue eyes white dragon look. And we got us as Totem in the back versus Bodybuilder, gonna be first up. Is this Body? Because I know there's a guy on live servers that we had body count. But Bodybuilder, maybe same person, different person. We got the boy Vlad over on that team with Snoopy on the Pharaoh. We got Jilly, we got ourselves Sins. And Body gonna be first up versus the Crusade? That's gonna be hard. I was trying to remember Crusade. Bodybuilder, opening up immediately with a death mark. Absolutely just going over the most amount of dot damage. And open a trinket really early on. As you would say, having to play it very, very slowly. Just trying to stay in tank bear form mode. Trying to tank up as much of the damage as possible as he's getting blown up left and right. But he's trying to see if he can potentially maybe turn around onto a Bodybuilder who got himself shot at some cloaker shot is very early. Still got quite a bit of damage working versus Usaid. Could go for an interrupt, doesn't grab it until a little bit later. Evasion now for the rogue as Usaid is going to take a lot of damage. Trickets out of the blind. This is where Bodybuilder next getting shot could be extremely deadly. Does Crusade have enough survivability for this one? Does have himself a little bit of healing. Has renew as well. May want to use it in bear form. You decide to use it in cat form. In bear form, you have that 40% more stamina in order to work with it. That'll give you a little bit more survivability on top of that. Maimed by the feral druid. Does have some bleeds rolling in. Once the bleeds upside in, Bodybuilder may be limited on time. I think it's over. Got him to pick up cheat death, but I think it's just a matter of time. Just gotta wait, and then we're just trying to see if he can spend some time watching the rogue melt. Trying to see if he can turn around. Does the rogue get him right here? Get the shot. Mad damage. Oh my god, the rogue just turned it around on him. But the flame shotgun of Root is going to take it down. Totem isn't going to let it happen. Just zapping the boy down. Before even lightning left his hands, the shadows and the flames claimed him. Shadows, I mean flames, as we're watching Shadow Priest and Zamini popping up next. Totem leaping over to the Fiend. That's going to be mind games. Trying to avoid as best possible. Popping the trinket really early. And it's hoping to maybe stay ahead of Sins of Mania as best as possible behind the pillar. Utilizing mobility, popping up the elemental really early on. Is going to go for a couple of Storm Strike as he got a Mind Bender nipping on his toes. Thunder into sense for a second. Quick fear by the Shadow Priest. Do they have a big go? VT versus Totems. Does get himself the shield proccing in as the health kind of drops low for just a second. Like the lasso by the Shaman for just a moment with potentially a disperse out of Sins of Many as they try to find a little bit of recovery. Gonna be ground totem at the ready for Totems in case they need it. Sins of Many try to see if he can potentially just live him out for a bit. Could be an interrupt. Actually, interrupt was used really early. Totem focusing on the side feed, but it's actually taking quite a bit of damage from Sins of Many. Rotted down little by little. Stun Mind Games trying to see if he can knock him back, but the Mind Game still attaches, trying to go for healing. Limited what he can do. Mind Game still on him, is trying to see if he can fight through the Mind Games as a tentacle attaches to him, continues just to sear the boy. Sins of Many so far has had a pretty decent advantage over Totem. Quick fear to follow, didn't have any damage right after, and he kind of burns potentially off of that fear. Does he have the sanity and try to use the Mind Flay Insanity to slowly whittle away Totem. Slowly but surely. As he got himself all the totems, all the roots, got himself plenty of survivability here and plenty of control. I do wonder what kind of other totems he runs. So we know the root totem. I don't know about Wind Fury. I'm not really sure about a healing totem. I imagine he does, but no, so you could probably run. I guess against the Shadow Priest, I would imagine like movement speed was pretty good. Static totem, there it is, locking him in place for just a second, limiting his interactions for just a moment while trying to take down Siphon. Totem is still kind of behind on health, needs a lot more Maelstrom in order to recover health. So far, like any kind of fear, any kind of stuns by Sins of Many could be enough to lock him down. Quick Mind Games with a stun, bit of burst combo would be enough. Gonna be a quick fear with a VT. Mind Games to follow. Totem's got a limit to what he can do. Silence right after. Not much he can really do. Needs to go for healing, but does have that healing prevention on him. Is going to try to see if he can wait it out and fight right through it. As Sins of Many has the enhanced Shaman popping out the ghost. So Tricken's out of that stun. Try to see if he can close the gap. Has it interrupted already. Sins of Many's got a limited one they can really do. They are under pressure by the Shaman because it could get interrupted any moment. Is going to be able to peel away from them with that Siphon attached to the slow as they do proc a shield. Big Ellie Blast by Totems. Try to utilize the Elemental Wolves in order to amplify the power of the elemental damage. Going for the Light Lasso right after. Sins of Many still holding on to plenty of defensives, has offensive power, so Totem so far hasn't really had the easiest time recovering. Definitely needs a lot more Maelstrom, and spend all that Maelstrom, let it bank up to 10, so you can get more value from it. Let it heal him fully. Definitely needs to be going for a little bit more of like a Totem, more of a self-survivability play. Got the Ghost, so it's plenty of Maelstrom, could potentially make some damage happen. He's using the Wolves just to get himself a little bit of Maelstrom, looking for a bit of recovery, but as the cooldowns rolling in, Shadow Crusher on the corner, stunned by Sins of Many, not much Totem could really do about it. May need to be looking at the Grounding Totem, because that could help him out a ton against the Shadow Priest. But looks like he's still trying to play it very, very defensively as we're diving into the 5-minute mark. Dampen going to be slowly rolling in. And Totem just actually just backing up out of that completely. Sins of Many, not much they can really do in this situation. The Shadow Priest doesn't have enough mobility to catch up to the Enhanced Shaman, which is something the Hands has been able to utilize. Utilizing that pillar and utilizing his position just to avoid Sins of Many. So for Sins, I think at some point they just may have to just run in there, make a really, really ballsy play of just trying to stay ahead of the Shaman and just maybe fear him away from a totem, stun him out in the open, slow him down with a Siphon, try to limit his interaction behind the pillar, trying to go for that fear. Actually puts him in a decent spot, so far from the pillar. Since I'm going to try to see if he can maybe slow him down, Totem using the position of the Shadow Priest to blink right over him or leap right over him. Does have a wall, big Ellie Blast, try to see if he can maybe make a play. Double snaps on the Sins, actually quite a bit of damage. Sins may have to be thinking defensively here. Maybe look at a disperse as Totem trying to kind of weir over to the platform, to the pillar, doesn't quite do it. Sins barely has a shield. Barely says survivability, does have to go for a disperse. It was able to finally get the Shaman out away from a pillar, but Shaman came in with full force, with full damage, does miss his interrupt, Silencer Fallen, could be a perfect opportunity for Sins of Many to catch up a little bit of damage, as well as a little bit of healing, looking for those slash heals, looking to maybe even get interrupted on Holy. Because interrupted on Holy, at least you get your shadow damage. So you may not be in that bad of a spot. Interrupted on Shadow, big Ellie Blast, could be in big trouble. Try to go for as much self-healing as you can. Massive Ellie Blast back to back. If those things crit, that could be a ton of damage. As Totem finally putting in some pressure and making an impact towards Sins of Many. Sins does get quite a bit of damage over time rolling on Totem, who is trying to use whatever Maelstrom and mana he's got in order to hopefully catch up a little bit of healing. Again, Sins of Many just got lost in a bad spot where they cannot catch up to the Totem at all. The slows, the roots, the stuns, and just the fact that he has more mobility than the Shadow Priest, there really isn't much a priest can do. They have to chase after him. They have to get him out away from pillar. Have to get him in a disadvantaged position. That's really the only thing they can do, but these slows are just going to make that approach so much harder. And the dampening is slowly going to ramp up and Totem just will not go down. Got him some double firewalls. Could potentially maybe a play. charging in. Looks like feeling pretty confident. Since Romania tried to take out the totems, quick fear on all the pets as well as the shaman. Hit him with the mind games. Silence to follow with the mind play insanity. Maybe pretty bad for totem. Doesn't want to heal while mind plays on him or mind games on him. Earth Elemental in order to help bolster his overall health just a little bit more. And since many avoids the Sunder, try to see I can put him way out in the open, away from any pillars. Definitely needs to put some slows on the guys. There goes the Siphon, attaching some damage. That's going to be the Siphon, reducing the healing by 50%. Mindbender around the corner. Siphon, put him out in the open. Try to see if he can avoid all these pets, doing percentage damage healing to them. Or percentage damage of their health, while reducing the healing they take. Mindbird is still on him. The Ghost Wolves comes out. Plenty of Maelstrom at the ready. And Totem just trying to use that Wolves in order to get himself a little bit extra Maelstrom. Trying to catch up with healing versus Sins. Again, Sins is just banking on the next fear. Next stun could also be deadly. Mind gets with his Totem. Do they have any slows? Need to be able to out in the open. Silence to follow Totem. Trying to see if he can veer over to the other side of the pillar. That's going to be another insanity. But Totem, I think, is going to make a full recovery as he does catch some cover behind the pillar. Making it very, very difficult for the Shadow Priest to play the game. Using the ability to please stop running around the pillar. He has to. I mean, if he sits out in the open, the Shadow Priest so far has had plenty of damage. Sometimes you just gotta go behind the pillar, catch yourself a bit of a breather before you come out in the open. Because if he doesn't, he's just looking at literally in face of death. I mean, maybe that's what you should, maybe you should try not. I mean, maybe he could stay in, pop out some Ghost Souls, pray for some crits, use ground and totem and interrupts effectively. Maybe then you could bypass it, but hey, sometimes you gotta play defensively if you want to win, right? But for Sins, this is definitely not advantageous at all. Totem charging in, making some damage happen. Maelstrom building, Mind Games attaches to him. As soon as the Mind Games happens with Dark's with Insanity, he just gotta back up out of there. He needs the healing. He doesn't want to play it stupid. He wants to play it smart. Big Ellie Blast of the Sins, setting up some damage. The Lightning Bolt to follow doesn't have the Nature Wolves, the Lightning Wolves, and that's gonna force out a disperse out of Sins of Mania as they got himself Mind Better next to Totem, trying to see if he can trap the priest out in the open with a pillar. Fear on a Totem does not have a trinket. Doesn't somebody have a stun to chain off of this one? Got a Siphon, so that should be able to slow down Totem. Totem with the big wolves, potentially can make some damage happen, but he's so low on health. Does he live this? Execute one, execute two maybe. Insanity Flay, is that going to be enough though? Barely any health, trying to see if he can survive. Fools to generate plenty of Maelstrom, but still is not enough. Still under a ton of pressure, trying to see if he can find a recovery. If Sons of Mania gets a glimpse of you, but Shadowboard Density may be over. Try to go. That's gonna be, oh my god, DP does drop down to grounding Totem. 7 damage to the many went into Totem instead. Totem still looking for a bit of recovery. Does poke behind the pillar for just a second. Not a good move as the Shadow Crash comes down. The man is under a ton of pressure. Try to see if he can slow down Sins. Looking for a little bit of self-heal. And I think we might just be able to recover. He definitely is Maelstrom. Sins of Many, I don't know what you got. Maybe if you got a greater fade, maybe that will let you close that gap, but definitely it's a find a way to put Totem out in the open away from the pillar. 1, catch up to him. 2, fear him out in the open, stun lock him as well. I feel like they have to chain fear into a stun. Oh, does land the fear, but still can't really get good line of sight. Trying to go for Mind Games early. Punishing Totem with a slow immediately. Leaping in with a wall. Trying to see maybe he can make some recovery. Looking for the Maelstrom. Fishing for the procs. Trying to see if he can recover. Can he turn it around? Siphon to follow. Is going to slay that Siphon very quickly. This one, since the many needs to put pressure on the guy. DP on top. Lots of dots burning him. Trying to heal. Trying to recover. 35% dampening. Definitely not making it easy for himself. Not prolonging this duel into the 10-minute dampening, not making any of this easy for himself. Alley Wolves could do for big lightning damage. Totem is still in a very tight spot, using a Maelstrom in order to catch up as much healing as he can. Light lasts from behind the pillar, trying to whittle away Sins of Many slowly but surely. And could potentially go for a big lightning bolt. At some point, may just have to make a play. He just needs to make a play. Big blast of elemental blast. If that crit, that could have been deadly. Now playing Sky Fury, by the way, with elemental damage may be a weird move too, because Sky Fury generally tends to synergize pretty well, because you're trying to bank up for like a big couple of hits back to back in quick succession, and Sky Fury Totem helps that out a ton. Silence on the Totem for a second. Mind Plate to follow is going to be spawning in a quick tentacle as Totem veering behind the pillar. This versus the main is going to be able to get himself a bit of recovery, looking for a little bit of self heal. Man, these roots and this pillar has been his best friend so far. He got so close to almost losing it, but somehow still survives it. Made to go for the final Hail Mary. Got all the wolves at the ready. Wolves are stuck in a wall though. I'm not really sure what happened. Since the man literally pushed those wolves into a wall and they're stuck back there. Bang, Ellie Blast, Siphon onto Totem. I think he might have to stay in there. Lightning Bolt to follow. Stop it, Sissamani. Stun right after. Does he escape it? Sissamani trying to see if he can take him down. Does he go for Shadowboard Death? It's gonna be risky. It could be very, very risky. Do you do it? Do you just end the duel right there? It could maybe backsplash back at you on health bar. That could be really, really deadly. Dropping down on a totem. I'm not sure if it's a grounding totem or not. Totem needs to use a grounding totem effectively. Drop the grounding totem down for a second. This is the main try to avoid him while the grounding totem is up. Definitely needs to recover, but could take him out in a single execute. Gonna be a rooter on the corner. Totem, I think he's feeling pretty confident right now. Stun onto Totem. Does he go down? Is it gonna be it? Knocking back Senzamani as he's fully dotted up. GP, VT, everything. Got himself Ghost Force. Senzamani is in a bit of trouble. Definitely needs to go for Empiric Embrace. Needs to push in. I think at some point just needs to make a play. At some point, definitely needs to make a play. Has the Mindbender, Siphon, everything, but the Root Totem around the corner is not going to be helpful. Like the last Totem, oh my god, literally tased him down at the very end. Played it so safe, but the game is now in 12-minute mark. 13 minutes, the Empathy is so high, and the boy Vlad not gonna let you escape easily. Drop Warrior GG is gonna be up next, charging out towards the towards the Windwalker Monk. As he got a full karma, Drop Warrior just hoping to walk away from it, using that spear just to separate himself. What is this flesh cap? Okay, hold on. Let's not have any of these flesh caps. I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to see none of that. No. Drop Warrior. Let's do the rules that we had yesterday. I don't know. Actually, one day yesterday, were you? Yeah, one day yesterday, but we decided no combat abilities in our Dragonflight arenas. None. Don't use it. Don't even think about him. The boy Vlad trying to see if he can bail out of there. Drop Warrior still on him. Not letting him escape. It looks like actually has him in a big execute. Trying to see if he can back up for a second. Maybe boy Vlad had a lot of damage. Are you trying to see if he can just throw a weapon to kill him? Okay, you're cheesing it so hard. See the miss on the double Vlad looking for a bit of recovery. I'm surprised Drop Warrior just not going in to execute him. Is it waiting for cooldowns? I'd be surprised if this man is literally waiting for cooldowns. No way you're gonna let him escape, right? Stun around the corner. I think he's just trying to see if he can cheese him out. That, or maybe he's waiting for the stun the entire time. Lexium, disarm, has the trigger for it. Drop Warrior is gonna be able to swipe out that kill. Who is it up next? Is it gonna be Ellis? It is gonna be Snoopy. It is gonna be Snoopy on the Feral Druid. Getting an opener onto the Drop Warrior GG. Got him some full bleeds. Drop Warrior goes in for a rallying cry off the bat. Trying to see if he can stay on top of Snoop as best as possible. Looking to make some damage happen. Snoop with the thorns. Drop Warrior is very, very dissuaded from trying to stay onto Ellis as best as it can. Elias? Is that what it is? I'm going to have a really hard time with the name. Last Marker going to be up next. Trying to see if he can catch up to Snoopy. Got himself full. Disintegrates around the corner. Plenty of mobility. Snoopy trying to see if he can use that Feral Druid mobility to escape, but the constant loves by the Frost Special. Last Marker could be deadly. Massive damage to Elias. Does go for a full wall. Regrows around the corner. Could get interrupted. Going to be full disintegrates. I think trying to go for Shadow Mode for a second. Plenty of healing for the Bear Druid. Got himself a Skull Bash on the last Walker. This is going to be a big, put a wall between him and escape. Cannot really get out. There's going to be more blasts. Oh my goodness. Last Walker does that and capitalize at the end. But it's 60% dampening. You need to recover quickly before Julie's going to be up on top of you. Does go for the root to separate for a second. Looking for that quick recovery. Got us plenty of Limb Flames. Even switching out of the Dragon form just to give himself more health regeneration. Root by Julie. And just trying to go for a big blaster. Evoker just absolutely obliterating one another. Gonna be a bit disintegrated. His last Evoker doesn't peel behind the pillar. Got himself Living Flame together with the wall, looking for as much recovery as possible. At some point, definitely want to make a burst to play. Try to see if he can go for Disintegrates and Julie. Going for the quick interrupt. Trying to go for Fire Breath with the damage over time. And it's gonna continue burning at Julie. Oh my god! Wait, Last actually turned around. Oh, he actually won that one. No way! I can't believe it. Are you kidding me? No way! And Totem did get 2 kills at the end of the day. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. No way. No way, boys. Oh no. That was nutty. Let's go again. If you guys' team is still ready, Vlad, Lath, let me know if your team is still ready. Let him know. We're gonna keep doing more of these. If you guys just want to keep doing them, stay in the same teams, we can keep doing it again. Anhu, how you doing, my guy? We may need ya. These boys are getting rowdy. We may need a Feral to devour him. Let me whisper Vlad real quick. Because Vlad doesn't do these often. Hey, Vlad. Let me know if your team is ready. And I got a message from Silver. Ready? Awesome. Vlad, let me know when your team is ready. We'll be good to go. Dude, these are off to a good start. That was a long duel between the... Vlad, okay, one guy switched to Death Knight. Awesome. Oh, Ari? Is it Ari that switched to Death Knight? Okay, fair enough. Okay. Vlad, if you need to queue, if you need to post the groups anywhere in the LFG, post them in like Raid's Legacy. And you call them like 5V5 1v1 Duel. It doesn't really matter what raid you put them on. Like if the Death Knight that's switching needs to join a group because they're probably playing on Alliance and they may need the LG group. If you want to list it in like raids, I can see Head Start group. Doesn't matter what raid you select, just call like 5V5 1v1 Duels. And look out for the character. They'll probably call like Ari or something, or Ari ARI. Ari Ash. Ari Ash. Ready? Okay, cool. Let me throw you guys into a Nokunod, right? Nokudon? Nokudon. Let's do that. Nokudon Arena. Did it work? I don't know if it did. Oh, Nokudon. I can't spell it. Kudon 1. Now we're good. Please tell me which class is fun. There's a lot of classes that are fun. I can tell you classes I like. I can tell you classes I've been enjoying a lot. I think I want to say I enjoy Evoker quite a bit. I enjoy Unholy Death Knight, Feral Druid. Rogue is actually pretty fun. Warrior is a blast. I like Shadow Priest a ton too. And I think I may mess around with Paladin as well. Havoc Demon Hunter is an awesome class right now. Havocs are awesome, dude. Demon Hunter is pretty sweet. Mages are just godly when it comes to control. Absolutely unstoppable when it comes to control. And then we got, what else we got? We got Warlocks are survivable, like literally live Lord McGee. There's a lot of cool classes in the game. I can tell you what I like, but what's gonna be like the most fun that everybody's gonna enjoy. Everybody has a different palette. Everybody has a different things they like. So to tell you like what you will like, it really depends on what your interests are and preferences, to be fair. Beta, what is it? Beta 139? 140? Wow, 140 beta duels, boys. I like Shaman, I do. Their class trees are fantastic. I love the amount of utility they got and the mobility of the game. I like them a lot. What's up, Pat Jedi? How you doing, man? Hope you have a good one. Even remains found. Havoc is a way overtuned. Only people denying it are Havoc players. I don't know. Is Havoc overtuned? I would have to ask Leroy what he thinks about it. Because he's a pretty knowledgeable demon hunter. I think he'd be pretty fair about it. Or at least I would trust his judgment. They're like, but Dal, you ask a demon hunter if they're overtuned. Of course they're going to say they're not. I trust his judgment. I feel like some people can be objective about how their classes play and stuff. What time is it? Okay. Huge. Alrighty, boys. We got us as another 5V5 1v1 for the night. So Twitch. Here we go. We got us have Ari first up over for the team too. I like the Mog. It's like the OG, isn't it? Or one of the OG sets of the Death Knight. I like how you just literally play like a human Death Knight. I feel like nowadays we don't really see too many humans. It's a lot of Night Elves, it's a lot of Oryx, it's a lot of everything. But not a lot of people in duels at least play. No, I guess there's Atham playing human. Gonna be Kenem first up over for the team 1 as a marksmanship hunter. Ari trying to see if he can go for big defenses off the bat, immediately burning an IBF just so he can tank up as they're approaching Kenem. Quick strangulate. The hunter goes in for a trinket feign death, trying to see if he can escape the grippy hand of death. But Ari trying to see if they can get a full army up and running. Stunned by Kenem. Gonna grip him back in. Stunned by the pet. Full army surrounding the hunter as they're looking for an escape. Just putting on a turtle shell, trying to see if they can waddle out of there. Maybe they can surprise, or maybe they can confuse all the ghouls around Ari. AMS to follow for the Death Knight. Get him looking for the quick escape. Death Claws are just flying at him. Can't really escape the range damage over. Death Knight got him some big aim shots. Is it going to be enough of them? Getting the puncture through the armor of Ari. Quick feint down just to maybe give himself a bit of a breather. But a blind for Ari is going to put him in a weird spot. Gotta be wandering around. Freezing trap to someone place, but he's still surrounded by the pets. That's going to be a ghoul. That's going to be a skulking and strangulated out in the open. Death Claws by the Death Knight. Redotted up fully. And Ari looking to Wraith Walk and end him right now. Big Death Shotgun was on him for just a second. Rapid fire for Kenem, but the man does go down as Ari just keeps pressing the offensive. Last Voka swinging around the corner, trying to see if he can catch up to Ari. Gonna be Spell Warden off the bat. Did use a Death Pact here, so Ari's got a limited amount of self-healing they can do. As Last Voka tried to go for as much self-cast, range cast as possible with Living Flames. Big disintegrates, he's able to burn through that AMS very, very quickly by the looks of it. That or it's a very short-lived AMS, but Ari is gonna be dropping in. Big stun, walls created. Ari can't really go anywhere, can't really land inside him. Last Voka going in for big damage, trying to go for Eternity Surge, but also trying not to get interrupted if you can help it. Not enough enough crit damage onto Ahri as they're continuing to survive this, utilizing as much of that runic power in order to live. Looking to catch himself behind the pillar. Lathamark looking to claw at him, slowing him down. AMZ and Ahri should be able to live inside of the zone. Stun into Lathamark as he got himself self-healing. Trying to see if he can knock Ahri out of the AMZ. Is going to be rotating that AMS. Trying to go for a fire breath, but a fire breath is not gonna last long onto Ahri. Definitely needs to get a fire breath at some point in order to get procs. But is it gonna get a sleep onto the Death Knight? But the pets are the pets are continuing to have a mindset of their own, even though the Death Knight is sleeping. The pets are still playing the game. Lathamark looking to use that hover for mobility in order to catch up to Ahri. Can they do it fast enough? Disintegrate, slowing down Ahri for a little bit, but Wastewater keeping him mobile for just a little bit longer as they're clawing at him, trying to see if you can permafrost him. Gonna be a quick interrupt on a fire. Got Eternity Surges with big disintegrates. Could be lots of burst damage. Got himself another wall with a big Dragon's Breath, but already using that IBF in order to avoid getting stunned in the first place. And Lathamark looking for as much self-survivability as possible. Got himself Disintegrate, as much healing as they can. Movement while casting. That's gonna be quick control by the pet. Stun to follow. Lathamark may be in a bit of trouble as Ahri is trying to see if they can claw back that victory. Knocking up the Death Knight for just a second. Trying to slow down him and the rest of the pets. Lathamark could be in big trouble. I think maybe down for the count. Ahri does live it through the AMS. Just continue to fight on, letting the pets do a lot of the work. All they need to do is stay alive and let this necromantic playstyle, let the pets do a lot of that work. Try to slow down Drop War GG as he's quickly approaching the Death Knight that is looking to potentially clubber him down. I'm actually going to skip the song, chat, if you don't mind. It's a good song, I'm not feeling it right now. Let's Drop Warrior, getting slowed, got themselves this new weapons. They got some new weapons from dungeons. One of them is a Forge Hammer, or whatever you call it. Basically, the hammer is from Notharian's lair, and it does this fiery explosion that does a bunch of fire damage split amongst nearby enemies. So if you can hit a guy that's just by themselves without any pets, that damage isn't going to be split and it'll take a full hit of it. But Ahri is surrounded by a whole family of undeads here. He got plenty of them that are willing to share in the fiery pain of that Forge Hammer. And I think he's got himself another weapon, an auto attack sword that sometimes lets you strike twice. So you should be able to get a lot more auto attacks. And with an auto attack heavy favored build as a Fury Warrior, one-handed, that could be pretty good. Drop Warrior just continued to survive through an entire army, by the way. The man just didn't feel like he even took any of it. Didn't even respond, didn't even register any of that damage. Ahri trying to see if he can slow him down with a Chain of Ice. Trying to see if he can avoid him as possible. Drop Warrior uses a banner? Come on, I just mentioned I don't want to see covenant abilities in here. But I think it may be actually using banner, man. That's a Forge. AMS by Drop War GG. Ahri tried to see if he could just waddle away from him. Stun to follow. Definitely needs to put up some Chain of Ice and keep him controlled as best as possible. As looking to escape Drop War GG. Got himself the big grippy hand at the ready. Good potential to tussle with him. IBM, but still is in that health pool where he's just not super comfortable. He could be sitting in that execute range very, very soon. Drop War GG just gotta force to mingle with all those pets in the back. And his self-healing is actually looking pretty fantastic right now. I'm starting to hope it's not the Covenant thing that's helping him. At least he hasn't used Fleshcraft, so I guess there's that. Got him so big, blasting with an Odin's Fury, increasing his auto attack, increasing his passive damage value. Ahri does dip low on health and is going to try to siphon some of the health from Drop War GG, but this man is just a juggernaut. His health just doesn't barely move anywhere. He's just surviving all the onslaught by the undeads. Ahri trying to avoid the execution, going for a quick death pack just to give him a little bit more health to work with. The Drop Warrior getting Chain of Ice, getting rooted out. A full army of the dead approaching. The man is just going to have to see if he can fight through an entire army. Stun into Ahri could be very, very deadly. Look at the potential, blast him out. He's going to spear him in place. Can't really go anywhere unless he got Death's Advance. AMS trying to see if he can survive this. Blind on Drop Warrior GG for the second as Ahri finally able to shatter through his defenses, but the man just obliterates all these undeads, charging out towards Ahri with a confuse just to keep him in place. Ahri, how are you even alive? What kind of build does Drop Warrior have, by the way? It looks like he got some crazy survivability build, but his damage is kind of like on the lower end, or at least it's low enough where Ahri feels like they have a chance to survive it. Rotating the defenses, just fiending from him and leeching from him with death strikes, and is able to stay alive for a good portion of it. Drop War, locking him on the sun. Is that going to be it? Needs an execute right now. Where is this damage? Does reflect on the sun back at Ahri, which is so perfect for him. Stunned out by the ghoulish pet. That's going to be Lichborn for Ahri. Maybe can use a couple of death strikes in order to catch back up on health. Look at that death strike actually doing work though. Bringing him back up to full. Maybe can even go for death goals while he's an undead. Charging towards Ahri. Can he escape it? Chain of Ice is the only thing that's really letting Ahri walk away from Drop War GG. That's 70% slow. It doesn't work, but the Rampage does do him in. Was able to clobber. Oh, come on. What's with this Fleshcraft thing? Yo, Lath, could you tell this man to just like Not the covenant ability stuff. I don't want to see covenant abilities, man, in our Dragonflight duels. I don't want to see it, man. Ring of Peace onto Drop War GG. The boy Vlad trying to see if he can take him down. Fist of Fury flying and parrying out. Drop War is definitely going to have to use every single trick of the book in order to survive the onslaught by the monk. Looks like he got himself plenty defensive with the, what's it called? Enrage Regeneration. I'm really bad at it. And actually survived a lot of this with Enrage Regeneration. By the time I figure out what the ability was, look at the man's health. He's back up to full. He's back up to healthy. Vlad trying to go for jabs, kicks, punches, maybe take down Drop War GG, trying to escape him as it looks at Drop War and maybe has activated his full defensive mode. He's able to start cracking through the boy Vlad little by little, but he's definitely got him some plenty of survivability. Boy Vlad actually maybe in a bit of trouble, doesn't have a lot of defenses to deal with Drop War anymore. I think maybe the sustained damage with Fury Warrior may be enough to win this duel. Try to catch up in healing, miss, try to go for recovery, but it looks like a lot of that self-healing is not nearly as valuable as it was before. Trying to go for a bit of a strike of the Windlord maybe could be enough damage. Worst time to break him out of the Fist of Fury to Drop War GG guarantees that he is not going to get parried. The boy Vlad has no health whatsoever, trying to avoid getting executed, but I think it's going to be big rampages. Oh, and the man just takes it. Drop War GG, just trying to see if he can back up out of it for a second. I think maybe expecting to go up against a rogue, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Bodybuilder at the approach. Drop War GG is putting his back against the wall, trying to give the rogue an escape behind the pillar. He's gonna be able to Zerker Rage out of it, breaking the rogue out. Does he have the damage? Oh, come on, with the banner. Gonna be evaded by the rogue. Limiting the amount of damage Drop War GG can do to him. I think went for the full Death Chakram, right? Is that Death Chakram? Oh, not Death Chakram, but Death Mark? Is it the full bleed? Did he pop? It looked like he popped cooldowns. It's so hard to tell because we don't really have like we don't have it as like a cooldown next to the health bar. Bodybuilder taking a lot of damage though. No more evasion. Trying to see if we can avoid Drop War GG. Laugh, please. Oh no, I don't like this flesh captain business whatsoever, man. I don't like any of it. Stormbolt, but it looks like Drop War GG is going to be able to survive it. Bodybuilder is going to be going down. He sees one more global and this man is dead. Literally one global away. Does Drop War GG have a leap and maybe a weapon throw? Blind? Look at your escape. Look at your escape. I'm trying, you won't listen? Okay. That's fine. Because he's the only one that's using covenant abilities. Everybody else made the agreement that they're not going to do it. But that's unfortunate, man. What can you do, right, chat? What can you do? Maybe that's like part of the way he's like using survivability. Kick him and butt me easy, C-Mark. Oh no. Hanging out by the eye, both of them camping out the eyeball. Drop War GG definitely doesn't want to go down without a fight. Bodybuilder, does he have anything left? Gonna be Zerker Rage, trying to see if he can stop the rope before he gets a proper opener. Spiritual Follow, does he have the damage? Looking for the big rampage, gonna be kitted shot onto Drop War as Bodybuilder is looking for as much survivability as humanly possible. And Chicago with a quick reflect, trying to reduce as much damage of the rogue as possible. All that poison damage getting nullified in that execute rate. Does he have an evasion? I think Bodybuilder may just be going down. Gonna be that cheat death as Drop War GG just continues his slow but passive onslaught. Just needs one more global with the quick rampage taking the rogue down. With Elias gonna be up next. Drop War may pick up the eye here. The other eye is on the other side of the arena. So if you wanted to find a Feral early, you won't really be able to. But again, like with Rogue, puts his back against the wall, trying to maybe utilize that in order to potentially fight through Elias, fight through everybody else. Quick Bloodthirst with a stun. It's going to be Reflect for those stones, but also does help reduce some of the magic damage it takes as well. And that's going to be Snoopy trying to see if he can back up out of that fear, but it's got a big bleeds and flash cut. Oh, come on. Snoopy does end up fighting through a flash cut with Crusade. Going to be up next to the Feral Druid. Going to be Ellis popping off into out of counter for a second for Bats. I think maybe go for a heal. Pops back into form. Going to be a trick out of Crusade as a Feral Druid, while Snoopy trying to see if he can potentially back up out of the dude. It's so hard to remember that it's Snoopy because the name is Elias, but it's so difficult for me to remember that this is Snoopy. Once things get heated, I'm just reading off the names. I always found it so difficult, man. So when do we have Seavark, Chill Pills, all of them? Since they were around so long, like Seavark usually has like a play on the Mage or the Arcane, or Seavark backwards. It was Kavarxi or something it is. Kamboka out for Crusade is trying to see if he can lock down Snoopy. And Snoopy turns around with a quick main. Big bleeds. Wall out for Crusade, but may not be enough. I think the mana smelts anyway. Oh my god. The bleed damage. What I noticed about Snoopy too, so far we haven't seen him play too much, but I think he's got like a mix of bleeds but also sustained damage build. Definitely moments where he wants to get himself a bit of a reset, but can definitely fight and go back and forth and tussle with these boys. Looking for a little bit of recovery while in bear form with the friends of regen, trying to avoid the alley wolves. He knows Maelstrom is getting built up by the shaman. All that healing nullified with a big alley blast. He's got a massive proc. And Sleepy is just going to pop a Barsk and try to see if he can maybe build some calm points. No, seems just to stay aggressive. Is going to wall his damage, trying to mitigate as much as possible, trying to build as much of insta-cast regrowth in order to create some healing opportunity for himself. That's going to be the totem. Try to stop in place. Like last days, he poked out just for a second to bite the totem down. But I think Totem Maids might actually take him out. And he does take him out. Totem Maids does get it. With Sins of Mania around the corner, got himself a bit of a rematch between those two this time, huh? A little bit of a rematch between the Shaman and the Shadow Priest. I feel like hopefully Sins of Mania have realized what they did last time and what they need to do this time in order to fight through the Shaman. I believe they can do it. Hi to all the Shamans. Shamans are doing pretty good. Even after the 20% nerf, they still got pockets of like glory when it comes to duels, when it comes to PvP. There's moments where they can still shine. I wonder if they'll like bring up some of their power from 25% reduction at some point in the future. Like maybe reconsider it, because I kind of like when the enhancement's pretty strong. Because I feel kind of squishy. It's a good self healing, but still kind of squishy at times. Since they're mainly pushing in, got himself the Mindbender, told him try to see if he can avoid him as much as possible. Silence around the corner, got himself that Sanity. That's going to add a little bit of extra passive damage. But definitely needs to do something a little bit more impactful in order to really catch up to Totem. Quick Lightning Lasso, that's going to be a trick out of Sins of Many. And at some point, they just need to, I think, mount up, maybe somehow break away from the Earth Elemental. They really can't do it. You need to find a way to slow down Totem besides just themselves. Or maybe put Totem out in the open, try to see if you can pressure him on one side, put him in front of the Siphon. Siphon is going to slow him down. Actually, maybe a pretty good situation for Totem. Since Mind Games to follow, turns around to interrupt him. Totem is going to go behind the pillar, looking for a little bit of recovery. Since Many actually had such a good play there for a second. If only they got that juke on an interrupt, that Mind Games would have been glorious. Shadow Crusher around the corner way, Totem may be in a bit of trouble as he's getting barrage. Knows he's maybe a little bit on time, trying to leap in before dampening really goes super high up. Fear, I had to make the play. He had to chance it. And since the Many does end up taking him out, you have to sometimes take that chance. You have to try to make the play. But Drop Warrior, even though you use covenant abilities, did heal a ton. I do wonder how much of that healing was Fleshcraft, chat. Actually, can somebody give me like a breakdown of like how much of this healing was Fleshcraft? Because if it's still fairly low, I feel like you could still give him like, I don't know, do you disqualify him? I feel like I still give him some credit of like, hey, that was actually a pretty cool build, focused on a lot of survivability. But I'll let the chat decide. Do you guys, would you give him feedback on it? Yeah, chat, here we go. Worthless. What is healing you? Dude, Bloodthirst heals are nutty. Look at the Bloodthirst heals. Fleshcraft is like a tiny portion of your healing. But look at the rest of it. Wait, does Ultimate Form, Oz? I don't know. I feel like Bloodthirst healing in Battle Trance was doing a ton though. And Gushing Wounds. I don't know, chat. How would you guys feel about it? What would you guys say? Yeah. But yeah, Worthless. Can we not use covenant abilities for one game though? Yesterday we decided to altogether like we're not gonna do it. Nobody's gonna do it. If nobody does it, then we can have ourselves some quality games. That was a good build though. No Mercy. I took him off my bar. I believe you. Imagine 2 Demon Hunters from 5 players and 1 team 5-5. I'd like to do a... It's also Banner though, not just Flesh. Does Banner heal, Casper? Or... Does Banner heal? That's true though, I don't disagree. It also is Banner. But... I don't know. I guess you guys can decide if you think, let him play again and see the difference. True. That would be a good point. If we play him, if he plays again and we see that he does just as well without those things, I'm cool with that. Vlad, let me know when your boys are ready. By the way, I love the aggressive Evoker plays, man, with the walls and stuff. I'm really interested to see how that's gonna pan out. That is so aggressive. I love seeing it. Hell yeah. Well, Banner just gives him so much damage, it's just cheating. I don't... Yes, but also no. Look, the reason why I'm saying no is because right now we're dealing with like versatility. We're dealing with thousands and thousands and thousands of points of stats. Correctly? Banner, I think, only gives like 400 mastery. 400 in Shadowlands is a lot. 400 in Dragonflight, maybe a drop in a bucket. So, I do wonder how much was Aiden healing. I saw, but also I'm accounting Fleshcraft, the Ultimate Form, the Kevin Slime, all those things. I'm kind of trying to like put them together last. Yeah, I'm just trying to be fair about it, right? It's like, to be fair, when it comes to Covenant stuff, second was 9th, I don't know. Yeah, I know it's like a win, but a Bloodthirst ceiling was really, really big. Making a group. Yo, Red God, making a group, boys. If y'all want to join in, more than welcome to. We got a couple of groups up and running. What are you going to listen, Red God? Are you going to listen to Red Legacy? It sounds good. If you guys want to join Red God, if you're looking to do some duels, I'm down having 3 groups. Leroy, how you doing, my guy? Welcome back. How you doing? Vlad said we're waiting on Stupid. We'll be good to go. Lath, what do you think? Got a group ready? Wait, no way you got a group ready, Red. What the? No way, wait. Vlad is also ready? Wait, huh? Wait, what? Where's Red God? He says you got a group. Got a group ready. What the? Wait, are you with Vlad? Or diff group? What is this group? Hold on, Red God. Where are you at? Red God is Coil. Wait, you guys get a separate group together? I'm on my own, okay. Well, Lath, I think we're gonna go Vlad versus Red God real quick since they're ready, and we'll get you up next, yeah? No way. Red God won. Red God won and Vlad. The grand. Darn it, right? That's all good, Lath. We'll get you up and running as soon as we can, man. I just didn't know if you were ready or not, but we'll definitely let you play next. Doesn't the conduit use strength as well? Oh, true, you're right. 20% more strength. Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. You guys make an excellent point. I forgot about that completely. Leeching more damage, more leeching, more healing, so direct, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, we can technically split hairs on it and break it down, but I will agree with you. I think that 20% more stamina or strength, that probably scales no matter the stat. That probably ends up being pretty impactful. Yeah, Panic is immune to slows and decay. True, that is very, very true. Although, I don't know if I feel like for Ari, that was such a close game, and I feel like his slows were plentiful. I feel like he spent majority of the time slowed rather than using the banner to keep himself moving. But I do agree with you, yeah. I'm okay with it. Yeah, we'll just let him go again without any of those things. We'll see how he plays then, yeah? That's what we'll do, boys. 20% straight's kind of big. It is big, yeah. That is sizable. It's kind of big. We'll just go again without it, boys, and then we'll let the chat decide, like, okay. You know what I mean? We'll have comparison. Switch. Got ourselves banned over for the team one. They're ready with the Arms Warrior, Cole, Demon Hunter, and the back Chicago joining in, just doing a bit of dances, magic, swaps on a Boomy, and Seaver gonna be first up with a quick in-cap by boy Vlad. Got himself a breath though out of that volley. Looking to move, maneuver around him, quick volley, massive arcane surge by the Arcane Mage, big damage to the boy Vlad, trying to go for that Radiant Spark. Trinkets knocking him back, immediate combo by the Monk. Got himself all the images away and everything. Gonna be the Mage trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. With a quick Nova, and he reports back to his original location. Missiles ripping through the Monk, trying to see if he can close that gap. Quick Panda Rachel as he gets kicked upwards, and Seamark using that crazy good mobility just to escape, sending some missiles at your boy Vlad, and Vlad playing it very, very defensive off the bat, backing up out, using us through the mist in order to catch up a little bit of healing. I feel like for Monks, since their healing never really been spiky, they have more sustained, consistent healing that doesn't need to spend like a couple of Vivifies in order to catch up. The stamina increase change hurts him probably the most because they can't really get themselves back up as quickly. So they have to use more instant cast abilities like passively in between of the rotation in order to maintain themselves. But maybe that might have to be like an adjustment. Fist of Fury as Seamark does root him out in the open. Definitely got plenty of damage. Vlad tried to use defenses in order to catch up to Seamark, but he got so much mobility. Mobile classes versus each other. It's actually so exciting because they got they're little utilizing, they're crawling all over the arena. Boy Vlad cut out in the open, trying to see if he can boop Seamark out of the way. Could be in that execute range, trying to go for as much self-healing as possible. Rude by Seamark, trying to go for a port. Still continue to get barrage, but Blast is going to go for a port again to break himself out with more missiles to follow. In cap onto Seamark as Vlad looking for a bit of escape and recovery behind the pillar. This is going to be an interrupt by Seamark, limited one he can do. Vlad could either peel behind the pillar or chase up to Seamark. Looks like he's trying to stay aggressive. Pin against the wall with a breath, trying to go for more barrages. Does he have enough damage? Trying to send him more orbs in there. Maybe one more barrage to follow. Does it take him out? More missiles were after. Got himself a defensive last second. Looking for those real fights. Will this see the miss? Seamark is setting up a Ring of Frost around the corner, trying to go for Arcade Surge. Boy Vlad back it up out of there for a second. Quick Karma onto Seamark. He's gonna get knocked back out in the open. Mid-flight on his Dragon Serpent kick. And it's going to get a barrage again, still in the execute range. So Seamark, if he has cooldowns, he could potentially take him out fairly quickly. Going to be quick interrupt by Seamark. As he continues to missile him down, Boy Vlad may be limited on what he can do. Blast on his Seamark, needs recovery, needs some healing right now. That or still unlocked. Seamark trying to see if he can take him down. But oh my god, touching the Magi, slapped him down, making it so much harder for him to recover. And it looks like Snoopy is going to be prowling around up next. Seamark and Snoopy have faced each other before. I think a PTR multiple times over. So at least Seavark is aware of how Feral's played. Try to go for Ring of Frost, but it's going to be a Skull Bash out of Snoopy. Though Seavark cancels his cast to make sure he doesn't get properly interrupted, so he has access to all the Frost he's supposed to root and slow down the Feral Druid. All the time, huge for Seavark. Got himself big Arcade Surge. This is going to be a Shadow Melt. Actually, not even Shadow Melt. I think a Incarnation Prowl for a second just to escape into the shadows. Quick Arcade Surge by Seavark. Blasted out Elias. Maybe going for big damage. Try to see if he can blast right through him. Going to be full cooldowns by Seavark. Barsky for Elias. It's going to be an Ice Buck for Seavark. Just looking for the recovery. Just try to slow down and kind of meditate yourself back up to full. Just try to freeze the situation before it gets heated. Put it on ice and try to see if it could cool off and maybe get himself collected breath onto Elias with the Ring of Frost. Does not have a trinket anymore. I'm not sure what he trinketed, but it does give Seavark an opportunity to potentially get some cooldowns, get some procs. Got that Radiant Spark, maybe big blaster damage. Looking for a big setup. Got him some massive burst, big barrage to follow missiles to change that to the Feral Druid. As he got plenty of mobility while casting. Man, I love. What's it? Not Snowdrift. It's called Ice Flows, right? Talent? Same talent. It's in the same row as Shimmer. Bowling for Soup as he's just bowling balls, rolling in, out, trying to see if he can get the Feral out with those Arcade Orbs. But that Ice Flows ability, as I was saying, is so good. You can just move while casting, and it's just fantastic for mages. So much mobility and so many interesting things you can do with it. Trying to go for the big Kyrian Burst versus Snoopy. Snoopy kind of pokes out from behind the pillar for just a second, touching the Magi as he goes in for a Barsky and looking for the recovery. Seavark so far does not have a lot of survivability, doesn't have much healing, but he's trying to see if he can fight through the Feral. Knocking it back as the Feral does try to go for the interrupt, missing it again though. Those jukes and casts for Seavark has been huge. But the Feral Druid is able to recover plentifully behind the pillar, looking for a full recovery. Seavark at some point may have to go for some food or something. Try to go for food, random Arcane Orbs, try to see if he can maybe get the Feral out. Does go for a Coda Cold, Roddy's close to the gap. Perez is going to be able to freeze him, try to see if he can walk out of it. Does Seavark have any bursts? He's trying to see if he can build up for some procs. Arcade Surge opener, maybe some big damage to follow. Does himself a big barrage, wall by Snoopy, because he knows it's going to be big damage out of the mage. He better pop a wall in case things go sour. As Seavark getting hit with a big bite, does have all the time in order to recover a lot of the health. No tempo for a bit. Try to go for Invis. May need some images, maybe massive Invis. Panda Rachel for just a second. And able to at least shake the Feral off his back for just a moment. Roots, slows, novas, everything. Got himself some cooldowns at the ready as well. Try to see if maybe we can get Elise out in the open, but it ends up barraging random people. Just trying to see if we can tap to the next closest Feral, but couldn't quite get a breath to follow. Still trying to slow him down. Big missiles getting built up with a root to follow as he gets rooted himself. Trying to go for Invis in order to break himself out. And Feral leaping over. Big bite to Seavark. Trying to see if he can blast him out. But man, there's only so much you can do. With Cold DH, it's going to go for a big stun. Bash by the Feral Druid. Trying to see if he can catch up to him. Big Blade Dance right after. Trying to stay on top of the Druid, not letting him escape with Feral. Going in for a big stuns. Oh no, my mouse started doing some weird stuff, boys. Oh, okay, well, I guess we're just going to have to take it very slowly. Basically, what my mouse is doing right now is sensitivity is really high. I'm barely moving my mouse and it's spinning very quickly. So I kind of got to disable it and then re-enable it. I think that's what I gotta do. But Coil trying to see if he can stay on top of Elias as best as he can. Trying to keep putting pressure on the Feral with a stun to follow. And Snoopy trying to avoid him as best as possible. I'm trying to figure out like how can I go fix this without messing up the camera. This is a difficult shot. I'm barely making mouse movements in order to be able to get smooth camera position. What is going on? I hate this. Feral trying to see if he can find him. Coil got himself a demon, but it's gonna be going down to the Feral Druid. Super unfortunate. DPI. It's like a what's it called? It's a synapse. It's Razer synapse problem. It's not a DPI on the mouse. It's like a Razer synapse problem. It just spikes up randomly. And I think I gotta disable it and re-enable it. I think. Exit synapse and reapply synapse maybe? Maybe that'll work? Hopefully? I will just try to play it by ear. Gonna be Elias trying to see if he can avoid the boomy. Got himself a big old bite. As it's gonna be a bar skin for Magic. As Magic trying to see if he can find a way to avoid the Feral Druid's onslaught and damage. Oh, I think it fixed itself. Oh, he did. Oh, thank goodness. Gonna be a stun onto the Boomkin. Pressure is really high as the Feral just got all the bleeds, all the bites sunk in. Magic may be in a bit of trouble. Not much they can really do about it. Big bites, and Snoopy does end up taking him out. Oh my god, that feels weird now. Now my mouse was like super fast. Now this is more normal. Oh my god, look at the precision, boys. Look at the precision now. I'm not spinning anymore. Or if I want to spin, I can have more control behind it. Chicago gonna be up next, being hit with a bash off the bat as it got full Earth Elemental Fire Wolves at the ready, or Fire Raptors rather. Trying to see if he can catch up to Snoopy, potentially take him out. Big bites by the Feral Druid. Got him some full thorns at the ready, but maybe could just stay in next to Chicago as they are gonna keep hammering themselves with the thorns. Chicago trying to avoid it as best as possible, dropping on some totems, looking for a stun onto Snoopy. Snoopy is able to, knows that he's gonna be hit twice by the stun totem. He already knows them shaman tricks at this point, because shamans are able to double chain stun totems on people now if they take the right talent. And I think it actually gives you basically airtight stuns back to back. I believe, unless you're Orc. We're gonna be biggest on this procs for Chicago, not playing proper ascendants, but every time the Storm Strike, there's an 8% chance they ascend to an elemental god. The more often the Storm Strike, the more damage they can do, more procs they can get, as it's gonna be getting a big bite. Feral, oh, Mayman taking him out, with Band gonna be up next, trying to see if he can shut down the Feral Druid. And Snoopy trying to go, I think, for a 1v5? Is it? No. Wait, actually... Wait, maybe. Yes, actually 1v5. Wait, potentially, this Band gonna be able to slow him down. Trying to see if he can trick it out of this one. Stun onto Elias, spearing him in place for a second. Got him some big war, massive blades. Look at the shadow through his defenses, wall thorns and everything is gonna use. Barsk is the only thing that wasn't used by Elias. Parry out by Band. Can parry a lot of the damage from Snoopy. Also, that may create a lot of healing opportunity for him as well, as he gets parried by the Feral Druid. Looking for that Blaze to maybe break himself out of the slows, as the Feral pokes his head out just to put some bleeds and just let him keep rotting down the warrior as long as possible. Big bites back to back. I think it's gonna be over for Ban unless he got a heal. I don't even know if he needed to trigger the Alias, but you don't know taking him out. And there goes a Feral 1v5 boys. I think we had one yesterday too with on how, right? Or on whom? Feral 1v5. My god. Dot run. Hey, I feel like you could definitely play it super cheesy. I felt like Snoopy didn't really play it super cheesy either. He was in there, he was making some work happen. Made a group? Wait, you made a group now? Everybody's making a groups, boys, what the hell? Okay, so you and Lath apparently have a group now, so maybe you and Lath, can you guys against each other? Lath, let me know when you're ready. Vlad, Red God, let me know when you're ready. You made another group? What is this? I think they're fine, yeah? You have to play you kind of have to play a bit of a kite playstyle. That's what we're known for the enemy. True. Yeah, some classes are not really designed to get constantly hit. Some classes are designed with the ability that you may want to run away. The what? You did it? Wait, what? Who did what? Is it looking at Leroy? We are in 2 minutes. Okay, cool. Vlad is ready. Leroy's a mega group. Totem is AFK. So we'll give it a second here. So Vlad is ready to play, but we'll see. Place it for a game. That's up to you, man. How do we want to do it? Yeah. I'll give you guys a second. I know Leroy is ready. I definitely want to get you guys up and running next. So Leroy is at the ready. Vlad is at the ready. Red will need a little bit of time. So I was thinking maybe do like Leroy and Lath, but what's I could do Leroy and Vlad, and then Red God versus Lath. But I just don't want to make Lath wait for too long, you know? Sadly, it's not worthless in PvE. So Shaman Sync down? No, I don't think so. They did get nerfed by 25%, so they're not godly anymore, but I think they're still fairly effective. Yeah, I still think Shamans have a really excellent class tree too. I'm a big fan of it. Is Windwalker looking strong or should it stick play into DK? I'm not really sure. I think it will come down to the final tuning. But as of right now, Windwalkers are fairly strong. I don't know if that's going to stay that way, but right now they're pretty strong. Alrighty, so Lath, are we ready? Or should I just get Vlad versus blah blah? Let me know, because they're the ready. They want to play. And the Red God just played, but I think they still want to keep playing. Let me know, my guy. We need one more because Totem is AFK. Okay, Seabus, does he want to join by chance? Is Seabus in? Because you guys, it looks like you've approached yet. Looks like he's kind of interested. He's like, yo, can I join? Hey, that could work out. That could work out. Hell yeah. What's up, Nicholas? How you doing, my man? PvE Feral always been a meme. Yo, Ferals are really good in PvE now. They've gotten so much better for PvE. Like, they're not, I don't think there's going to be as much of a meme anymore. Well, I think they were always decent in raids for single target fights, but in AoE they were always struggling. Although in Dragonflight their AoE has improved drastically, and I think Feral is going to be a much better, much stronger It would be in after Kedem leaves. This would be his last game. Wait, so are you ready then, Les? Or what's up? Also, how are you, Tuskar? That looks so good. Yeah, you ready? Okay. I think we'll do Vlad. Oh, not Vlad. We'll do Silverhawk and Leroy. We'll get Vlad on standby because he played a couple times. Oh, but wait. Strawberry Muffin. Hey, let's go. Love it. Alrighty. We'll do Leroy versus Lath real quick. We're ready? Okay. I'll get you guys afterwards. I need to get Leroy's team a chance to play because they were waiting patiently last time. I get Blah Blah and Leroy or Lath. I'm so bad with names nowadays. I want to do Rook. Black Rook hold. You want a snow cone? I'll take whatever I can get. Did it work? Did I mess someone's name up? I think I might have. Silver? Oh, that's what I did wrong. Oh, okay, hold on. That should be good. Okay. Now we're good. Hell yeah. Black or cold real quick. And we'll get Vlad and we'll get Red back in here in just a moment. We'll just do a quick 5-minute game with Leroy's team and with Silver, and we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna play beta right now. If you got invited to the beta, it should be in your BattleNet, my guy. Otherwise, you gotta get invited. All you can do is sign up and see if you can get in. What do you think doing is? What do you see doing better than Plus? Outlaw Rogue or Assassination? You know what? I have no idea. I think Outlaw Rogue is still gonna be really strong for PvE, and the class looks excellent. A lot of the playstyles we have right now in the Shadowlands only get stronger in Dragonflight, and I feel like for AoE we're gonna get better. I don't know if Assassination doesn't necessarily get better for AoE. A lot of the tools you can pick up to make them better for AoE now, you'll be able to pick up the similar tools in Dragonflight in order to improve the AoE by a little bit. I think when you're looking for Mythic Plus specifically, I think Outlaw is still going to be really good, unless Assassination just dominates in single target, where it's like, it's going to be a funnel priority spec, and that could make them really good. I think both could be good depending on Tyrannical 45 weeks though. There's an opportunity for both of them to do well. Let's get another one going, boys. Switch. Here we go. Who's up next? It's gonna be first Kadam over in stealth with Varg. I don't think both of them realized that we're literally next to each other as Varg does get flared out. Get him opening up with a big aim shot. Got himself the pet build, looking for the quick scatter. Could be able to get himself a stun. Gonna be a full volley into Varg. Trying to see if he can blow him up. Gonna go behind the pillar. Big explosive. Varg does go for a disengage. Looked like the explosive kind of sent him flying, honestly. As Varg got himself coordinated assault, big damage, get him with a massive kill shots, could be lots of damage. Varg got himself grenades, stun onto Varg, stun to get him. Chickens for it, big kill shots are just absolutely shredding through Kedem. Turn to shell 4, Varg for the second, looking for a bit of recovery. Let's get him trying to get aggressive. Does Varg just stay in? He needs himself a botting shot into Kedem, maybe another kill shot. Oh my god, these kill shots do work, especially if he gets crits on those things. Got himself feign death for just a second, grenades onto Kedem. Scatter shot by Kedem as he got himself a big aim shot for Varg, just absolutely blasting him, and that's going to be Turtle Shell. As Kedem trying to play it a little bit defensively, does get Varg to read it out in the open. Varg is focusing to control the pet of the marksmanship hunter. As Survival looking for the quick kill shot. Oh my god, them grenades! That explosive shot did so much! Taking him out! Seabuzz is going to be up next, trying to see if he can be able to play against Varg. Varg looking for an escape, was he going, dives in the camo, feigns the death, dives in stealth, and just trying to see if he can blend with the environment. Seabuzz may have to pick up the eyes, they're not even up, so for Varg there's going to be an opportunity to at least catch up health fully. Body shot at Seabuzz, as well as all the pets. Big death shot can get in sent in, so then the grenades, that's going to be, oh my god, big demon bite. As Drab Bite gets summoned by Seabuzz, got himself double fell guard at the ready. Mortal with the fear onto Varg. As Seabuzz tried to see if he can control the fight, got himself a couple of shadow bolts built up. Varg closing the gap with a harpoon, looking to get up in melee. At least his pressure on Seabuzz could interrupt him. Stun as Seabuzz does get himself a big defensive quick control by Varg. He may be kind of limited on survivability here. Demon Dog is charging in, got himself some demon bolts to follow. Hand and Gul'dan's right after. Varg could be in trouble. Got himself a bit of a flank check, looking for as much recovery with health as possible. As it's going to be a quick fear by Seabuzz, looking to rod down Varg from a distance. Does he have enough damage? Hand and Gul'dan's so Varg does get him to at least reset behind the pillar for just a moment. As he got himself a couple of manic betters to recover. Axe tossed by the men pet. Gonna be Demon Bolts 1, Demon Bolts 2. Another set of Demon Doggos as the Felguard goes in to chop him down. As Seabuzz does still have a death shock on him. It is still ticking out on him. but he's going to be mostly fine. Mortal immediately as Blood Gorge closes the gap as he got himself full summon of the undeads, looking to get the boys up and running. Seabass is going to have to get an army of his own. Wall got himself full Tyrant. The pets get blinded. He's going to be summoning more Demon Doggers versus Blood Gorge stun. Reflected back toward Blood. That's actually perfect, but Blood is just going to go full beast mode, just full IBF Juggernaut, tanking up the damage, breaking out of CC, AMS, so you can't even be touched by magic damage. And see, but it's kind of limited what he can do. It does burn a Dark Pact in order to give him a little bit more health to work with. As Blood Gorge, try to see if he can crack through a big shield. Try to see if he can crack through those defenses as best as possible. Yoinking him back over. Big grippy hand. And it's going to be Seabuds. Try to see if he can escape it. Blood Gorge hasn't interrupted already. Has plenty of defenses. I don't know if he's still got a gargoyle or not, or maybe used that earlier. Seabuds kind of limited what he can do. Mortal trick out of Blood Gorge. Seabuds looking for a bit of the health recovery. This is going to be a full pet summoned up massively, just walking away from Seabus for a second just to charge back in so you can get that interrupt. Reflect out for Seabus in case Blood Gorge uses something. This is why Seabus used to make a play right now. He's kind of limited on the health he can work with. He uses his mobility. Second Felger joins in with an axe toss. Blood Gorge breaks out fairly quickly. AMS at the ready, but he's actually kind of low on health. So is Seabus. Seabus needs whatever heal he can. Trying to go for big drain. Going to be a blind. He's trying to get himself a little bit of recovery. Blood Gorge dropping down a big AMZ dome. And Seabuds trying to see if he can wall out of it. A good portion of his pets don't even do magic damage. A lot of them do physical damage, so that could help him. Dark Pact is just super low on health. Axe toss on the Blood Gorge. Does he turn around on the Death Knight? There's no way. Death Pact per second. As Blood Gorge trying to see if he can find himself some survivability. Mortical sending him out in the open. More handed Goldons joining in. Seabuds just absolutely surrounding the Death Knight with the army of the Legion. Got himself the AMS in order to help him a little bit against some of the magic damage and immunity CC. But then Demon Doggers charge in. And once the pets get ramped up with damage, it could be very deadly. Seabuds trying not to get interrupted the best possible. Army of the Undead is going to be surrounding the Warlock. Maybe these ghouls will be enough. Going to be a big Abomination joining in. Stun onto Blood Gorge. As it's going to be Seabuds trying to recover as much health with the drain. The Warlock just isn't going anywhere. The man just holding his ground. He can't even run away from Death Knight even if he wanted to. Going to be a quick port. Try to go for maybe a fear. Blood Gorge does not really have much in terms of the defenses. Does have IBF backup, mainly to burn IBF very, very early. Using IBF just to change this up. Try to see if he can fight through him. Seabuds will drain life, does not letting himself die blind onto the Warlock. Does Blood Gorge have enough damage here? More drains available for Seabuds. Got himself Dark Pact last second. Maybe could give himself like last second. Got himself whatever healing he can. Blood Gorge recovered a little bit of health. Ruining power at the ready. Death Strike's burning right through. Slicing right through Seabuds. And it's going to end up interrupting. Full Army of the Dead does get summoned up. Maybe he can take the momentum into Crusade right after as the warrior charges in. Stormbolt looking to charge up and just chop right through Blood Gorge. Summon and strapped up all the pets. I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but ended up trapping all the pets. It does burn a reflect, but it doesn't reflect that strangulate. Maybe Blood Gorge made sure to use like some other ability and then strangulate to make sure that one gets reflected but not the other. Blood Gorge needs a lot of recovery. Versus Crusade, you could just go for Bloodthirst back-to-back and heal a ton. He may be in a bit of a tight spot. Got himself their Odin's Fury. Auto attacks are being amped up. Blood Gorge looking for that slowdown with a Chain of Ice. Just trying to control the situation, get himself a little bit of running power, walking in to get a Death Strike and walk out of it. He wants to slowly recover as much health as possible. Crusade at this point, you better start burning through all these pets, man. Bloodthirst on those pets would be pretty viable. At least it will give you plenty of healing and at least allow you to take down the pets one by one. Eventually, Blood Gorge runs out of the undead army horde that he can summon. Stun onto Crusade, double stun with a pet, got him some big defensive, blind to follow. Blood Gorge looking to peel out of there completely. The other decay onto Crusade, maybe gonna send the pets after. Crusade has to turn around the attention onto these pets, but he was CC'd inside of his big defensive cooldown. Reflect is up. Blood Gorge looking to maybe claw him down. Does Crusade have enough to survive this? Blood Gorge is absolutely just rampaging right through him. Does pick up a little bit of healing. It's going to be Bloodthirst as well as impending victories. The only thing that's keeping you alive. Maybe could even swap to defensive sense in case he wanted to, but I don't know if he's gonna stun onto Blood Gorge. Looking to maybe take him down. Blood Gorge looking to hack right through him. Barely any health on the warrior. Trying to see if he can survive. Somehow still in the game. Pressing the Bloodthirst as often as possible. Every single global Bloodthirst is going to be huge, but Blood Gorge does end up going for the big cleave, just splattering the boar all over the floor. Well, last marker going to be up next. At the 6-minute mark, looking to get through all the defensive Blood Gorge AMS in order to deal with some of the fiery damage of an Evoker. As last, utilizing the mobility, got him some walls so he can't be interrupted. Is going to get stunned up, the full stun, and the walls created by Lath kind of got Blood Gorge trapped over here. Blood decided, you know what, I'm going to advance at you. I'm not gonna hide from this evoker. I need to stay in combat. I need to build up the runing power. I need to get steals. Definitely needs a death strike right now in case you go. Oh my god, that's so much damage though. He did it a death strike in that moment, but just couldn't find it. That is so tough. Evoker with that mobility bailed out of there for just a second. Oh, I just noticed. Bloodgorge is playing a disease build, so super strain. That's actually kind of nutty. Gonna be Leroy up next. Try to see if he can take down Lath. Looking to close the gap. Lath got a pretty big disintegrate onto Leroy. Got himself mad damage, soul break, big cleave. Looking to take down the Evoker. Big metamorphosis with a hunt to close the gap. Evoker is gonna need to use something. All the healing in the world needs to save him, but Leroy doesn't. I'm slaying him. It's gonna have a whole demon next to him. Drop ward GG. Wait, are there 2 drop ward GGs? Is that what is going on? How many drop ward GGs are there? Is that a second drop ward GG? Huh? Hold on a second. I thought Warth War GG. What the? I'm so confused. But Drop War GG got himself plenty of defenses here. Looking to blast him out. Was the other Warth War GG? Is it Drop War and Warth War GG? Is that what's going on? I'm sorry, what? Gonna be a leap past Leroy. And Leroy trying to see if he can escape the warrior as best as possible. It looks like the warrior may be using some of the dungeon weapons in order to give him a little bit more health. Wait, do you have a 2-hander and a 1-hander? Wait a second. Do you have a 2-hander and a 1-hander? Wait, aren't you just hurting yourself when you do that? I'm sorry, what? What is this combo? A Fury warrior that's not playing Titan's Grip or Single Mighty Fury. He's kind of playing both. Fear onto Drop War GG as Leroy tried to see if he can pick up a demonic soul. Maybe blast with the warrior. Big soul cleave, stuns up with a blade dance. Gonna be a trick and by the warrior. Look at the lead, but Leroy doesn't and capitalizing on it with a big blade dance to follow. Man, that's some damage there, boys. Blood Gorge, Leroy, all of these boys doing work. Pretty cool. Yo, let's get another one going, boys. We got ourselves Vlad, we got ourselves Red. We got to get these boys up here next, yeah? So how many Drop War Warth War GGs are there? What's the other warrior then? Now, inspect me. Hold on a second. And 2 1-handers. Wait, so why does the other one look like a 2-hander then? There's no way, that wasn't a 1-hander, right? No, you're right. It is 2 1-handers, but why does the other one look like a 2-hander? How'd you do that? How to bug it? Oh no. Well, at least it looks like it's a visual one, isn't it? You basically just went to sleep, watch the stream tonight, get food. Sounds good, Vlad. Sounds good. Yo, we can get Red God then. Lath maybe versus Red God, yeah? Let me know who's ready. Blah blah. Lath. Let me know when you guys are ready, because Red is ready. Ready? Awesome, awesome. How do we get next, boys? Vlad? Oh no, Vlad is gone. Lath or Leroy? Ready? Ready? Both are ready? I think let's do Lath, because Lath, he did have to sit out for like, I think 2 in a row. So we'll do Red God 1, Lath. And I think I want to do Nagrand again, or no Kudan. I like no Kudan. Wait, hold on, Wrath is swapping? Okay, we can give a second. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And if it's taking a long while, then I'll get Leroy in there. I think that's how I'll do it. Arya is standing out, no way. Yeah, Arya is standing out. Was he standing out? No, I think he was in another group, wasn't he? Or maybe, was he with Vlad? I think he might have been with Vlad. But he could potentially join Leroy, or he could go Lath, or he could join Red God. If it's out. And if spots up for me, let me know. Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good, Shimmer. Yeah, for sure. If we get spots, we'll definitely let you in. Lat loves the new arena. It's his new favorite. I think you're messing with me, man. I think Lat said before that he wasn't really super fan of it. I like the new one a lot, though, personally. Dual class? Oh god. How do you have a lot of health? Oh my god, so that's the guy with a ton of health, huh? Alright. 740,000 dark pact shield, boys. 700. You also have 500,000 health baseline. So you're just going for like as much stamina as you can? Is that what you're doing? What is this, cool class? What the hell is going on? Got me. Collab. Drop GG. Let's go, boys. How's Demonology Burst, man? You know what? This actually is a pretty decent amount of damage with the portals and Infernal. by itself with come flags. That's not bad at all. Wait, what? I died? Wait a second, huh? Wait, what? I died. Wait, did you do it on purpose? Because you did forfeit the duel, but I guess I died because if you forfeit, I guess maybe I just die anyway. I'm not even sure. All right, Lath, let me know when you're ready. Get us in that queue, baby. All right, sounds good. Just to make sure I got the right people. Yep, I think we're good. Have no target? It says I have no target. Is Red God in? Because Red God won. Oh, I misspelled it. I called it Rad God with an A. Rad. He's a rad guy, ain't he? Knock it down, Proving Grounds, boys. Let's go. Huge. I like this arena a lot. By the way, boys, thanks so much for joining. Appreciate ya. 0.75% of million. Yeah, it is a lot of healing. It is a lot of shielding. That's crazy. I'll probably try bait again once some actual PvP things happen, because balance is a hot mess right now. Yeah, balance druids are messy, aren't they? That's why I give them a bib at the dinner table. It'll be a mess for a while. I'm hoping they'll end up getting some kind of decent tuning out of it. I think that a 40% of health increase is going to slow down the games a little bit. It's not going to be quite as bursty as the Shadowlands meta, but it is still going to be very, very like... You are still going to have some classes that do have quite a bit of damage. So it's not like it's going to be like complete crawl like it was like BFA. Well, no, BFA had some procky stuff there too, didn't it? And some trinkets. It's not going to be as slow as like... What's another expansion where PvP were just like super slow to a crawl? There's been moments of BFA where definitely things were just a complete crawl. There's probably another expansion that's a better example though, honestly. To Twitch. We got ourselves Team 2 together with Magic gonna be first up, diving into stealth as a balance druid. On the team we got Chicago, we got us Seabark, we got us Coral Panda, we got ourselves Bad with Magic trying to see if we can... Wait, it's like a team of casters actually, except for one handsome shaman. Actually, even handsome shamans are casters nowadays. All the Magic users. Versus Team 1, we got ourselves Totem Maids gonna be first up, trying to see if we can ramp up some damage. Gonna be Magic with a silence and Ursul's big damage versus Totem as I'm trying to see if we can walk out of Ursul's big light. Lots of trick inside of it. Totem may be in a bit of trouble, does get himself as Thunder Dust before we take him out, as Totem just keeps on pushing the offensive. Wall up, got the Totem in order to static cling Magic into place. Got that chain link fence set up, and Magic just looking for a bit of recovery since it can't escape anyway. Big, oh my god, New Moon just fell down on Totem Mate's head and he just lived it. He just got so many stars falling in. What is this Starfall build? There's so many shooting stars, man. So many stars falling. Hopefully Magic's making so many wishes right now. He's like wishing, I wish I win, I wish I win, I wish I win for every single one of them. And eventually I think he could potentially do it. I think I'm gonna skip that song chat if you don't mind. Magic taking a bit of damage. Big Elite Blast. Lightning Bolts to follow. Could be in a bit of trouble. Totem trying to see if he can close out the game. Big Lightning Blast of Magic. I don't know if he's got much of an answer here. I think he got him down with the Thunder. Oh my god. It has a Shaman can do war. Cold Panda gonna be up next as an Elemental Shaman. Root onto Totem. He got himself the Ghost who's up and running. Big Elite Blast back at the Coil Panda who is gonna knock it back out in the open. The Lava Burst to follow. And this is where Totem trying to go for a bit of defense. Trying to find some cover behind pillars in order to avoid Coil for just a moment. But Totem in a bit of a tight spot right now. Static Totem for the moment. Panda can't really do much about it. Like the lasso onto Totem. And it's going to try to see if he can drop a Meteor on him with a Fire Elemental. Does do quite a bit of damage. But Totem, as long as he got that Maelstrom, he got plenty of recovery. Coil definitely trying to play for more like a longer game. Trying to back away from Totem. Trying to keep him at arm's reach. But I think he may just have to literally run at the Enhancement Shaman. Because the Enhancement just looking for a bit of recovery until he can get some cooldowns. He's not really playing for like a sustained healing build. He's just trying to find some recovery behind the pillar. Dropping a couple totems, but this could be a root totem, one of them, maybe not. Maybe grounding totem. Actually, I think one of them was grounding totem by Cold Panda. While Totem is still holding on to his own. Coil backing up out of there. Light Lasso for a second. There's going to be a trinket out of Coil Panda just to see if he can break out of it. And Totem got himself Ghost Wounds, potentially big damage. Trying to see if he can make a play. The slows are going to be making it difficult for him. Big Elite Blast of Coil Panda. Does he have maybe Lightning Bolt to follow? Could potentially make a big hit. Light Lasso out of Coil as it's going to be a pretty wall for Totem. But at least from Coil Panda, that gives him an opportunity to escape and find some recovery behind the pillar. Totem slowly approaching Coil, blasting him out with a quick Sunder. Trying to see if he can take him out of the game. Coil, not a lot of health at the ready. And Totem finding ways to just stay on him as best as possible. Big Storm Strike. Doesn't play for the big Storm Strike proc build too. So I guess he's trying to play more for less RNG. Gonna be that grounding Totem, dropping it down. Coil, a lot of those lava birds do go into that grounding Totem, misdirecting all that damage over to it. Totem pretty low in health though. Big Meteor coming down. Lasso onto Coil. Coil does have a pre-wall for this one. Does Totem have enough damage to close the game out, or could potentially Coil find himself an opportunity to win the game here with a Fire Elemental? That's going to be lots of resources getting built. That's going to be plenty of free damage as long as the Fire Elemental gets a line of sight of Totem Maids. I like the name Totem Maids more. What you got going on? I like that Maids part actually. So it's like if you play like a if you play like a support build in Dungeons and Raids, you just bring all the support totems and just throw down totems for the boys. That could be kind of cool. Gonna be a primordial lava burst, go into the grounding, but maybe for Coil still could maybe get some kind of damage and trinket out of Totem. That's just trying to get himself a little bit of that recovery. At some point, cooldowns will be coming back up. The Ghosts are at the ready. He could make a play right then and there. Coil Panda just gotta make sure that he gets himself the grounding Totem at the right time. Gotta trap a Coil away from the pillar. Could be a perfect opportunity. Big Ghost is up and running. Big L Blast potentially at the ready. Thunder. Coil Panda could potentially get stunned up. Does he not? No. Hex on the Totem. Cannot really get out of it. But the Ghosts are going to give him plenty of Maelstrom. Maybe can still take those Ghosts damage in the Maelstrom and still do some damage and pressure to Coil Panda. Big Lightning Bolts to follow. Going to be the Earth Elemental knocking Coil Panda away from any pillars. Grounding Totem as Coil Panda got him some mad lava bursts at the ready. So Totem Maze does get to survive it for just a second. And Coil Panda trying to go for as much self heal as it can with that Earth Elemental bolstering his health, plus with the stuns that Earth Elemental can do. That could be huge. Elu Blast does get grounded as Coil Panda avoids the damage. Trinkets a back-to-back lasso onto Totem, dropping a Meteor, and it said, does Coil have any more damage to follow? Earth Shocks, big Lava Burst to follow, knocking the Enhanced Shaman open, bad Elu Blast to follow. The Wolves are back at the ready, dropping down the Earthquake for just a second. If Totem has any more pressure, any more damage, you could potentially turn this around. Does he have the Necrolord ability, the Primordial? Because if he has a Primordial to conduit Coil Panda, those lightning bolts will be so deadly. It looks like Coil has got himself a little bit of recovery. Totem playing very, very defensive. Just gotta wait behind the pillar, trying to avoid him as best as he can. Coil just needs to close that gap. I think he may have cooldowns in order to end it. Could be a grounding Totem by Totem. I think that's where Coil is just trying to avoid the grounding Totem as possible. There goes the grounding. Does he have lava burst? I don't think he does. Elemental Wolves join in. No grounding Totem for Coil. This could be really deadly for him. As long as Totem can just close the gap somehow. Gonna root it out in the open with the Totem. Gonna be Lightning Lasso. Steel has Wolves. Needs to go for that early blast as possible. Lightning Lasso, Coil Panda getting knocked back close to that gap. Does he have the damage to follow? That's gonna be a static fence Totem just to keep him in place. But the freeze is gonna keep him in place. And Coil just can't really go anywhere. Still got maybe got slow, maybe got a Panda racial, maybe can go for a knockback. That will help him break away from the Enhanced Shaman for just a second. As Totem trying to see if he can waddle through the earthquakes. Panda just trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. Still looking for an escape, still looking for recovery. Big lava burst flying at Totem as he got big Elu Blast back at Panda. Needs to find a way to stop the Shaman from healing from behind the pillar. Ghost Wolves are doing work to build a Maelstrom, adding on to a bit of damage. And that's going to be big lightning bolts to follow Panda. No health whatsoever. Meteor comes down. Totem survives the Meteor and does get a Storm Strike at the end. Narrowly escape it, but does survive it with a quick root on Ban. Definitely needs to go for a little bit of recovery. But I think with dampening rolling up, he may have to stay a little bit more aggressive. He needs to find a way to get past Ban. If he can interrupt him on Shadow, he'll be in a great spot. Ban with a big PI, full Void Eruptions at the ready. Void trying to follow. Totem's going to take a lot of damage. The Void Eruptions actually just CC'd him back to back. Maybe Ban could go for a stun right after. Looks like didn't have a stun to follow. But that's going to be the pet join in. Totem does recover a little bit of health very quickly. Ban lagging a little bit. Mindful Insanity. Into a stun onto Totem. Totem knocking him back. Ban got himself lots of plenty of casting. Totem looking to escape. Big Elu Blast onto Ban. Does he have the damage? Massive zap. Actually could put some pressure onto Ban. Ban forced to trinket. Totem has to play aggressive. Doesn't want to get himself some cover behind the pillar. But that fear with Mind Games could be extremely deadly. Needs to be very, very careful with how much healing he does. Or when he heals. Needs to wait out for the Mind Games as soon as he can. As soon as the Mind Game is over, now you go for a heal. And Ban did use a lot of his defenses just now. This is where Totem realized, yep, I need my Maelstrom, I need my damage. Dampening is going to end up becoming really, really tough for me. Trying to clean Ban off of all the buffs. Getting a right interrupt on Shadow damage is going to be crucial here. Interrupt him on Holy, but still has access to the Disperse. Ban could use this Disperse to survive it. That's exactly what he's going to do as Totem does go for a big Elu Blast. A totem looking to reposition behind the pillar. Fear him out in the open. Does have a tremor totem for it. That's going to be horror bolts. Can he avoid the horror bolts? Try to see if he can play DDR with it. It's like stun onto totem with a pet. Does ban have enough damage? Light the lasso for totem. I think it's taking him out. I think there's no way out of this one. Oh, totem does end up chasing him down. Taking him out of the game. And Chicago going to be up next. Wait, there's Chicago. Here we are. What's up, Twice? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Got themselves the Raptors. Potentially a temporal, oh, not temporal, but a primordial. Chicago with massive blasts on the totems, just bringing back that shaman glory. Oh my god! Chicago just went in. They weren't really worried about their health at all. They were just trying to stay in. Cool Class XZ is going to be up next, playing that destruction as a pet sacrifice build with mad stamina. So this man is playing for like the biggest stamina and the biggest shielding build. The one initial dark pack when he goes in for that pet ability for stamina buff, all those other defensives with one dark pack is going to be basically a million worth of shielding with a recent 40% stamina increase. Try to slow down Chicago. Chicago is going to have to do something in order to give himself a little bit of mobility. Sunder onto Cool Class. Cool Class trying to see if he can drop down a bunch of totems. Going to be Trinket. Trying to go for a big Infernal with Chicago, but I think he was able to avoid it. Cool Class got himself plenty of defenses. Trying to see if he can just save through the damage of Chicago. All these totems, all of these portals just blast out Chicago with unholy magic from Twisting Nether. As Cool Class trying to see if he can catch up to him. Trying to see if he can stay ahead of the Shaman. Chicago finding some cover behind the pillar, looking for a bit of an escape, looking for a bit of a heal, as this is going to be a full Earth Elemental join, and Cool Class could just blast it out in case he wants to. Has a target that he can actually drain from if he wants to maintain like a massive shield. Chicago trinkets out of it, leaping over to Cool Class, trying to maybe go for a proc. If Chicago's still playing for the Ascendance proc-based build, it could be a pretty good spot. Knocking Cool Class out in the open, away from any kind of portals, does let him go for a portal back, and that's going to be Chicago retreating behind the pillar, looking for a bit of recovery, while Cool Class is using his Warlock tankiness just to recover all the health from the Earth Elemental. I think Chicago definitely needs to go for the best kind of burst anytime Dark Pact is down. That's when you really make an impact. Casting circles, so Cool Class making sure he doesn't get interrupted. Sunder, so Chicago has to rotate whatever CC they can in order to deal with him. Going to be a portal joining in. Try to see if he can blast him out, and that is definitely not my mix that we're listening to right now, as it's going to be mad damage on the Chicago. Cool Class, try to see if he can take him down, blast him out of the game. Big Casbolt to the ready is going to get knocked back, could board back up top, and it's exactly what he's going to do. He's utilizing that ramp in order to get himself a better perch position. If Chicago utilizing the knockback in order just to separate away from Cool Class for just a second. Why do my bigs do that sometimes? Just all of a sudden just stops playing it. Have it on shuffle, have it on repeat. And it's like, just keep playing it. Well, I get over here. Last one to Cool Class. Chicago trying to see maybe they can make some damage happen. Grounding totem with the ready in case they need it. Gonna be portals dropping in. Mad damage onto the Shaman. Could be in a bit of trouble. Trying to go for double stones on a Cool Class. Actually could be in big trouble as well. Got himself a full blasphemy, but it's gonna be rooted out. Chicago trying to see if he can back away while the blasphemy is in the game. Now Chicago lanes could utilize the mobility with roots in order to escape the Warlock. But that's going to be Rain of Fire, dropping in big ghost tools, just letting him build up Maelstrom, just still standing in Rain of Fire. That is a pretty big immolate on him. At some point, definitely needs to swap in, stay on Cool Class, pop some defenses, maybe utilize the ground totem, maybe get an interrupt, because eventually this Warlock is going to whittle you down. Knocked out in the open, but does put you back up. That's going to be a portal swapping in. That's going to just add bonus damage, but that's going to be ground totem for a second, although the portals does reattach itself back to it. Chicago doing a bit of damage. Cool Class is going to go for a mad trinket. Just needs himself a little bit of instant cast damage in order to catch up to Chicago. Try to go for a Curse of Exhaustion. But the Shaman is able to break past those slows in Ghost Wolf. I think unable to get slowed below 100% movement speed, right? So you can basically maintain like constant movement speed, which gives him lots of survivability, lots of escape capabilities. Chicago with a wall of the ready, grounding totem could potentially make a big play versus Cool Class as he does pour back around Chicago. Is going to Mortal Coil him. Chicago with a trinket, trying to go for an interrupt. Cast a circle out for Cool Class. Is going to try to see if he can escape him. Infernal coming down, but no. Chicago does end up escaping the Infernal. It is going to start to swing around, maybe add you a little bit more damage. At some point, Cool Class, the man had like a stun, or maybe could get a proper fear on Chicago. He could be in a good spot. Big Casbolt does slam with the Shaman. Lightning lasso around the corner. As it was Dark Pack for Cool Class. Chicago could potentially make a play. No more Dark Pack for a second. Cool Class ports out of the way. Chicago leaping next to him. Going to be fear down. Does not have a way to break it. Chicago just going to take that fear. And this is where Cool Class is going in for a drain onto the Shaman, as he's trying to see if he can stay ahead of the competition. Chicago, maybe you can get some Maelstrom. Maybe you can make some damage happen. Cool Class has a lot of stamina. Going to be double stones onto Cool Class. Mortal Coil is going to hit him. Second stun to follow. I don't think the second stun actually did much. Fear next. Chicago is going to try to see if he can walk over the platform before the Fear could really hit him. The portal is going to do a ton of damage. Going to be a massive drain. The portal's still doing a lot of damage. Still doing a lot of work. Chicago's super low on health. Actually can still die to the dots at 49% dampening. No health whatsoever. If they get line of sighted by Cool Class, it could be in a bad spot. He could port on top of it. Does he have the line of sight? Conflict rate 1. Is that going to be enough damage? The Chicago is barely alive. How are you still alive though? Next portal opening is going to be deadly. This is where Cool Class just needs some kind of mobility to catch up to Chicago. Got him some big gateway. Doesn't go nearly as far as he wanted to. Super unfortunate. May have to go for a port. Lasso by Chicago. Has a chicken very, very soon. Has defenses too. Wait, could he still live? Chicago looking for escape, looking for recovery. Oh my goodness. Cool Class trying to go for another gateway. I don't think he has the ability to go to another, use the gateway, but he can at least reestablish one. And Chicago recovered a lot of health. Mortal Coil, this will Cool Class kind of out of a position compared to where his portals are. But he's going to try to see if he can tank up the damage versus Chicago. And Chicago double stuns with the capacitor totem. It is going to interrupt Cool Class quite a bit. He got the casting circle, so he should be uninterruptible. But Chicago for a little bit of time. Chicago with a wall, as is going to be one of the portals opening in. Going to be interrupt onto the chaos bolt. Second chaos bolt flying through them. Third chaos bolt, maybe grounding turret for Chicago. Try to see if he can take it out. Light the last one to Cool Class. Doesn't last long at all. Could potentially port to get himself line inside of Chicago. May decide to do so. It's exactly what he's going to do. Does he have enough instant cast in order to take down Chicago? I think he just can't. He has to keep rushing after him. He just has to keep waddling up to Chicago. At some point, maybe. That's going to be a massive chaos portal, dude. At this point, I feel like Chicago, I don't know how the Shaman survives this. They've been hanging around on the last bit of health for so long. I don't know if they survive this at all. I feel like eventually Cool Class is going to get an Infernal, that'll get a couple of gateways, and then he's going to be able to make a big play. But it's just so hard to tell. Chicago trying to avoid him as much as possible. If only the Warlock had any kind of mobility, he'd be able to catch up to Chicago. Mortal Coil, this is going to CC Chicago. They're going to go for a Trinket. Grounding Totem is going to be able to take it out. Has an Infernal coming back up very, very soon. Chicago Ghost Wolves maybe can make a play here. Going to be a full defensive for Cool Class. Got himself casted circle, so at least while he's standing in circle, he can't get interrupted. Desi will port here. This is going to be a Root Totem onto Cool Class. Maybe if he can port, if he's in a range, maybe he can make some play. Chicago leaping in as the shields are going to be falling down. Infernal slamming in. Going to be knocking Cool Class way out in the open. That's going to be one portal dropping in. Does Chicago get hit with a big blast? There's going to be lots of fell damage with an Infernal. Not much it can do. Maybe it can build up a little bit of Maelstrom. But that portal just continues to blast right through them. It's a cast. Oh, it does go down. That was a long one, man. That Warlock is actually unkillable. He doesn't do a lot of damage very quickly. But if you fight him and he holds his ground, I don't know what you can do against him. Gonna be Seavark trying to go for the interrupt versus Cool Class. Blasting him out with missiles. This is gonna be a Mortal Coil out of the Warlock. Trying to see if he can deal with him. He gets so much health. So much survivability. It's actually insane. Cool Class just trying to see if he can waddle out of there. Seavark is gonna have to use the mobility, but at least Cool Class doesn't have a lot of health to work with. This high dampening, not much you can really do. Battle Masters, all those health increases, very, very limited when he can use them. This is gonna go for Dark Pep, but you can see that shield, this high in dampening, doesn't really do much at this point. Big missiles, does go for an interrupt with Seavark. There's also gonna be a couple of Shadow Bolts from a portal. Just chipping away at Seavark's health and his shields as well. Cool Class try to see if he can maybe get himself some drains. He may need Soulfire Drain if he wants to go for like the biggest recovery possible. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to do much. And this execute range, Seavark is going to be able to wipe him out of the game fairly quickly. That's crazy. Last Mark are going to be up next, trying to slow down Seavark. Looking for a big blast. Does miss the breath though. That's super unfortunate. As Seavark goes for a blink invis immediately. Polymorph from the last Marker is going to be able to blast him out. Going for that Kyrian Radiant Spark. Maybe enough damage. Does he have the big barrage to follow? Try to get a knockback onto the Evoker, but Evoker gets so much instant cast damage, so much damage while moving. Looking for those procs. Seavark has no health whatsoever. May have to ice block it. There goes the ice block as he sees Lath Evoker making some walls on either side, just erupting the earth around him, going for the big Dragon's Breath. And Lath is gonna have to find Seavark. He could pick up the eyes, looking for a little bit of survivability, but at 71% dampening, you can't really get that much survivability. Seavark is gonna go for food as soon as possible. I think eating food is gonna be better passively. For one uses mana and globals, the others you're just sitting down waiting for your cooldowns and just chilling. Seavark with a Nova onto Lath. Lath trying to go for Disintegrate, but I guess maybe like canceled it. Dalaran invis, got him out. Trick it out of last smoker. Just try to see if you can break past it. Gonna be invis for Seavark. Definitely needs to pick up eye. Try to see if you can knock the mage out in the open. Mage is gonna go for big blast. Arcane mage right now. Maybe big damage. Try to see if you can finish it. Oh, but lad does it. I'm taking him out at the end of the day. With the procs of Eternity Surge. That is so much. That Warlock lived for a while, by the way. Jesus. Last RNG rip. That's unfortunate, man. Very, very unfortunate to see. That was a long one, man. Let's get another one going, yeah. We gotta get red in here. Was it red? No, we gotta get Leroy in here too versus red. We're ready again? Sounds good. Red, let me know if you're ready. I wanna try and see if we can get you in here. That if we're not ready, we can get last maybe then. Let me know, boys. Red versus Leroy, let's go. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Here we go, 144. How are you so good at casting? I don't think I am, Methril. I don't know, Methanol. I messed up your name like 3-4 times in a row. I am not that good at casting. I just like World of Warcraft. I just do this for fun. I don't think I'm that good at all. Wait, all you guys are hanging out in Discord. Yo, let's go. Everybody in there, dude. Let's go. Huge. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are using Discord. Hell yeah. Try to keep it too rowdy there. You guys are very good at casting. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. They don't need it. Even I posted it. Guys, please go to the forums and nerf type for Warlocks. Nerf type everywhere. If they don't nerf Warlock, gets messed up. Yeah, maybe. You're excited. It's like 90% of what you need. You're excited, and that's like 90% of what you need. I do agree to that extent. Yes, I do get excited. I don't like the game. I feel like you need to be excited if you want to cast and commentate stuff. I feel like you could definitely bring energy into things you don't really care about, but I like learning about WoW classes, I like learning about builds, and I get excited about the synergies, and yeah, it's difficult to do it if you're not excited. It's hard to bring that energy if you're not like in it, if you're not like invested into it. I feel like you need to be invested into it to get a viewer invested into it too. It's very important to a degree. But I do it because I like it. I don't think I'm good at it. I just kind of sit here and yell into a microphone, boys. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed. I'm glad you guys are entertained by it. That's all I'm here for, is just entertainment and enjoyability. So, well, like survivability is kind of nuts. That's why I named it cool class. Wait, that was you? Oh, okay. I just realized it now. All right, cool. Hey, Red, are we ready? We're ready? We're ready, Red? Trying to see if you're good to go, my guy. You making hype? Hell yeah. Leroy versus Lat. We can definitely get them both in there. Yes, I'm just trying to see if Red is at the ready, because Red did say like, oh, I got a team. So I want to make sure he's all good to go. What's up, Mark? You want to join us, by the way? You had to play it once, right? That bomb build? Hit me with it, man. Hit me with that bomb build. I mean, 12k? Really? Wait, from a bomb? Shrapnel bomb? Yeah, 12k. It's not super incredible. But it's okay. I think that mostly bombs are supposed to be for AoE, but yeah, in single target they are a little bit weaker. I think what they're really trying to do with the Survival Hunter is not for the global in PvP. Yeah, I think they're really trying to make Survival all about that, getting up in melee, and really getting a couple of those Mongoose Bites, Raptor Strikes in. Because Raptor Strikes and Mongoose Bites, I think it should be a lot more effective, shouldn't they be? But I do wonder, like a range build that you had earlier with the Arcane Shots. Mongoose times more damage? Yeah. What about Arcane Shots? Do those do any good damage? Like if you go for a bow and ranger build. Mongoose Bite moment, yeah. Honestly, maybe better to do Mongoose Bites. What about Arcane Shots if you were to like, yeah, go bow and Arcane Shot? How much damage does that do? If any. I don't know if you have Arcane Shots at the ready or not. 32k! Wait, 13k! Wait, why do Arcane Shots do that much? 17k! Why do Arcane Shots do 30k DPS? Why? Honestly, maybe better to go Arcane ranged survival build. 5k more than bombs. That's crazy. Yeah, wow. That ranger build is huge. Wait, I need to see what kind of build you got though. Because I want to see if you got like the bomb build with all the grenades. Yeah, I think you do. Bombs buff, bomb buff, bomb buff. Yeah, that's with the full bomb build too and everything. That's crazy. Yeah, even Wildfire Bound just reduced the cooldown of it. Yeah, this might not be worth it. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a weird one. Blood for the Blood God? Hold on. Let me get you in here, Blood for the Blood God. Let me get you in here, boys. So Red God, I think, may be down for the count, boys. So we're gonna get, blah, blah in here. Leroy and Lath, both of these teams. Let's get you guys in here. Get some 5V5 1v1 DUELS. A couple more of these before we call it for the night. I'm enjoying these a lot, boys, so I'm down to keep going as long as you guys wanna. Are you to see rogues? We got some rogues yesterday. Tonight we've seen like one rogue. But I got an how is that, so that's gonna be another rogue. We got some rogues, boys. Literal Atlas. Yeah. Oh, two rogues. We got Lethal Strike. And we got ourselves on How Assess. So we got us as a couple of rogues. Hell yeah. How to play beta? You have to get invited, bud. You have to get invited in the BNet. Check your BNet and make sure you sign up over in the main Blizzard website for the beta. That or you gotta win one of the raffles. But there's no, like, I guess the only thing you can do close to beta, like to test out classes, you could do pre-patch or PTR. I guess you don't even need to do that. You can do pre-patch at this moment. But if you want to join us on the beta, you have to get invited to beta and have it in your BNet. But yeah. Let's get ourselves another going, boys. Yeah, switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Cold Class and that Unkillable Warlock. We got a Crusade over on the Warrior with lots of work on the Evoker C-Bus as Demonology with Totem Maids. Bringing all the totems and bringing the maids in. Dead Guy over on Team 2. Probably the most accurate name. Lethal Strike. We got Varg. We got on How Assess. Opening up first with Cool Clouds. Trying to go for the most amount of damage over time. Cloaker Shadows. Cool Clouds trying to see if we can back up out of it. The dots are just melting. The boy, though, may be in a bit of trouble. This Assassination Rogue dots are just melting the guy. Can't he respond? Literally goes for a mad heal just to recover all this dot damage. As I think on How Assess was waiting for those dots to do work. Dropping down Casting Circle. Trying to see if he can go for big drains versus on How. He's going to be dropping in a big cannonballs from the portal. And he just needs line of sight of on How Assess if you want to catch up to him. Have himself the board, have himself the gateway, so he may be able to utilize it to his advantage on How Assess goes in for the grow. Trying to establish the most amount of control versus Cool Class. As he dives into a dome, looking for a slow onto on How does it for a shift just to slow down the Warlock with the Infernal around the corner, dropping in more portals, tricking us out of the blind, got us to play to mobility. On How it says dives in a cell, but he sails it down on him. If he ever pokes out a cell, the portals should attack him again, shouldn't they? No, somehow was able to remove a lot of the damage over time. I don't even know how he removed it. It looked like he had a dot burning on him, but I guess it gone away. And I think on How he's just not even going to touch the Warlock while he's out in the open with an Infernal. He's just going to play it very defensively, wait until cooldowns. He's definitely going to have a big go after the Dark Pact is gone. And as the Infernal disappears, this round Saz goes in, trying to make a play. Trying to go for an interrupt onto the Castle Circle, but couldn't quite do it. So he has to find a way to deal with all this drain damage. Got himself a Shadow Step, but a Mortal Coil is going to send him back out the open. And Kukla is going for massive trades. Getting the shot, got himself a board. Big cannons lobbed out of the portal. Sepsis onto Cool Class, does have a Dark Pact in case he needs to. This is where on How goes in for the most amount of damage over time. If he's playing that, if he's playing Kingsbane, I think he may need to stay on Cool Class as long as possible. Not let the dot damage rot him down, but rather ramp up the damage of the passive damage of that poison. I think that may end up being a little bit more helpful, especially when dealing against such a tanky class. Dark Pact, so Cool Class is basically invulnerable to damage. Massive shield that covers a good portion of his health. On How try to see if he can deal with it. Cool Class is going in for drains. He's just looking for recovery. As is going to be a portal around the corner, just blast it out on How's ass. He can't dodge it. He can't really avoid it. It's going to end up tickling him a little by little. So you can manage the damage. But it is going to be pretty rough once you have 3 of those portals at the ready. And Cool Class trying to see if he can find a button. How it does dip behind stealth for just a second. Is able to break away from the guy. I feel like for How he's just going to need everything at the ready. He needs to poke out, force the cooldowns on a Cool Class, the one defensively, and then go for the most amount of damage. Actually, right now he has a window. 15 seconds into the Dark Pact, no wall for a little bit. This could be potentially the play. If he has himself the full go, this could be the play to do it. Does he have a Cloak of Shadows? He does. Go for the full set of dots. Maybe Cloak of Shadows. Cloak of Shadows to try to not give Cool Class any opportunity to heal off of it. Try to see if he can summon some portals. This one How needs to find a way to interrupt any kind of self-healing. This one Cool Class looking for the full recovery. Trying to go for trade. While he's in Castle Circle, he can't really be interrupted. There goes the Dark Pact, but he does lose out on that borrowed health. He's very, very limited what he can do. Maybe this is where the rogue can dismantle him little by little. Just used to wait a little bit longer until the Dark Pact is gone, landing that interrupt. There goes the Sepsis, lost the damage over time. Eventually, Dark Pact is going to fall off. It's absorbing so much of the poison damage, so much of the bleeds. Now it's gone. The health bar is exposed. This could be really bad for Cool Class. Going to be an ambush out of Unhow. Needs to get a garrote on him to interrupt him. Maybe a kick. There he goes. I think he may have gotten the Warlock down. Does end up taking him down. The Assassination Rogue find a way to dismantle and take apart the Destruction Warlock. Was Siva's gonna be up next? Oh no! From one Warlock into the next. Oh, hopefully Assassins are ready here. C-Bus got himself lots of little portals. What's portals use actually? Are all of them their own portals? Ambush out of the rogue with a garrote to follow. C-Bus going for a port really early, sending out the new Doggins versus Unhow, who got themselves a massive cold blood, able to get himself a fatty crit. Big defensive for C-Bus. That's on how to try to see if we can stay on him as best as possible. Gonna be Boros. Wait, all those eyeball demons, Iron Ghoul Dance joined in. He got himself with a lucky prog. Those eyeballs are doing so much damage. Look at him doing work. And now Assassin in a tight spot. These eyeballs are just relentless. They're still attached to you, staring into your soul, burning you from the inside. Axe Toss, Demon Doggers. I think it's gonna be over as C-Bus does take him out. Plenty of mobility on this Warlock. Blasted him out. Lath looks like wants to be up first, but I think Varg isn't stealth. Wait, it's gonna be Varg next? Oh, okay. That got confusing for a second. Varg is playing that cheesy survival range build. See if you can maybe make a play with C-Bus. C-Bus is gonna go for Mortal Call, quick fear with the Demon Doggos. Varg pop himself to Survivor of the Fittest. Try to see if maybe he can get some demon damage onto C-Bus. That's gonna be explosive shot, trying to go for arcane shots at a distance. And it's going to be able to go for a little bit extra health. Does go for a buff. I'm not really sure what kind of buff he got. Fear of the Eagle, trying to see if he can stab him with a bow. I don't know how effective is it. Maybe it actually does work. But Varg is trying to go for as much range as possible. Actually able to live through a good portion of this Warlock's burst so far. Demon Dog is charging in. Is going to have to find a way to tame these dogs. Demon Dogs still charging out. Big bites to follow. That's going to be a turtle as he gets rampaged down by the army of the Legion. But is going to be able to survive it. Biting shot onto the Warlock. Varg trying to get some damage onto C-Bus. And Varg is kind of limited what he can do, but he's actually starting to crack the defenses of the Warlock. Mortal Coil, and actually Varg got him plenty of survivability. What is healing ya? I'm not even sure what's healing him, but it's got a lot of self-survivability right now. I don't know what's keeping you topped off. I don't know what's keeping you alive. Axe Toss and C-Bus trying to see if he can lock you down. Hand to go downs back to back. This is where Varg wants to close the gap. And this duel, throwing in grenades, Dark Pact out, but C-Bus stabbing him with a bow, but it's gonna be Demon Dog charging into Fate Death for just a second. Varg with no health. Oh, Demon Bolt Dust crash on the side of him. I don't know how you surviving there for a second. You had plenty of healing. What was that? Lethal Strike gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can go for Cloak of Shadows, immediate stun, full burst on the C-Bus. C-Bus is kind of limited what he can really do. I think that was full Death Pact, isn't it? So if that was not Death Pact, Death Mark. So it's going to be all the bleeds ramped up. Could be in a big trouble. There's going to be Lethal Strike, taking a lot of damage too. Poison Bomb on the C-Bus, trying to see if he can waddle out of it. It's going to be going for the gateway. Lethal Strike is just surrounded by the armies of the dead. Mortal Coil as he goes for a Shadow Step. Fear in the opposite direction. Not really doing great on health either. That's going to be a Fel Lord join, or not Fel Lord. Felguard joining in. Fel Lord are a lot bigger. Oh, big damage to Lethal, maybe in trouble. Oh, I don't know what C-Bus did to that guy. But it did crush him down. Is it going to be that guy next? That guy jumping in. Leaping in. Literally charging out on C-Bus. Trying to see if we can take him down. Big spirit to follow. C-Bus kind of surrounded. Not much you can really do. Reflect up for that guy. C-Bus trying to see if he can take it up with wall. This man is just an indomitable force. That guy's the one actually getting blasted up by the tyrant. Wait, this could have been turning around. Trying to go for a fear. Does C-Bus have any more mobility? Trying to get a couple hand go downs. Wait, he can still lift this. Big condemns by that guy. Trying to see if he can take him down. C-Bus just draining his soul. Just trying to see if he can fight right through it. Mortal Coil, that guy maybe in a bit of bad position. Oh my god, C-Bus. What are you doing to these boys? Demonology Warlock, man. Unstoppable. Oh my goodness. As Leroy tried to see if he can veer around him. This is where C-Bus is going to have to be very careful. Going to be a full silent sigil. Is going to go for a trick, maybe a little early. Could use mobility to get out of here. Big Dark Pact as Leroy tried to see if he can crack through those defenses. C-Bus needs to escape it immediately. It's going to be Mad Hunt. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this one scot-free. Unless he got a Mortal Coil or some kind of heal. I think it's over, C-Bus. There's no way, right? There's no way. The Demon Hunter finds his target. Lath Walker is going to be up next, immediately hitting Leroy with a Fire Breath. and is trying to see if he can disintegrate him down. Root onto Leroy is going to be dropping out Darkness, trying to see if he can avoid Last. Last is trying to see if he can delay his damage while he's sitting on Darkness. Going to go for big mastery damage, trying to see if he can catch up to Leroy, missing that big Dragon Breath, but almost gets him. Disintegrate out for Last. Vulcan Trinket follow him. Leroy trying to see if he can avoid him. Big immunity as he's looking to escape out of here, running for his life. Looking to maybe get himself a little bit more resources, fired up and ready to go. Big soul cleave. Last Vulcan trying to see if he can use the mobility to avoid him. Leroy kind of overcharging, overleaping away from Last. Overshooting a little bit. Last with big procs to follow. Leroy looking to slay the demon, picking up the demonic soul. This is where Last Vulcan is going to go for as much self-healing as humanly possible. Trying to get himself as much of an opportunity to escape with a big chain, big heal, big damage as Last. Looking to continue the pressure versus Leroy does go down though. Crusade is the last one left as a Fury Warrior. Needs to find a way to fight through Leroy. While he's got that meta, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be spawning in a quick demon, a quick Shivari he can slay behind the pillar and use it to leech some health. Crusade, just all he can really do is just try to see if he can chase up to Leroy, maybe build up a bit of damage, try to go for the Odin's Fury, ramping up a lot of damage. Can he make it work here? Does not really have a way to lock down Leroy. Does get a Stormbolt last second though. Check out on Leroy just to make sure he can take down the demon. Stun back into Crusade. Crusade may have to be thinking about defenses. Mad damage out of the Demon Hunter. Crusade trying to see if he can recover all of it. Leroy, as soon as he's done with that damage, the hit and run strat, Skull is behind the pillar. Crusade charges out at him, trying to get some bloodthirst healing off him. And Leroy is avoiding him entirely. Quick hunt as the warrior charges in. That's going to be a full pet stunning out. Oh my god, Leroy. They can't be doing it to these boys. Leroy, they've been nerfing Demon Hunters back to back. You can't be doing that. C-Bus with a 4-0. Or 4-1 rather. Was having himself a hell of a run against these rogues. Blasting out these boys. But Leroy, combined with dampening, eventually took its toll. Does end up going for a hell of a run, to say the least. Definitely a hell of a run. Let's get another going, boys, yeah? Another 5V5 1v1 up and roll away. Boys, if you guys got a group, yo, Red, Silver, or Last rather, or Leroy, if you guys still got groups, let's get in here. That was painful. That was pretty rough. Actually, both of you kind of missed your abilities. The Dragon Breath and the, what's it called? The Dragon Breath missed, but so did Meta a little bit. You guys got overshot it a little. I think we're maybe disbanding a past lead to Varg. Oh, really? Oh, unfortunate, man. I've been enjoying these duels. That's okay. Let's see if we get a group 30. Varg, if you're still going to be holding on to the group, man, you're more than welcome to. If Varg is still going to be holding on to the group, we could get some more 5-5s in here. Also, some of the dudes from Team Red and some of the dudes from Team, who was it earlier? Vlad, you guys are more welcome to join Varg, so we can still have a team. We're like crazy here. Team another damage the same man. All of them are pretty crazy. There's gonna be a new druid ability called Stun Seed. It stuns anyone that reads it backwards. These nuts. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it. I like it. You just gotta get God to get the joke, you know what I mean? You just gotta do it for a second. Stun Seed. I like that. It's so like, it's so simple. But it's so fitting for WoW too. The Fury Warrior's single target damage is very, very low. Is it really? Who's inviting? We'll see. Varg, let me know if you still got a team, or if not, we need to make a second one. Let me know, boys. Varg, whisper me if you actually holding the group or if you fell apart. Varg, just let me know if you still holding on the group or it fell apart. Because Chicago wants to keep playing. Otherwise, you can maybe have Chicago start a group. I can see where I can get the boys in there or whoever else I got. By the way, boys, thanks so much for joining me this evening. This has been really, really fun hanging out with all of you and hosting some 5V5 1v1 duels. Varg. Everyone left. I think I'm going to sleep soon. Okay, sounds good, Varg. Doesn't man. So we do need a second group if you guys want to start it. I guess what I could do is I could start the group for you guys. Let's do it like that. Just so we have a chance to put a group together. Varg and that Leroy's group is done, but I'll start a second one if you guys want to join it. Anybody that left Leroy's group, you guys are more welcome to join us. So last of the team ready. I'll make a second one. I'll have to have one of you guys lead on that group because that's how we'll do the queues. But I'll try to get as many of you guys in here if I can. Also, the Tusker is a feral, dude. Look at him go. Look at him go, the big old blubber boy. Oh, look at him go, leaping in. Yo, they got animations. They got animations for jumping, for leaps and everything. And pounces, let's go. That looks good. Wait, dude, if you could do that in Arena, that'd be hilarious. They got full animations. They're really trying to make, I swear to God, Tuskar are going to be an allied race, man. They're literally giving them a combat animation and stuff. Look at all, I swear to God, there could be an allied race easily. So we got our team, boys. If you want to join us, we got a group listed in Molten Core Legacy Raid section. If you guys want to find us there in the Legacy Raid, join us up. Once you get a 5-man in here, we'll be good to go. So 5-man minus me. I'll convert to raid. The plan for sure. So many people love Tuskar. Yeah, I mean they're adding so many more animations. I feel like, yeah, I totally could see Tuskar, like Tuskar Shaman, Tuskar Warriors, Tuskar Hunters, Tuskar Priests maybe, right? Like they're so cool. Like we have so many more customization of Tuskar too. I think they could probably be done kind of similar to like, you know how Valpera, we were helping Valpera and Volduin, and then Valpera became part of the allied race of Horde. I feel like Tuskar could be like an allied race of Alliance and Horde, because it could just join one or the other. Or would they pick one faction? I guess, I imagine, what if we did like Gnolls and Tuskar? One faction gets Gnolls, the other gets Tuskar. I feel like Tuskar are cooler. Although Gnolls are also like old school favorite for many players as well. Those are pretty cool. If you guys want to join us, more than welcome to. Trying to see if we can put a group together. And I guess I'll go back to advertising too. Forming, hosting 5v5 1v1 duels. Have one team ready. Team ready. Need more for the second group. Whisper if interested. I'm gonna mount up on my Spectral Tiger, so it look like I have some sort of authority. How do you guys even get these things anyway? Nose would be would be nice rather be Sethrak. Really? Oh, Sethrak would be kind of cool. Who would Sethrak go with? Horde? I imagine they would go with Horde, unless you give Alliance them. I don't know, man. That's a hard one, because when you have Tuskar, every faction wants Tuskar. Every one of them will want Tuskar. But then what do you give the other faction? Sethrak. I think Tuskar are better than Sethrak. Nose are cool, but I think Tuskar are cooler. There's just nothing that competes with Tuskar. So the only way I could really see Tuskar is like giving them Alliance and a Horde version of Tuskar. Kind of like Pandas. You know how you have Pandas for Alliance, Pandas for Horde? They probably would do Tuskar as an allied race, Horde and Alliance. Two major factions, and the Tuskar get to choose one or the other. Since we have a lot more like cross-faction stuff, Tuskar could be like, you know what, we have to pick factions. Or maybe it could be different two tribes of Tuskar. But they're still the same, basically. But it's like one tribe, one with a Horde, one tribe, one with Alliance, because of like, I don't know, similar interests. Or whatever it may be. Hey, I'm interested. SP, we got SP in here for the win. SP for the win. We need 2 more boys, and we'll be good to go. We need 2 more. Which had a beta key? Boys, if all y'all had beta keys, I'm sure we'll see all of y'all join us for 5v5 1v1 duels, man. By the way, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Super fun hanging out with all of you. I've been enjoying these duels a lot. Yesterday we had hell of a duels, lots of duels as well, and tonight we got a couple of fresh games in here as well. Murloc, okay, Murloc also cheating. So Tuskar and Murloc I feel like are cheating, but if you did have Murlocs, man, that's another fan favorite. I feel like Murloc and Tuskar are neck to neck, because Murlocs, love them or hate them, they've always been somewhere in WoW at all times. They are the iconic, one of the most original races of WoW. Tuskar are beloved because I think a lot of people have spent time with them in Wrath, and they're just always really chill, really unique looking, and they just look awesome. Like, I guess it's the whole walrus mustache. It is the way that they run, the way they move. And it's just going to be so fun hanging out with them over in the Iskara tribe in Dragonlands. I'm very happy about it too. We just need 2 more boys if you guys want to join. But yeah, Murlocs and Tuskar, that's a tough one, man, because I would want both. Yeah, that would be tough. But I feel like they won't really do Murlocs because they're too much of like a funny race in World of Warcraft. They've never really been taken super seriously either. They're usually like a little bit of a joke bad guy here and there, or like one of the early level areas you're fighting Murlocs, and you maybe see him once in a while. Like you would be doing like the Legion, and you'll be fighting fell Murlocs corrupted by the Burning Legion. That's like a world quest or something. I feel like Murlocs would be a real threat and maybe a real race once WoW is like, okay, we're not gonna have any more expansions. once they're done. Completely over. No more. Good Tusker main? That Tusker main, hell yeah, dude. I like a Katsuna with hero races. That'd be cool to see. I just don't know how they would like invite them, right? Because a lot of the allied race stuff, they usually get invited after like a little bit of time. Oh, Chicago, by the way, if you're hanging out in the Alliance area, if you want to ask any of the boys in the Alliance side, like, yo, trying to put a group together, you guys want to join us? More than welcome to. If you want to let them know, man. Because maybe this way we can get some more people in here too. Does that guy want to join, by the way? Or was he... Because he was a Team Leroy. If he wants to come back, join in, man, he's more than welcome to if you want to try it. Or C-Bus. I don't know if you're together with Lath or whatnot. Actually, I think you are with Lath. So you won't be able to join in. Let me advertise it some more. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to get a bunch of races over time. I just don't know if they're like... They usually need to have like a good way of like introducing them. During Legion, we met all these like, you know, high mountain tribes, Void Elves, sorta, Light Force for sure, and the Nightborn, and those guys got introduced pretty easily. All of BFA was like recruiting others to join the cause for Alliance and Horde to bolster the numbers. Sequel Tunes, Zindalari, we spent time with them. The Magar and the Dark Iron I thought was done fairly easily. Voldun, what's it called? Volpera and the Mechagon Mechanones also made sense too. And then we kind of just got Evokers. Vlad, yo, let's go, my guy. Hey, we need one more. Unomas chat, it'll be good to go. But it's like, the last time we really interacted with anybody were like Shadowlands, Ventir, Kyrian, Necrolords, all them. And I guess in Dragonlands we really just got... I mean, I guess in Dragonlands we got Tuskar, so that could be like somebody we could bring in. We got the... Not Consortium, what are they called? The major factions. We got Dragonscale Expedition, which is just like us. Normal like Horde and Alliance races, just like part of the expedition. Maruk Centaur, I don't know if you could really see... I couldn't see Centaurs joining as an allied race. Because like very, very similar to how... Like how people say, like, how Murloc's gonna fit with shoes on. Like, these guys are got hooves and stuff, and like, four-legged. How are they gonna fly mounts? Ezekiel, let's go. Well, Draken Accord, I think it's just dragons. Yeah, so like, the only really faction that's like a playable, playable people that we'd be able to use, that'll be kind of difficult to do. Because it's only Tuskar. I can totally see Tuskar as an allied race for both factions, though. Alright, Vlad, I'm gonna make a lead real quick. We'll delist... Dead guy? Oh no, Dead guy, I'm sorry. Sorry, Dead guy. Dead guy, we filled. Sad face. Laugh, are you ready? He's sitting down in front of me, waiting. Sorry for making you wait so long. Vlad, I'm gonna make a lead real quick so then we can queue this up. Yes, okay. So let's do this. We filled. We got, instead of blah blah, I'm gonna do Vlad. Instead of a grand, we do Nokudon 1. Nice. The way I remember Nokudon is still by thinking of the word noodles, and it just comes to me. I don't know why. Hey, now what's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? Doing some 5V5 1v1 Duels over on the Dragonflight beta. How you doing, my guy? By the way, chat, tomorrow we'll be diving more into beta Mythic Plus dungeons. I'm very excited about those. Very, very excited about those. That'll be really fun. Alrighty, let's see how we do. Switch. Wait, switch. Here we go. Sorry, I need to slow down a little bit. Definitely need to slow down just a hair. Cool class over for the Team 1 as an unbreakable Gesture Warlock. Played the cheesiest, tankiest build imaginable. Crusade over the Druid, last work on the Evoker. C-Bus is a Warlock and Totem Maids. Bringing the totems and bringing the maids. We got ourselves Ascriel? I kind of like the mug. Wait, that kind of fits. Wait, it's got this like tan, greenish thing going on. That's wicked. We got this bodybuilder over for the Team 2. Dad boy Vlad with SP for the win and Chicago. This is going to be first, this is going to be last. Chicago playing that Ventir. Wait, not Ventir. Enhancement, I meant to say. That, oh my god, that set looks so good. That Shaman set looks great. Crusade going to be first up over for the Team 1. Skulking through the shadows, trying to see if it can tussle with Chicago. He's playing that enhancement with an Ascendance. Goes to his grounding totem. So not playing a proc Ascendance, just a real Ascendance. Knocking the Feral back in the opener as they're trying to see if they can sink their teeth and claws into Chicago. Got themselves Ghost Tools at the ready. But looks like they're just going to back up, just going to kind of hold the ramp. Not gonna do anything. Just kind of chilling back. I guess Crusade did pop Berserk, so you don't really need to go and fight him if you don't want to. You could just hang back, wait for his cooldowns to be done. But just try to see if you can maybe catch him. Gonna be a quick route onto Crusade. Definitely see your power shot to break out of the sword whenever you can. Big Convoke the Spirits. Chicago just taking the damage. I think maybe the totem have taken a bite or two, but live through the full Convoke. Gonna be a trick out of Crusade. How did Chicago live that? Was it just the unluckiest Convoke? That or the totem soaked a couple of those bites? I'm not even sure how you lived it. Normally you go Convoke and that's big bites, big damage. And you're just done for the count. I'm actually surprised. Alright, live Convoke to tell the tale of it. Minute into the duel. Crusade back in stealth. Trying to see if he can get himself another opener versus Chicago. Round 2. Full bleeds. Looking to make some damage happen. Big Feral Frenzy. Got himself everything he needs. Chicago trying to see if he can maybe take up some damage. He's going to try to build in some pressure. There's going to be lots of bleeds. Got himself plenty of Maelstrom though. Ghost was at the ready. So plenty of cast in order to keep himself alive. It looks like Crusade is taking a little bit of damage from the Ghosts. Like the last time, trying to power shift out of it. Going to be Chicago trying to see if they can maybe get ahead of the Feral. Doing quite a bit of damage actually. What kind of a build you got going on? Is that like a flame lava launch build? Because he's doing quite a bit of sustained damage on the man. Not even pressing Ascendance either. Crusade trying to see if he can play defensively. Get him so the Swarm popping back on him is going to use that heal in order to catch up a little bit of healing. Wall as he's trying to take up the damage from Chicago. Chicago's got to play it very, very safe. Very, very slow. Ghost is ready. Plenty of Maelstrom. Do they just turn around the Feral? Big damage. Thunder to follow. Do they maybe give himself a big, massive proc versus Crusade? Trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. Crusade looking to back up out of there. Chicago leaping in with a charge. Crusade looking to just sprint out of there with a quick route to follow. Definitely needs to power shift out of it. Chicago closing that gap. Could go for a sentence case the one tip. Very, very sustained damage on the Shaman. Lasso. Wait, does Crusade just die? Two in the lasso. Chicago have enough damage to follow. Maim to follow. Then chicken. Oh, and the sentence right after. I don't even know if they really need to use Ascendance, but may want to use that Ascendance for C-Bus immediately. Got himself a limited window. Is going to try to go for those wind strikes back to back as he was playing that Affliction Warlock, trying not to get interrupted by Chicago. This is going to be Chicago dipping right under him. Quick AoE fear. C-Bus established on a hot. Going to be full dots. Full damage on the Chicago. Big Dark Glare. Maybe big damage. Sun around the corner. Trying to see if he can catch up to Chicago. Maybe do they go for a big trade? Chicago's under a ton of pressure with those dots though. Absolutely melting down to the Warlock. As C-Bus trying to see if he can potentially close the gap. Setting up a gateway or at least a port. Chicago diving behind the pillar. Just still rotting through these dots. The Dark Glare slowly veering over to you. It's going to go for a couple of those I-beam zaps. You just try to avoid him as best as possible. Man, that dot damage was huge at the start. And that Dark Glare is still in play. He's still in the game for a second. Ruined C-Bus cannot really do much about it. Can maybe use a Soul, Burn, and a Pour to clear the roots and break out of it. Quick Fear on Chicago. Going for the hunt. Trying to get the dots rolling in. Got himself the Soul Swap. So as long as he got a Soul Shard, he can just put all those dots onto Chicago. Just maintain the sustained focus playstyle. Reflect on Chicago. Trying to go for a lasso, I think, but was interrupted. Trying to go for an interrupt onto the drain for just a second. Chicago under a ton of pressure is going to go wall in the soft though. C-Bus is putting so much damage on Chicago. Has to play it very passively, very defensively. Dude, I like seeing Afflictions, by the way. I always enjoyed them. Or doing Dragonflight, I feel like this Affliction dot build could make such a big return. Chicago looking to sprint out of there. C-Bus on the run, trying to see if he can chase him. Maybe he goes for a big drain around the corner, trying to keep the dots rolling, trying to keep the slows on Chicago, keeping the damage over time. The Affliction's rolling. Chicago knocking it back, doesn't touch the slow, trying to go for a fear. Chicago does get to fear him with a hunt from a distance. Drain soul from afar. Chicago under ton of pressure to survive the dots, trying to heal through it, but they got no Maelstrom whatsoever. There's just no mana. Trying to see if he can fight right through it. Literally drained of mana. Does get a root onto C-Bus, but still just unable to deal with it easily. He looks starting to sell you gun, but the dots are still rotting it down. Oh my goodness. Where is C-Bus's port, by the way? If he has a port in a good spot, he could potentially catch up to Chicago. But Chicago's trying to play this so slow, so steady. He has a port. He could get line inside of Chicago. If he has himself big positional, maybe. Like the last of Chicago is at the ready. Immediate chicken for C-Bus. Ramping up all his dots. Just for Chicago needs to remove some of them. Trying to get interrupted. Quick fear. That's going to be a trinket out of it. Chicago trying to see if he can maybe interrupt the hunt. If that hunt attaches to you, that could be very, very deadly. C-Bus trying to keep the dots rolling while he's got the dark pack. And Chicago looking to get some Maelstrom from those ghosts, maybe able to use that Maelstrom in order to help you recover a little bit of health. C-Bus just trying to see if he can sprint out to Chicago, dropping down a healing totem for a second. And it's going to be a knockback. Using that knockback in order to put C-Bus on the other side of the pillar to avoid him. Doing whatever they can just to get out of there. Go out like a man, Chicago. Honestly, it may help him to just like, stay aggressive and just like keep generating Maelstrom and try to play into a Maelstrom gameplay. It's a lot of dots to deal with, but maybe they could use a grounding shot at the right time. That would be very, very helpful. Here in Chicago, Hunt is going to go for the leap. Going to be the Darkblade joining in. Big Ascendance, walling off. This way you want to make the play. Reflect out for a C-Buzz. The camera's a little bit weird. Going to go for a few into Chicago. It's going to be a big drain to follow. Chicago blasted out. Actually, the wall is going to be falling off very, very soon. She has a lot of dots on him. Trying to go for a bit of a heal. Big drain by C-Buzz. Chicago does go down. C-Buzz was able to drain you out. That's a tough one, man. I feel like you need to find a way where the Warlock doesn't have the most damage rolling in. Find a way to maybe ground some of those dots and then go in there. That's how I think you're supposed to do it. That's a tough one though. C-Buzz trying to use mobility in order to escape Vlad. Leg sweep is going to be a full Zwen. Darkback, hoping that maybe Darkback will be enough to help him live fear onto Vlad. Does he go for a trick? It's going to be a full hunt with the dots on the Vlad. Does go for Dispel, reversing all those dots back into C-Buzz. C-Buzz still has plenty of defenses, using that mobility to escape. Does he have a full soul burn? He may need to attach all those dots back into Vlad. Vlad looking for potentially maybe tricking this one. Full UA, all the damage over time on him. Big soul drain to follow, trying to see if he can escape. Does create some distance between him and C-Buzz, looking for the recovery, but the dots are just absolutely rampaging right through him. Trying to go for as much defense as possible, at least reducing the damage of those dots, I think by 20% per tick. Is that what it does? It's actually so much. Fist of Fury flying in for Boy Vlad. It's going to be a full hunt for C-Buzz. Vlad trying to go for big kicks, ramping up some damage. Maybe can make a play here. Drain soul by C-Buzz. Hoping not to get interrupted. Vlad at no help whatsoever. Big drain. I think it might be down for the count. C-Buzz does end up draining him down with SP for the win. Gotta be up next. Boom. Crash. Shadow crash onto C-Buzz around the corner. Does dip in for a quick drain life. I don't know if C-Buzz is using the I have no idea if C-Buzz uses Soul Burn, by the way. If he uses Soul Burn, that could be huge. But it's going to be mind games out of Shadowface. Quick fear on everybody in that party as he's trying to see if he can single out C-Buzz. Full Void trying to follow. Does go for a fear onto SP. SP does not have a way to break it or doesn't choose to break the fear. Actually doesn't have a trinket. Full PI onto SP. I'm trying to see if we can switch to the right person, but somebody left, so it's having a hard time. Dark Glare joins in. All those dots ramped up. SP could be in big, big trouble. Needs to dispel him somehow. Man may just die to the drain. Oh no, Disperse. Trying to see if we can find it. Disperse barely keeping him alive. While his atoms are just separated. The dots aren't really able to be nearly as effective, but Shadow Priest. Oh no, SP trying to see if he could win this. Got himself a little bit of shielding. C-Buzz trying to close the gap. Quick AoE fear. SP finally able to get a couple of dots. Dark Glare is still charging in. Dark Glare zap could be deadly here. Mind Games avoids it. Oh, and the dots just wear him down. Bodybuilder gonna be up next. I think Assassination Rogue, yeah? Maybe Subtlety? I'm not even sure. But he's gonna have to fight the way to fight through C-Buzz. C-Buzz dropping in a big gateway. AoE before he can go for a Garrode. Does go for a quick interrupt. Looks like he has Assassination Rogue. Darkback gonna be a trick for C-Buzz. Needs to make a play versus Bodybuilder immediately. The earlier you make a play with versus him, the better. Dark back, trying to see if he can maybe get those dots to roll in. Cloak of Shadows by the Rogue really early. This way, C-Buzz, if he can somehow survive this Cloak of Shadows. Got him to reflect, not really sure what he can reflect. Back to Bodybuilder. Big board, as it's going to be full death mark on him. Bodybuilder with advantage. C-Buzz needs to make a play immediately. It's going to be Kill the Shot. I think the Warlock may be done for the count. Unless he got summoned right now. Mortal Coil, anything whatsoever. Fear, drain onto the Rogue. The Rogue doesn't end it right now. And that drain is going to help C-Buzz recover a little bit. Full dots on the Bodybuilder. Does get the interrupt. I think it's going to get him. Oh my goodness. That is so close. Oh my goodness. That Warlock was doing work. But they wouldn't let him keep his train rolling. Big Ellie Blast onto Bodybuilder as he got the evasion, but he can't evade. Literal lightning and thunder as Totem Mage trying to see if he can blast him out of the way. Big Ellie Blast dunking on the boy. Oh no. As Creel, I am going to have a hard time as as AZ? I'll call it as. Oh, big. Oh, wait, hold on. How did that not work? He got knocked back as he had to hunt. I could hear the engines. I felt the rumbling of the engines there for a second as he's loading it up, but he couldn't quite do it. Big soul cleave onto Totem Maids. Got himself the hunt. It looks like maybe I missed it. Gonna be like the last one, the Demon Hunter. Wait, does it take him out? Big Ellie Blast out of Azure Kill. Definitely needs to take it out of the pet. Does end up slaying the Succubus. Totem Maids with no help whatsoever. Does he just stay in? Gonna be an interrupt under Az with the Sunder for a second. It's gonna be a big Blade Dance. Oh, just bodies him. That was so much damage in such a quick succession. That was insane. Is it Lathrocko next? He just kind of chilling. Looks like he may not be next. And maybe Cool Class? Az trying to figure out who's going to be next. It looks like it is going to be Cool Class as a Demonology Warlock. Az is going to have himself a hell of a game here. He needs to find a way to deal with Cool Class as best as he can. full turn up early, actually goes in for a quick interrupt. That's going to be the guillotine down, but Cool Class's pets are just not doing work. They're just kind of pacified. Yeah, that's no good. He definitely needs to find a way to get these pets back up and active. There goes the fell guard, actually didn't work. Should be alright. Wait, you took off the helm. You remove the helmet. I kind of like the helm. That quick big maw. Weird. Looks kind of cool that way too. I like the mark now. Gonna be a big eye beam to follow. Cool Class with a big defensive, trying to go for yet another turn. Axe DOS onto the Az. Does have an immunity. And he's just looking to see if he can skulk out of there, just escaping the demons as a Felguard is chasing after him at Mog speeds. The Vile Fiend sliding around the corner, looking to go for a leap. Does go for the poison spit onto Az. As the man is just trying to avoid these pets as best as possible, trying to see if he can just maybe escape Cool Class, but he's gonna pour it on top of him. Axe and full stun by Az, looking for a bit of a blade dance, sees a wall out of him, looks for an escape. He doesn't necessarily need to fight the Warlock when he's out in the open like this. He doesn't necessarily need to be right next to him. He could just back up out of there, recover, maybe get himself a demon proc or two, and he may be okay. Big axe toss with a guillotine down could be really bad. Try to go for the hunt. Is going to be able to close the gap with Cool Class. Mortal Coil send him in the other direction. Needs to find a way to close the gap and stay on the Warlock and then leech health, cleave health off him, carve him like a thing is given turkey. And then use all that healing in order to catch back up to full. Stun onto Cool Class. Gotta save the damage. Big soul break. Blade dance to follow. Try to see if he can fight right through the dark pack. It's gonna be Metamorph to the top lane. Does he have an interrupt? It's gonna be demon spawning in. Definitely needs to slay it. Does get to slay it. Walking through a demon soul is gonna give him some recovery. Maybe enough in order to fight through the Cool Class. Axe toss onto Az. As the Warlock looking for that fear, doesn't quite get it. Axe to AoE stun on all the pets. Maybe can get a bit of a souls out of him. Gonna be a quick fell rush around the corner. Cool Class got a low on health. Gonna be in prison for a second. Definitely need some way to get away from Az. It's gonna be Mortal Coil going for the drain, but it's gonna be a stun to follow. Is gonna go for a port before the final blade dance attaches to him and hits him. Cleaving right through him. There's going to be another demon spawning in. Cool Class needs something, anything, mobility, stun, CC, anything. Is going to try to go for a fear, as Az picked up a lot of survivability just now. Is going to be trying to join in, going for the full drain, just trying to give himself as much health as possible. As Az trying to close the gap. Cool Class could potentially maybe go for Dark Pack very, very soon. Maybe could use it. Oh, cut right through him. As last one going to be the last one left. Trying to see if he can fight through Az. Az dropping in darkness. There's no way Demon Hunter can come back from this one, is there? Is going to be walling him off with a quick claw taking him out. Doesn't give these boys much of a chance. Yo, that was actually so close. Everybody got a chance to play that one. I like games like that, man, when everybody gets to participate. We get an Affliction Warlock going for the big drains. That's so difficult to deal with. But there's got to be a way of doing it. I feel like you have to go for like a ground totem, reflect, or interrupt is what I meant, in order to deal with it. Because otherwise, like, you're just going to rampage through ya. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Another duel up and running for the way. Hell yeah. Trying to get through a 100k shield when most people are just like beyond me. Yeah, it's messed up. I'm sure they're going to end up adjusting that Dark Pack shield. I don't think it's going to come out as it is. I feel like the amount of stamina Warlocks have right now is just crazy. Lath as well as Vlad, let me know when you guys are ready, because I want to go again. And Vlad should hopefully be still lead. As long as the team is still there, I'm down to go again, my guy. Same with you, Lath. I'm enjoying this. This is really fun. I can get you the single defense in Chicago. You're too strong for me. Yeah, crazy. Crazy, crazy. What's up, my guy? Hit me with it. Want to test Felguard build? Yeah, hit me with it. I love it when Affliction Warlock best Warlock spec. I like when Affliction Warlock's dots actually do something. I don't really care about Affliction Warlocks being best or worse. I just like it when their dots actually do something. And it looks like right now in the current beta version, Affliction Warlock dots actually are viable and do something. That's my favorite part. Because Affliction always should have been about dots. And I felt like in Shadowlands, they did bring back dots a little bit, but then made it so heavy around Malefic Rapture damage. You know? You know what? Passively, Felguard damage is pretty good. Passively, Felguard damage is pretty good. It's decent. Like, this is just all damage with just you sending the pets and just AFKing them. That have Demonic Strength? Oh yeah, if you had Demonic Strength in there, that'd be great. The Vlad messaged me. Well, I did. Okay. Waiting for Chicago to respond. Sounds good. If Chicago is still there, I'm sure they'll be down to play. Do you know how good Shadow Priest is on PTR right now? Mythic Plus and Raid PvP. Last time I played Shadow Priest on PTR, or are you talking about beta? Because PTR is pre-patch, and I think Shadow Priest are They're okay on pre-patch. They're not necessarily the strongest class ever, but they're not weakest either. They're kind of like in the middle. I think Warlocks right now and Beastmaster Hunters are doing well as a ranged. And Mages. But everything else is like fairly close behind them. And Beta, I think it has the potential to be giga strong. But it may need a bit more tuning. They've been only tuning them upwards and upwards, and they still need to do a little bit more of that. But they're pretty cool. I like them a lot. With Drain Soul, with just a better version of Drain Life, gotta hit it that. Yeah. To a certain degree, I do agree with you on that one. Alrighty, Vlad, Silver, let's get you boys in here. Chat, what would you guys like to do for last weekend? The Grand, Blade's Edge, you can do Blade's Edge. Should we do Blade's Edge? I kinda want to do Blade's Edge. I haven't done a Blade's Edge in a while. We do Nokudon in the Grand, Black Hold, Blade's Edge. This one may help Warlocks. But for the sake of variety, I do want to try it. Mob Days, LMAO. Mob Days, yeah. Played Legion, lots of Affliction, was strong. Anyone that played Legion loves Affy when it was strong. Yeah, Affy was nutty. But also, Affy was like that Malefic Drain ability at the time. But it's very much a Drain spec. Oh, was it Malefic Drain? Might have been Drain Life, actually. I thought I had a Malefic Drain ability at the time. Oh, did it? I think it did. I could be wrong in that one. But that is, also, wasn't that when it could put up a bunch of UAs in people? Like stack a bunch of UAs? Or was that a BFA version? I don't remember anymore, man. It's been a long while. You're able to spam and drain soul in between. Life tap, keep mana top. Oh, yeah. Mana, yeah. Mop one. Because Legion, I don't think they had drain life tap anymore at that point, did they? At least I don't think they did. I'm trying to remember if I saved that one or not. I can't remember. Alright, boys. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Cool Class. Gonna be first up as the Demonology Warlock. We got Crusader and the Feral Druid, Lathbrook and the Evoker, Seabus as a Warlock, and Totem Maids and Shaman versus Az over on a Demon Hunter Bodybuilder. Gonna be first up, going for a quick Saporino versus Cool Class. And it's gonna go for Sapper the Felguard. I think if you're linked with your pet. Oh, Axtos with another pet in general instead. And they still have the main pet for go for another Axos in case you need to. It's going to be Axos. Tyrant is up and running. Glock shot his bodybuilder. May just have to go for advantage. So trying to see if he can find an escape. It looks like, oh my god, so much damage by the Demonology Warlock. He barely got to touch him. But Kokaz just dropped in all his pets. Full fell obelisk. And the rogue skulked away. Doesn't want none of that. That boy Vlad over for the team 2 on his unicorn at the ready. We got Chicago here as well as Shadow Priest in the back. God, this set looks so good. Even when you got that whole shadowy form on ya, you can still see the silhouette and it looks fantastic with the mask and everything. This bodybuilder kind of sitting in stealth, waiting for Cool Class. Within the pounds, got a blind under the Felguard. I think the Felguard does break out of CC. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think whenever you hit into the health bar of Cool Class and you got that soul link, that's the pet taking damage, and that blind is going to get broken whenever you take damage. Going to be Axtos, full pets joining in, Obelisk and everything. Got himself the big spin to win, fell burst to go, getting a shot onto Cool Class, but I think the pets might just have him. Bodybuilder got himself evasion, so he's avoiding a lot of the pet damage. But as the pet's distracting him from the back, he can't dodge from the back. Gonna be a big part. I think Bodybuilder's just out in the open. May just being drained as the pet's just not letting him go anywhere. That's gonna be quick. Cheat Death taking him out afterwards. The boy Vlad gonna be up next. Lex Soup onto Cool Class, knocking him down, walling this damage off, trying to see if he can tank it up. Karma immediately as the boy Vlad is trying to commit all the damage into Cool Class, trying not to give him an opportunity to escape. Definitely needs to go for that interrupt as soon as he sees the shadow bolts and drains. That's gonna be the interrupt on the drain. The boy Vlad rotating every defensive, using everything versus Cool Class. Does the Warlock have any escapes? Mortal Coil, got himself a fear, does get a dark back. And he's using his pets. I think he definitely needs to reposition the pets to attack the boy Vlad over anybody. And he got full Tyrant in the ready. Does he have the Axos to follow? The Tyrant is going to do lots of damage. Dark Pet to give him a little bit more survivable. With the Guillotine as the main Felguard pet is just going to do massive damage. Obelisk at the ready. The boy Vlad could be in big trouble. Does he have a Trinket? Axos in the middle. Into another Felguard joining in. It's going to be all these pets attacking him. Trying to see if he can charge over to Cool Class, but may need to reposition behind the pillar. And does drive under the bridge with a quick regenerating. Cool Class is going to be with Drain Soul on one side, Drain Left on one side, with the Axtos pet on the other. Next stun could be very, very deadly. As the boy Vlad does go to knock down the Warlock and all his demonic army. Fisted Fury maybe could turn around. Mortal Coil sent him in the other direction, going for the hand to go down with the Demon Doggers. As the boy Vlad looking to maybe escape, but that Axtos not gonna let him go anywhere. The Demon Doggers, oh! I was thinking maybe Demon Doggers, if they get another bite there, that would have been over. A Chicago playing that Elemental Shaman with the Storm melee? What is this? Knocking Cool Class back and looks to root him right afterwards. Massive amount of lava bursts back to back. Just absolutely consuming him in the lava. Light lasts around the corner. Does himself a dark bag. The Storm Elemental is going to be on him. Does Storm melee actually do anything? Big board for Cool Class as he's looking to separate. Chicago did take a bit of damage from all his pets. Caught himself a few heals while on the move. That's going to be cool. Looking for a bit of recovery with a drain. Darkback not going to be around for long. Looking to reposition behind the pillar, hiding away from the Shaman as soon as he knows the defense are going to be down. Chicago having to deal with the Demon Dog is there for a bit with the Fell Lord. Mortical putting him out in the bad spot. Doesn't have any cover. Doesn't have any pillar. That's going to be guillotine. Everything. Handle go down, coming down. That's going to be a full Fell Lord. Chicago DC maybe? That or gave up? I'm not sure. No, I think they just DC'd. And I think maybe down for the count anyway. Wall try to see maybe we can escape. Might have been a bit of lag. That's super unfortunate. Gonna be an axe toss and then try to get himself a heal, knocking the pets back as best as possible. That's gonna be a cool class with the pets on one side and the warlock on the other. Chicago doesn't really have anywhere to go. Not a lot of health to work with. I think Battle Master's falling off. Next interrupt could be really deadly. Demon Dog is if they get another bite that could be incredibly strong. Chicago trying to see if he can escape all these pets. Commences continue to charge after him, not really giving him much of a breather. Demon Bolt, oh, and taking him down. As Az is going to be up next. Look at the charge out towards Cool Class, spawning in a demon. This is where the Warlock is to use everything he's got in order to blast through Az while limiting the amount of damage Az can do to him. As the Demon Hunter can leech a lot of health just through violence alone, slaying the fell puppy as he spawns one from the twisting nether. And it's going to be getting himself 20% more damage. Abi down for Cool Class, trying to see if he can get away from Az. Az goes in for the hunt, but he's unable to really stay on Cool Class for much longer. Quick Fear onto the Demon Hunter as Cool Class is continuing to rotate even more demons for him to fight. Gonna be an Obelisk. Taking down the Obelisk actually. Not a lot of players really go down after the Obbies. But that Obelisk is huge. It gives pets faster attack speed and cast speed for both the Warlock. The 20% faster attack speed and I think 20% faster casting speeds, which is kind of insane. Makes all the pets so much more viable, so much more powerful. Tyrant coming down. Does the Warlock have anything to follow? Gonna be Mortical as he gets hit with the stun. With Chaos Nova, trying to go for a big soul cleave, doesn't quite reach him, but it's going to be a portal as the Warlock looking for the escape. Dark back to take up the damage. Az spawning in another demon from the nether, slaying it, picking up its soul, consuming it, plenty of healing, 20% more damage off of that thing. Trying to go for a fear versus Az, but he has a trick at the ready. Does not have an interrupt for a while though. But doesn't sit that stun long at all. Looking for a stun onto Cool Class. Axe toss by the pet. Does the Warlock have any way to turn it around? Looks like maybe if you got anything versus Az, now you would want to use it. Portal, trying to see if he can reposition, just running away, looking to escape the Demon Hunter. Does he have a Mortical? He needs one right now. Az does have a demon spawning in, is going to slay the Fell Hunter, eating its soul. I actually think maybe rushing past the soul. I don't know if he's going to be able to consume it. Mortical into a fear as he's trying to see if he can escape him. Looks like the Warlock finally was able to give himself a bit of a breather. If Az has any cooldowns like Haunt or Metamorphosis or really anything, he could potentially turn around, picking up the Demonic Soul, stun Cool Class. You may need to use something in order to prevent the Demon Hunter from doing more damage, just give himself a port. And may need like an Axe or something, anything, Fear. As I think Az may just have him. Darkback, the only thing that's keeping the Warlock alive right now, does get interrupted on the hand to go down. Looking for a bit of a blade dance. Gonna be that Axe toss from the pets. As Cool Class goes in for a port, trying to see if he can create some space. Demon Hunter going over for the hunt. The engines have been revved up. This way you would want to use something, anything in order to survive. Do whatever damage you can. As the Demon Hunter goes in for full Metamorphosis. I don't know how he's still alive. Literally just draining from it. Mortical, literally sitting at no help whatsoever. Axe toss by main pet. Gonna be trying to join in. Got himself a big port. Does he have maybe another Axe toss? More Demon Dog charge in. Does have wall to reduce a lot of the damage the Demon Hunter is doing. Big drain to follow. Does get interrupted the last second. Trying to go for even more pet summons that Az does end up slaying him either way. That was a rough one, man. He'll live for so long. Lath is the last one left. Oh, second one left. Last one left. Second one left over on the team one. Honestly, it felt like it was such a long game between the Warlock and them. It felt like everybody else got a chance to play. Lath's gonna be up next though, as Az looking for an escape behind the pillar, trying to see if he can avoid the Evoker as best as possible, hit him with the sun. Definitely needs some kind of recovery. Darkness down, needs the demon to spawn him. Lath needs the Demon Hunter just to walk out of the darkness. Ivan to follow. Looks like he may be able to get himself lots of health. Big Dragon Breath does get him interrupted into a big Disintegrate, and the Evoker I think may just have him. No, does end up taking him out, but took a lot of hits in the process. SP gonna be up next, trying to get some dots onto Lath Evoker. Between the fear, stun, and maybe potential silence, SP could be in a fantastic spot, looking to go for a stun versus Lath. as he does go for a root, looking for a bit of recovery. Sleepwalk onto SP, looking for a big firebreath, does hit him with a disintegrate to follow. Looks like maybe he's got himself not the hardest hitting firebreath, but has one that has a little bit of a damage time component to it. So maybe he can get some procs on Living Flames. SP taking lots of damage, got himself full PI, Vampiric Brace, wants to get super aggressive, and as he does damage, shadowy damage, so with the last poker, he's able to get a lot of healing from it. Void Torrent, help him recover quite a bit of health. Looks like he's got himself lots of recovery. Big procs for last poker, looking for a big Eternity Surge versus SP as he goes in for a fear into a mind game. So Lath is limited on how much healing he can do, how much damage he can really do to SP. He's gonna go tank it up behind the pillar, got himself a wall, looking to get himself a couple of Living Flames, looking for that recovery, approaches his health bar over everything. SP trying to see if he could swing around the corner, does hit him with a stun, as I think Lath was ready to have himself a proper go. SP gets hit with a Dragon's Breath, kind of limited where he could go. Big disintegrate, intro disperse, does have to play very, very defensive. Last marker looking to go for Fire Breath, has to cancel it though, but definitely wants to go for Living Flames in order to get himself back up and topped off. At some point, he's gonna have to get himself another big blaster versus SP. He's gonna go for the fiery damage, looking to escape the void eruptions. The bag disintegrates with massive burst. SP trying to see if he can remove the dot off of himself, but that's gonna be mad mastery damage for Last Evoker. Big hits, oh, taking him down. The Evoker coming up on top at the end there. Well done, well done. Oh my goodness, boys. Hell yeah, I like that. Let's go. I like that. That was awesome. Alright boys, do we still have teams or are we done skip for the night? Let me know. It's about that 8. It's that late time, man. Especially if you are EU. It is getting pretty late at this moment in time. Did surprisingly well. Yeah, I was actually surprised how long it lived against the Demon Hunter. Very, very surprised. Vlad is down. Awesome. And then we can get Lath if you're ready. We can get you guys going right next, yeah? What arena would you guys want to see, chat? Evoker's fun to watch? Definitely. Chat, what arena you guys want to see next? The Grand, the new one, Nokudon, like it's called the Dragonflight arena. Do you guys want to see the Grand, the new Dragonflight arena? Or give me ideas, chat. No Toveron. No, not Toveron. That's too big. That's way too big. Chat, give me ideas. And someone's reached Evoker? Sounds good, Vlad. I'll give a second. Chat, what arena you guys want to see next? Where do we take these boys in? To left? Oh no, we need one more. Oh, one is switched to Evoker, so they're gonna need a +1. They're gonna need a +1. That boy Vlad, if you want to list it over in the Red Zagus section, man, I'm sure boys will be able to join in. Lack made them leave? No. The new one? I want a blinding one. One wake me up. No, come on, we can't do that. But yeah, whichever arena you want to see, let me know. Whichever arena you boys want to see, let me know. I gotta save these duels. I don't remember which one is which. But I may have to have some copies. And that's okay. Better save them 20 million times than lose it. The new arena? We can do that one. I'm looking to main a DPS tank hybrid this time around. What do you think between Monk, Paladin, Demon Hunter, Death Knight, and Warrior? See, if you want a DPS and tank, I think Warrior looks fantastic for that. Protection Warriors have gotten a lot stronger over the development of Dragonflight. Plus Arms and Fury should also be pretty good overall. Vlad, are you still looking for more? Or maybe you can get not Biss. Pick up somebody from out here. Let me know how it goes. I think Warriors are fantastic. I think Blood DK should also be pretty strong. Demon Hunter looks really, really exciting. Paladin, so far, Retribution has had a decent tuning to make him a little bit stronger. Maldraxxus Coliseum. That one's a little bit long. That's a little bit big. Waiting for the Evoker Bodybuilder one to switch. Sounds good. Waiting for Evoker Bodybuilder. We'll give him a second here. Yeah, I don't know. Guardian Druid? I don't know. I like Guardian Druid and I love Feral, but Guardian Druid, I don't know. If you ask the Guardian Druid community, there's definitely a vocal community that isn't super satisfied with the Guardian Druid development so far. Especially when it comes to some of the talents and some of the changes we've seen recently. So, I don't know if I'd be able to easily recommend them. I like Guardian Druid because I like playing a simple class. As a tank in particular, like the simpler rotation the better. But, yeah, we've seen all the other tank classes get so many cool new tools, new abilities, and new ways to new gameplay options, while Guardian is very, very similar. Doesn't change too much. It is awkward. It is kind of off-putting. Because it feels like your class doesn't really get new bells and whistles while everybody else gets like, you know, updated and adjusted and changed and all that. It says who? The absolute shred. The Guardian? Yeah, it's just if you ask, like, I feel like in the comments whenever they do any kind of tuning for Bear Druids in the comments, or like whenever Wowhead posts like, oh, Guardian Druids get this update or that update, there's a lot of people like Twitter, for example, they'll like comment, they'll say, no, this isn't enough, it's really bad, it's an awful place, Guardian Druid's dead. And I just hear a lot of it. But then when I hang out with you boys, I hear from some of you guys that are like, yo, Guardian, oh, that's a good update. Hey, this feels pretty good to play. So it's a mix. I won't say like everybody in the majority that says it, because I've seen some people say that they're pretty happy with Guardian Druid and they got some good changes. But then there's others that say the opposite, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. Let me invite Egoist name. Yo, you can get Chris in here if you guys need it, or Egoist, you guys can get him in. Yo, if you want to join us, by the way, in beta, hang out here. Turn on war mode, and if you see us out here, you'll probably be able to join in. Vlad is looking for +1. He's waiting for an evoker to join in, but I don't know if he's there yet. Some guys have good AoE, but suck at single target. Sure. Guardian Druid is spit-worthy, man. Like, I may like the spec, but it's just nah. Imagine the whole spec lending so well to a Moonfire spec, and the tiers that is trying to force a weak maul build, which you have to take more 10 to 15 talent points just to make it well. Yeah, it's really weird spot. It's in a really weird spot. Yeah, Moonfire is very, very strong, but maul, mangle, all those abilities I feel like could have been a little bit stronger. I feel like maul needs to be redesigned a little bit. I feel like if maul had cleave and could put the debuff defensive on cleave, I think it would be excellent, because then you have like very, very strong single target ability, and the ability maybe needs to cost less rage or something. That, or maybe like procs to make it cost less rage, but it needs to be worth pressing, and for a while it just hasn't really been all that strong. I thought you were enjoying it, Jake. I thought you liked the Bear Droid. I guess I'm wrong. Some classes have good AoE. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what they do with Bear Druid. They did say themselves that they're unhappy as well with the Druid development, the Guardian Druid development, and they do want to make changes. I don't know if they can do like a big hotfix rework with them. I think they would just, at this point, I don't think they could really redo the talent tree too much. But I think they maybe can do a lot of damage adjustments, like change the cost of maul, maybe make it so that proc whenever maul procs, it costs less rage. Maybe give maul some AoE cleave component, so it could be a good defensive ability. I like it. It is going to be simultaneous in my mouth with lackluster changes. And when you have to make changes, complete failure, complete wrong direction. Yeah, that's one other thing. Like, it seems like what I hear often, like in the because of course, like whenever you look at people's comments about like changes on the forums or whatever, like people are going to be like very, very, very like super emotionally charged about it. So like breaking down exactly what's wrong with the spec has been kind of difficult. I've been looking at the Guardian Druid Discord. Like, I'd like to just have like a readout of all the things that are not, that the Guardian Druid community isn't satisfied with the class. So all you can do is really go bits and pieces. But when it comes to forums, that's usually not where people go to. Like, you really have to search for the forum posts and the places where there is constructive criticism that isn't like, oh, you guys are ruining the class, it's bad, fix it, you guys didn't fix it. You know what I mean? I want to know like exactly what needs to be fixed, specifically me, so I can learn exactly like where it is, what the community wants and what isn't fixed. Where a lot of the times when you read stuff, it's like, oh, you're doing bad. It's like, I understand they're doing bad, I want to know how they're doing bad, so it takes a little bit of digging to do so. And I like how you guys are all surrounding me at this now. Oh my god, so many of y'all. Alrighty, get your boys in here. Let's go for not Blazed Edge. No Kudan, right? No Kudan. I like No Kudan, it's really good. Is it one sweet spot for me? I think we are full for now. Maybe next game? Yo, figure it out. Get you in here. I feel like Maul and Brash talents need to be either combined or just move the 30% credit to Maul talent as a whole. Such a dead use of talent. Yeah. Like Maul needs to do a lot of damage for the 30% chance of crit to be viable. That, or Maul needs to have a component like when it crits, you get a defensive bonus or something. You know what I mean? Like it needs something. It's like it's so close to being good, but it's just not quite there. It could be so good, but it's just not quite there yet. I think it's my biggest issue with it. I don't hate it either. But yeah. Let's see if we get 17 in here. A bunch of dudes hanging out. Alliance and Horde members just watching it. We got Draenei, we got Nados, we got Gnomes. Everybody wearing like the World PvP gear in here. There's this guy. Wait, what is that face? That I'm trying to see, because there's an invisible wall. Can I fly around the wall? Wait, can I even... There's a wall, but can I get around it? I'm just trying to look at his face. His face looks a little weirder than everybody else. I don't know what it is. It looks like low res. Weird. Alright, let's get another one going here, boys, yeah? Sorry about that. I'm exploring the arena. Alrighty. Switch. Got ourselves Chicago gonna be first up, I think, over for the team 2 versus Lathworker on the team 1. Is gonna try to see if he can knock it back. Chicago playing that elemental shaman, so they're gonna try to go big lava burst build. Got himself a big blasters for Lath. Lath not really doing good with a lasso. It's gonna go for a trinket, trying to see if he can go for a couple of claws. Versus Chicago gonna go for a quick wind shear interrupt as Lathworker looking to get some damage. Roots for roots, trying to go for living flame, but Chicago is gonna be able to break out of it fairly quickly with a Ghostal form. Wait, can Ghostals break out of roots now? There's no way, right? Rude, but Chicago just trying to control Lathworker as best as possible. They know the destructive power of the Draconic Invoker. They're just trying to mitigate as best as they can. Big Dragon's Breath by Lathworker. Chicago trying to see if he can escape without walls, making it harder. It has a pretty big hitbox. Lath trying to see if he can get some movement while casting. Chicago trying to go for a bit of self-heal. Lathworker getting lots of procs. Chicago does go for a wall together with a Primordial, as Lathworker is now a conduit for future lava bursts, looking for a bit of an escape, bit of a heal. Next, lava burst for Chicago could be very, very deadly, trying to go for a big Dragon's Breath, as Lath got himself a wall. Disintegrate is going to be able to get away from a Hex, but that burn is going to be on Chicago. It's going to get a lot of value, especially if you get an interrupt, trying to go for a big living flame. Maybe you can get him some big procs. Chicago's just melting right down to the dot. Disintegrate making it difficult. I think it's going to be over. Oh! And the Evoker does end up burning him down. He used the Empowerment 1 Fire Breath, which gives you more of a burning effect rather than a... Okay, Lath, what is this, man? You're flesh crafting on this one? What are you doing? Thank God Nobbis was able to stop it very, very quickly. Oh my God. Full dots on the Lathworker. Needs to find a way to remove him. If this man has the way to shake off these dots, he'd be in a fantastic, fantastic spot. As Nobbis trying to see if he can maybe... He did use Exsanguinate, so actually all the dots... Do they get a sponge? Does Lathworker have a way to cleanse himself off of dots? Because there's a way to cleanse bleeds. Got him some Fire Breath or not miss. You can't avoid him. Clocker Shot is by the rogue. If Lathworker needs to find a way to get next to him, maybe get him hit somewhere out in the open. I don't know how you're going to do it. As Nobbis is literally attacking through the pillar. He got himself that long dagger. Noodle Lawrence is sitting through the wall, able to put a cripple slow on him. Lathworker looking to get next to him as best as possible. Can he do it? They got himself the claws to slow him down. Big spiky damage with an Eternity Surge. Vanished by the rogue. Does Lath get him out? Try to go for a big dragon sweep. He uses his tail and the wings to try to see if he can clear the room, but doesn't quite catch the rogue. Sap has not been trying to see if he can avoid him. Looks like some kind of dots is still rolling. Lathworker. Did you see him for a second? It looked like you saw him for a second. You looked at him and went casting him, but I guess not. Eyes are up. Nobbis just kind of skulking behind the pillar, just waiting for it. So Evokers have an ability, I forget what it's called, chat. Can you guys help me out here with this one? It's an ability that allows them to remove all dots, diseases, curses, bleeds. It's like it's a class ability of the red Dragonflight. It's kind of like an extra cleanse on a minute cooldown. If you want that against rogues, that'd be fantastic. Laughing has this guy waving at him, just cheesing him. Shadow stepping to try to catch up. Get a shot. Lathworker has a chicken for it. Trying to go for Dragon's Breath in order to create some walls. And trying to see if he can blast out Nobbis. Looking for the Fire Breath. Turning around last second. Trying to see if he may make himself some defenses. Looking for the big blaster damage. Trying himself a little bit of self heals with Disintegrate. Cannot be stopped. Trying to go for big damage. Blind though. Nobbis trying to look for an escape. Lathworker does he get to escape out of this one? Kevin Slime, where'd you come from? Oh my God, Lath! Leave your slimes at home! Oh, he's giving it like a tiny shield. Is this shield scale with your health or does it not scale? Not business walking next to him, but he still keeps getting put auto stealth. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Does he have a dot on him? Fire Breath randomly? Almost goes for Fire Breath. I don't think Lath realized how close he was to the rogue a couple of times there. That is crazy. Nobbis skulking himself, looking to find Lath, or looking to get a proper opener on Lath. At this point, he must have some cooldowns at the ready, yeah? Lath picking up eyes, but he has no idea Nobbis position right next to the eyeball. Oh no, Lath looking for him, is skulking, running out of time. I think he realized where the rogue is at. I think he more or less, no. He didn't see him. That pillar is large enough where you can't really round the bend on it easily. So the rogue can literally hug the opposite side, the complete opposite side of the pillar. And there's no way for Lath to find him. Going in for the quicker road. The rogue goes in for damage, knocking the rogue up in the air, forcing him to use shadow step, getting a shot, could be potential big damage. Got himself death mark. Oh, the dots last walker needs to remove him immediately. Does he have a cleanse? I think he may have a way to cleanse all those dots. I think he does play to cleanse. Dragon's Breath on a not biz. Takes a bit of damage though. Lath using that defensive. Using a Dragon's Breath defensively. As he's looking to maybe use that hover. Gleaming Flame, trying to recover in health. Not biz is hot on his tail. Does he know? Literally on his tail. Let's just waddle it right next to him. Lath, if he has a knockback or a tail swipe, that could be pretty helpful. Not biz. Trying to burn his shadow step just yet. For Lath, we are diving into that dampener little by little, so he's going to have to find the rogue. Rogue is definitely going to have to make a play as well, because I feel like if he takes too long, Lath ends up, I think, winning at the end of the day. I think the damage that Evoker has is quite huge, especially since he looks like he can deal with the dots fairly easily. Lath trying to maybe go for a breath, fire breath, bursty version, evasion by not biz, gonna be disintegrates as he's trying to stay away from him. Long range intro, this man got noodle legs, noodle arms, and noodle legs. Trinkets with big disintegrates. Not biz that needs a trinket right now. Lath does not have a trinket. Blind comes out. Is there still dots on the man? I think he does get to escape, and unless Lath just walks next to him and gets him out. It looked like maybe Lath got a proc on him, potentially. I'm not even sure. I am not even sure. Oh, by the way, cool enchant. That looks awesome. It looks like a sword just emanating frost. Not biz does dive into a reset. He definitely is going to have a go. Dampening is not going to help this man much. He's limited on survivability. Doesn't have cooldowns either. Go rolling to Lath, looking for the kidney shot. Lath trying to see if he can charge away from him, but he's getting kidney shot on the opener. Gonna be a full dots on him. Could maybe remove those dots. It's gonna cleanse everything. Dragon's Breath, not biz takes quite a bit of damage, goes for a trinket really early. Gonna be a Lath smoker with a wall. Can I be interrupted? Could potentially get some damage worse than not biz. Not biz can't go anywhere. Disintegrates are gonna stop him, slow him down in place. Living Flame doesn't do enough. Oh, it does go for the dome. Well, the boy Vlad gonna be up next. The boy Vlad trying to see if we can end this drill real quickly. Lath, soft flesh content, what are you doing? What is this? Oh my god, stop it. At least his flesh content did very, very little healing for him. At least it's done very, very... Oh my god, massive damage on the boy Vlad with Alexium onto the Evoker. Karma to follow. Lath needs to escape out of this one. Wall needs whatever survivability, whatever defenses. Trying to go for big fire breath. Going for the damage over time fire breath. So eventually that Karma is going to just stop. Reverting damage, but he still have a bleeding damage over time. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, Lath. I don't know, man. Is this... I want to highlight this duel so badly, but I'm going to need to see how much healing your Flesh Cup did. If it did minimal healing, then I think it's a fair duel. Otherwise, you're just breaking the game. I mean, his damage, at least, I don't think is bolstered by his Covenant. Flesh Cup doesn't bolster it, I don't think. Lath, try to see if you can stop Ezekiel. Ascriel, I messed up your name so badly. Big breath as trying to see if he can take down Lath. Does Lath have any more survivability? Trying to see if he can escape. Knock him back. Oh, but I think it's over. Trying to go for recovery. I don't know if you can do much. Getting interrupted. Ooh, unless you got any more self-healing with green magic. Does have some green magic healing. Going for Living Flame while casting. Trying to recover. Stunned by the Demon Hunter. Looking for that trinket. I don't think he got escapes. Needs to go for Sleepwalk on the guy. Oh, but that glaive toss takes you out. That is so rough. As Totem gonna be up next, charging out, full elemental, rooting as does get the demonic soul to follow, and Totem knocking him out of it, trying to see if he can keep him out of the darkness with a static totem, but he's not gonna be able to do so, as looking to reposition behind the pillar completely. And Totem looking to approach him like the last before he dies behind the pillar. Totem needs to get himself all the Maelstrom, all the Ghost Wolves. More Maelstrom is gonna give him even more Ghost Wolves. Big metamorphosis. You're committing meta just to escape? Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Az is trying to see if it crush right through Totem. Totem got him some big Zaz for Zaz. Looks like Trinket. Maybe. Oh, Demon did spawn in, but Totem does get you pinned down with damage. Ego is going to be up next. Trying to see if he can make a play as an Evoker. So far, Lath has done a hell of a play. Ego is going to try to see if he can blast these boys out. Got himself the Shroud, so he's actually immune to CC for a bit. Shroud does not last long at all. So you need to make a play versus Totem as soon as possible. Grounding Totem does try to avoid it. Going to be Eternity Surge. Can't get interrupted. Totem trying to be very, very careful when it interrupts. Disintegrate. May need to interrupt it. Has access to fire red magic though. So you got interrupted on blue, can still cast red, you can still cast green, you can still cast black Dragonflight spells defensively and CC wise. Disintegrate got himself that wall, got himself fire breath, going for the damage over time. Wall for totem, he's gonna be able to reduce some of the dot damage, but that dot is gonna continue ticking down afterwards. Eagle looking for a little bit of self-heal. This one maybe you can make some damage happen. Big L-Blast for L-Blast, root onto totem, does he have big damage? Eagle maybe actually be dead right here. Oh my god, I got nothing left, you gotta get a heal. Oh no. He goes flying. Look at his little ears flapping, but the guy did die to a dot. My goodness, laugh, my man. I need to see that damage breakdown. I need to see how much healing was there from that Necrolordy stuff. If you didn't have I want to be the judge of it. I don't know, man. Chad, do you see? What do you say that last book was? Duel was close to like his performance, his class, or do you think it was carried by the Covenant ability? I want to see how much healing that Flesh God did, how much all the Necrolordy stuff did. I need to see it because it's hard for me to judge. Laugh, give us a screenshot. There it is. The man at least is willing to do it. That's what it looked like, chat. That's what the breakdown looked like. Living Flame does quite a bit. Renew and Blaze also quite a bit. Verdant Embrace. Ooze Coating though is 7.2. I am surprised it actually does that much. Boon of the Covenants. Well, I don't know what that is. Panacea, Fleshcart, Undulating Maneuvers. You guys think it was cheesy? Or was it like, it was okay? I'm starting to think it's maybe cheesy. At least defensively. I don't know, man. I don't know. Damage-wise was fantastic. But the Covenants definitely did help you live a little bit longer. I don't know, chat. And because I had to fight a rogue? Well, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. This is Slime is Blizzard's fault for letting it happen. To a degree, I do agree with you on that one. It's not really our fault that that Covenant abilities can be used in instance content. But we can choose not to use them. You know? There is a thing called honor inside of these duels, but what can you do, man? Do we got more duels or are you guys done for the day? Because you could do more. Also, somebody asking earlier, you don't have access to Elite Gear in the beta. Let me show you how you can get Elite Gear in the beta. So they added a bunch of vendors for it to test. These sound like actual gear vendors. They're not actually going to add them. These are here just for us to test. These won't exist. It's a question I get a lot too. Like, oh, so they added these vendors in Dragonflight? No. No. This is here for us to test gear. If you're looking to test your class and you just want to test the Elite Gear, talk to the PvP vendor. There's one in Storm and one in Orgrimmar. Both of them are going to be Goblin on a little platform. And if you scroll to the back, you have the blue gear. Back here is the Elite PvP gear. The only thing that makes him elite is the MOG, but also the scaling of 242 in 424 in arena, whereas normal PvP gear scales to 411 in arena. So it's a very, very slight difference. But yeah, all Conquest gear is going to be, by the way, like this. You don't have to upgrade to elite for it to have the highest ranking. Even like the basic Conquest gear is going to be able to do this 424. I don't know the scaling. The actual elite just makes it better for PvE content. So if you're looking to get elite gear, there's his here. If you want to get tier set gear, this guy right next to him is going to be SATA. Also going to be one in Stormwind. Should be somewhere relatively close to the vendors. Look for all these Torrent vendors with like the top hats and everything. He has the gear with tier pieces if you want to try tier. And there's like all the cheesy PvE trinkets. Some of those started getting tuned for PvP already. But if you want to try them, you can. Then there's a Trinket Extraordinaire. Dungeon trinkets. If you want to try them, you're more welcome to. If there's a busted trinket, I'd rather we find out now so it gets nerfed in the next build before the game releases. Thank you, man. No problem. Oh, they enhance the strong still. It's pretty good. When Chicago to respond. Okay, so you guys want to go again? Lath, if you want to go again, man, I'll be down. If Team Lath wants to do one more. Need one more? Double Vlad looking for a +1. That guy! Hey, that guy you can join. Also, oh, no mind. I guess he cut him. Ready? Lath, let me know when you're ready. It will be good to go. Uno mas, boys. We can get one more in here. It's bottom of mid-tier at the moment. In the raid? Is it actually got that worse? That much worse right now? Bottom? No way, dude. Hold on. No way. I mean, I guess we could take a look, right? Logs, raids, statistics. And we could do it from like this week, yeah? Not 2 weeks, but 1 week. And we'll do percentiles. So it may not be the best here, representative of some of these fights. But enhancement in Sepulchre, it is bottom. It is on the lower end for sure. But it all depends on the bosses too. Certain bosses like Skull, like single target boss, Oh, enhancement fell off. Yeah. Wow, skull. Well, okay. Damage to bosses. Yeah. Balance is doing good though. What the hell? Alright. From weak range. Can I do a different raid? Can we do a different raid? Because some of these raids are a little different. Like Sanctum. Not all percentiles. 95th percentiles from this week. Not the best range, but like this is just Affliction. Affliction is still cheesy. Okay. What about the damage to bosses? Oh, enhance is a little better. Boss is a good single target. Boss is a guardian. Okay, enhancement is not far behind on pure single target. Not that behind. Not that bad. Outlook is doing good apparently. Wow. Wow. My spec. Let's go. Yeah, so damage to boss is not terrible. I do want to see like Danny though. In that whole rate here. We'll get started in just a second, boys. This is just also take all these numbers with a grain of salt. I'm just looking at them from a perspective that looks for boss damage because you got so you got affixes, right, with a little node spawn in, and you can cleave those, and that can add to with damage and performance. Like Affliction Warlock got something insane. I'm trying to look over 1 week's range, which isn't the biggest numbers you can work with. I'm trying to condense them after the recent nerfs. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to see enhanced performance in a limited window. I'm also looking at damage to bosses too. And I'm looking at bosses that are mostly single target. Like cleave bosses, like Hunger Destroyer is most single target. That's what's okay. Bounzers are apparently popping off though. I don't know what they're doing. They figured something out. They're doing more DPS than everybody else. I don't know what they were doing. They figured something out. Maybe like Denothrius. Campus is okay-ish, but yeah, not like super up there really. Yeah, it's just weird. I'm sure there's a better way for me to find more accurate information. Slashes are very bursty. Again, oh, that's where Boomies are doing that 65, aren't they? Wait, no, hold on. Also Hungering, they were doing 65. What is it they're doing to Hungering? Huh? Blizzard, what? How? How? I understand. Gala Condemn spam is troll DPS. Really? Okay, so Gala Condemn, yeah, I guess it is also something to pay attention to. Gala Condemn is going to make things a little weird and different. Alright, let's get you guys in here, yeah? Let's do a Black Rook Hold. Let's do a Black Rook Hold. It's been a bit since we've done one of those. Legendary synergize very well with talents, so people started figuring out some builds apparently. Okay, interesting. Damage charts will change a lot. Yeah, once they're gone, damage charts will change drastically. For sure, for sure. Is it bottom? Is it actually that bottom though? I don't know, man. We'll see though. We'll see. Armors will fall off soon. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how a lot of these classes fall off, because some classes, again, nobody's gonna get a gavel again for a while, but they are adding more specific, like unique weapons. They can give you like a lot of value, a lot of damage. So maybe there'll be something that's gonna be gavel-esque in the future too, yeah? Potentially. But yeah, take a lot of the symbols with a grain of salt. I'm very interested in how the sims are going to be with like Dragonflight level 70 stuff. That's what I'm more interested in at this point. Switch. But yeah, take a look at classes in the current tier when the tier is over. It is really difficult to tell like how good something is going to be really. Totem going to be first up over for the team. One as Irska gonna be up first, trying to go for full dodge. It's gonna be full dodge, damage, beast, poisons, everything mixed together. Just a concoction of all these delimitating effects. Trying to see if we can rod down totem mates as they're not even popping a wall. Trying to see if we can live through all of this damage without needing for a wall. Coco Shadow's out for Iskara. Trying to see if we can blast him out. Big Thunder, can the shot to follow. Totem blasting out the rogue as he goes in for a vanish. Iskara may be in a bit of trouble. Do they have any flame shucks on him? Maybe? No, just goes in for cheap shots. Wait, maybe turn around onto Totem, unless Totem does not have Maelstrom. There goes the wall. Iskra, maybe they can go for a stun. Did cheap shot the Shaman earlier, but full trinket. Oh, the last a big LA blast. Catch for a second, I think maybe. Can't go anywhere, does shot a step, but does get put back in the cage. It is going to be Ghost for a second. Oh no, clobbered by the Earth Elemental. That doesn't happen often. But does go down with the boy Vlad gonna be up next. Lexi versus Totem, big kicks to follow him. and Totem blasted out. Boy, Vlad wasn't going to give him a chance. The Shaman came in, just fought a rogue, exhausted of cooldowns. Couldn't really do much about it. Is Vlad going to be up next? Oh no. Vlad, hopefully you're aware, Lathrook is walking out there and, you know, charging at him. It isn't going to give him a chance? No? Honor duel between the two? Maybe? Potentially? Looks like he's giving him a bit of an honor duel. He's like, yo, we're dueling each other? Quick jab? What is that punch just now? What was that? Hold on a second. What was a jab? Huh? Wait, he's not fighting him. He's fighting Cool Class instead. Wait, that's weird then. Gonna be more to call onto the boy Vlad. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Does have every defensive, so he should be okay, but his healing, he definitely needs to start healing himself a lot earlier. Man, monks are just not able to top themselves off as quickly, aren't they? Unless the boy Vlad got himself like a very damage-related focused build, and not much of a self-healing build. But he's rotating defenses very early. Karma together with a dampened harm, trying to go for a strike of the Windlord. Dark back for Cool Class. As he got himself Demon Doggers versus Double Vlad, got himself a parry, but the Demon Doggers could do a lot of work, a lot of damage. Does have diffuse magic, made to rotate very early. Big kicks back to back. Boy Vlad may be in a bit of trouble. Those pests going for a big bite. The imps. Oh, that is rough. Devotion and Thunderfist hit at the same time. Oh, okay, that's what it was. I was thinking a second, like, why? How did they punch you for so much damage? Not Best gonna be up next versus the Warlock. Definitely is gonna have to go for the most. Wait, right now he doesn't have the Dark Bag. This could be the perfect opportunity to make the most damage happen. Does hit the Axe Toss with the Felguard join in, and the Tyrant, and the Mortar Coil. That's probably gonna be obvious. The top of it, Not Best just goes in for a vanish. Did not commit any big defenses or offenses towards Cool Class. Did just use advantage for survivability just to escape the full army of the demons surrounding him. Is Not Best looking for another go. Dark Pact is going to be at the ready, so Cool Class has every defensive at the ready here. Big Demon Dog is charging in, lots of damage, big bite, getting the shot into Cool Class, he does activate the obby. Not Biz could be in a bit of trouble, does have evasion to try to dodge some of these pets. That's gonna be big bites out of the Demon Doggers. He does go for a Cloak of Shadows. The man is the one getting the opener onto Cool Class, but the demons do so much damage. He's rotating defenses while he's bursting. Whole time, Cool Class is stun locked in the kidney shot. He can't do anything, he can't play the game. And Not Biz is the one rotating defensives while he's locking down Warlock. That's a Warlock gameplay, man. That's a pet gameplay. Full damage out of the Fell Lord with the Demon Doggers. If they go for another bite, that could be very deadly. Not Best could be in very, very trouble. Smoke Bomb, I don't think he can really do much. The Demon Doggers are still on him. Dread Bite can still be deadly. Oh, and the Demon Bolt does take him out. That is a rough one, man. That is a rough one out here. Ego is going to be up next as an Evoker. At least doesn't have to play into a high dampener game this time. Fire Breath really early versus Cool Class. I don't know if he meant to do so, but he may have used it really early. Locked is strong. Locks are very, very powerful. That 40% stamina buff that they've done recently for level 70 characters helps out Warlock a ton. Brain Dead class? Wow, oh, no. No. They are very, very tanky though. It is crazy. It's trying to search out of Egoist, trying to see if I can avoid some of these pets, looking for a Disintegrate onto Cool Class. He's just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Just scooting out while trying to see if he can beam down Cool Class. Full Demon Dog is charging in though. Egoist may be in a bit of trouble, trying to give himself a bit of a wall to work with stuff. Root onto all these pets, but I think the Tyrant is just gonna get him, trying to go for a big Dragon's Breath, but the Tyrant may just take him out, trying to stay with Cool Class as best as he can. Big Fire Breath, got us, I think, to a rank 2. Got him some big mastery buff wall, but I think it may be over. Looking for a Living Flame, but Cool Class with all these pets doing work for him, not giving the man a chance. As gonna be next up. Axe Toss immediately by it in seconds. Felguard. This is where Cool Class thing needs to get all the pets together and try to see if he can maximize the pressure versus Az. As Az got himself plenty of self heals. All these pets empowered. As is going to be an obelisk, but actually moving away from the obelisk is going to make this pets a little bit less effective. It's going to be dropping down the big guillotine down. Cool Class is getting hit with a hunt. The hunt actually is even going to strike some of the pets, so you can clean down all the pets, the entire demonic army, and get a lot more healing out of it for a limited amount of time. Trying to see if we can keep blasting them out. Going to be imprisoned onto the main pet. Wait, does he have the imprison that is unbreakable? Like the imprison will last for a longer, but it has a cooldown to it? Potentially, that'd be pretty good, because that main pet does a lot of damage. Stun onto all these pets, IBM for Az, looking for that full recovery. Leech is doing wonders for that man, but the Amp Gang bosses are just applying a bit extra pressure to him. All these pets doing work. And then the main Felguard. As soon as that thing is on you, Az is just constantly under pressure. Stun to Cool Class, finally separating the Warlock away from the pets. Cool Class may need to be using defenses here in order to survive it. May use mobility. Gonna be Darkness down for Az again. It looks like Az is the one with the advantage here, but he has to press defensive buttons. while he's doing damage to Cole. And it's gonna be fear before he can pick up Demonic Soul. Did get himself a blur, looking for that soul. He's gonna be fiending for it right now. Cool Class needs to maximize the damage with all the pets. Picking up the soul, Dark Pack really quickly, does get hit with Imprison. This is where the main pet could do a lot of damage. Does go for the board. This way you want to keep the main pet onto Az at all times. You want to make sure all your pets are doing the most amount of value damage. Cool Class does have a trinket in case he needs to. Maybe has a gateway. He definitely needs to find a way to lock down Az. The man has got a low on health. Stun, does have another demon spawning in. Can slay it, is gonna slay it. Axe does before he can pick up the soul, before he can kill. Oh no! No way! He killed him before he can pick up the demonic soul. Are you kidding me? No way. Oh my, who left? Did somebody on the other team left? Iskra played, Vlad played, Egoist played, Az played. Oh wait, no, it was Totem Mates killed one. And then, well, Warlock seems like a very cool class. I feel like it fits the name. My god. So, let me look at the build you got going on, because a lot of it, because it looked like the whole time you were just running and kiting and trying to run away, and the rest of the time your pet was doing work. I mean, pick it up the Infernal Command together with Guillotine. And you pick up Fell Sunder, you pick up Fell Might, you pick up Annihilate Training. I mean, that pet does work. Triple doggos that do big bites. You got Imp Gang bosses, and then you got doggos that are stronger. Instant casting, and Soul Strike, which actually I think it's amplified too, right? Thugger deals 20% more damage, Soul Strike deals 25% damage to nearby enemies. I think that all like doubles up. A lot of your damage is your pet doing work. I just can't believe it. The whole time you're putting pressure on a Demon Hunter and Rogues who are having to pop defensives, and they're the one locking you down. That's Warlock for you, dude. That's Demonology right now. Literally busted. I can't believe it. Yeah, are we doing more, boys, or are we done skiing? Let me know. Or do you want to do more, or are we done? Because it is 8:48, man. It's about the time I gotta get some food and chill. Demon Hunter lost the demons. I know. Yeah, yo, Dal. I don't mind. That was my first ever 1v4. Well done. Well done, well done. As a Warlock, right? Because I feel like you've done more than one before. Need one more? So Vlad is looking for a +1. I don't know if you want to get Luro, Boohoo in there, or anybody. Sad story. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I feel like they're just going to end up tuning class a little bit. It's just crazy how much survivability they have and how much passive damage they do with their pets. 5v3 of my worry before? Yeah. Our team was geared and we fight a luck again. We're playing damn game 6, but a long one. Oh no. I feel like you can't really... I think what you have to do is you have to force defenses out of Warlock with Dark Pact. Reset. As soon as the Dark Pact is gone, that's where you gotta really pop some cooldown to strike. Yeah, you may have to play like... maybe a damn game will be like, okay, just wait until dampening so he has no healing, and then you fight him. But then you also put in a position where they can't fight you either. You know? It's just a weird one, man. It's a weird dynamic. Because they also do a good damage. Like, you're just trying to like like, when you look at Warlock damage versus your damage, they do good damage. You know? Like, Pet does a ton of damage. They're all, like, once it gets the pets up, once it gets a bit of CC, everything does damage. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. Because I feel like dampening will help deal with their healing. But then can you out-damage them before they out-damage you? You know what I mean? I honestly think it's maybe the opposite. You may just want to wait until Dark Pact is used, force Dark Pact, get a reset, re-heal while you can heal, and then you go at him again. You gotta get cooldowns. Like as a rogue, I guess you would go in, you would get him to do full tower and go, and then you vanish it. And then you go back in there, and you just stay in. That or you focus kill their pet. That's another work too. I think you either have to do one of those. You either have to really focus down their pet to make it so that they lose that pet and then put pressure on them so they can't summon him again. And that'll eventually drain them because they're just losing out like the right hand essentially. Or you have to wait until Dark Pact gets the cooldowns, reset, come back in with full force, and just roll over them. I think that's all you can. That's my strategy right now. But you guys may be right. Luck dies is a good day. Tried a Demo Fury game with Spear, Guillotine on top of Fell Lord, and I can't move out. Was actually super strong. Yeah, it's crazy, Casper. A 5v5 log game, that would be living forever, man. It'd be living for ages. Mercy Druid would kick his ass, you think so? Rest Druid? Rest Druids do get a bit more damage now. So, potentially, but I don't know about that much more damage. Unless they do one shot. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe like Heart of the Wild and you go for like some really cheesy. Convoke, maybe 5v5 Evokers. Has to happen. I love to do 5v5 with evokers. I feel like we'll do that in pre-patch. Once everybody has access to evoker, I'm sure people will be gearing evokers, and we can hop on live realms and do some pre-patch all evoker games. Because I think that'd be really fun. That'd be incredibly, incredibly fun. Because they don't have legendaries, but I wonder how well tuned they're going to be. I imagine they should be like better tuned than some of the other classes at level 60. Or hopefully they'll be better tuned than some of the classes at level 60. Because they don't have access to Legos while every other class will. We do have a legendary? I guess there's Unity, right? I guess, or is it like, I don't know, do you count it? I don't really count Unity as a Lego. It's like, yes it is a legendary, but like, it's a legendary that everybody has. So, I don't even count it. I think of it as kind of like an upgrade to your Covenant ability, because some of the Covenant abilities are kind of lackluster unless you use the legendary. So it's like a Covenant ability upgrade to make them all a little bit more even with one another. You know? And maybe I'm the only one that thought of it like that, but I never really thought of like Unity. Oh, I mean it's... Oh, don't get me wrong, it's a damage increase for sure. It's definitely a damage increase. Like you will want to have one, but I never really thought of it like as a proper legendary. Is it effective? Yes, but doesn't really feel like it's good to wear. It just feels like it's a mandatory thing you gotta pick up. I guess legendary is also pretty mandatory now too, right? So like you can't really choose to not play with one. Yeah. 4% damage healing. Yeah. The 9 and then counter makes it 11. It's still gonna be useful. Rogue's bad in DF is only those that came on stream. No, what do you mean? Yo, you haven't seen some of the rogues blasting yesterday or today? Look! Oh my goodness, throwing shots, man. Shots fired on all these boys. What do you mean? Look, how about you join in? Play some rogues, man. Let's see how you do. Rude. I haven't seen some of the other boys early, man. I've got a couple of last week. I've had a couple of videos of rogues just absolutely just melting boys, draining them dry. I mean, On How was the first one that really figured out that we could just put dots on people, literally go in stealth, and they'll just melt. There's nothing you can do. Unless they got a self heal, they're just melting. I'm the lock and Sade. I only got one hit on that warlock wall. I know, right? When you're fighting a literally like a wall that is a warlock, you're like, oh man, rogues must be really, really bad. What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Breath of the channel, fresh with them, fresh with flame. What do you mean? Oh my goodness. So I didn't have a chance to watch him all. I haven't seen him, so I'm gonna badmouth. Come on, my guy, you gotta be like that. We got a good community in here. You're welcome to hang out. Yeah, check out it's a couple of videos I've done before. It should be a thumbnail of a Xanda with a Deathmark, I think it's called. Or is it Deathmark? It is Deathmark. The new Vendetta version. He popped off, man. He put bleeds in people, stealth, melting. Nothing you could do about it. The amount of pressure they put up is kind of crazy. Yeah, seeing a class like that's actually kind of decent, fighting against like literally an immovable object, I don't think it's a fair comparison, right? It's kind of like being like, oh, how good is a paladin? Well, a paladin can't take a hit from a jailer mythic. Like a jailer one-shots a paladin, so paladins must be bad. I think it's a very similar to that. It's like, well, paladins are pretty good. You're just talking about a class, you're talking about an entity that's literally just gonna like obliterate you in a single global. I don't think that makes that class bad. You know what I mean? Even better, yeah, I know, right? We're actually gonna get nerfed? I think so, man. I think they're probably gonna adjust them. I think that baseline stamina increase is not what they expected. I think the stamina increase is generally pretty good. Vlad's ready. Lath, are you ready? Or are we done skip for the night? Let me know, my guy. But yeah, look, definitely go back and check some of the early videos with rogues. They're pretty good. I think Assassination rogues are looking incredibly good. Subtlety has some opportunity to shine. We don't see him a lot played in the 5v5 1v1 duels. Usually, most people just prefer to play Assassination. We haven't seen, I think we've seen like maybe like one out that rogue join the duels once. I think they're very niche as a spec. They seem to be still fairly played on the pre-patch, but I don't think on the beta a lot of people have given them proper go. They are very different, but they are effective. I just don't know how good they'll be in a 1v1 situation. They should be more survivable, but I don't really know. Laugh, let me know when you're ready, or if we're ready, or if we're done. That's all my damage. So I can't AFK. I let my pets down my damage. You can vanish. That can do quite a bit. Ready? Alright. Let me get you guys back in here. Is it a grand, yeah? No grand. I think that may be the last one for the night, boys. It's about at 9. I gotta get something to eat. I barely have had even much to eat today. And I gotta figure out if I want to get some work done or get some sleep. I'm not sure yet. I woke up a little bit late and I had a really tough day today. And I feel like I'm only now kind of like waking up as it's in like, what, 9 in the evening. So I don't know, I'll need to make a choice. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. It's super fun hanging out with every single one of you. Super fun chilling with you boys. I hope you guys have been enjoying the duels. It's been a blast. And we'll see how this one goes. Let's save it. I'll have it open. Maybe we can save it very quickly. Okay, how many have we done? 153. We've done like 10 or 11 or 15 of these tonight. I don't even know, man. There's been a lot of duels tonight. Also, are you guys excited for some Mythic Plus tomorrow? If you guys want to join in, try some classes, try some builds, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. To Twitch. Got ourselves cool class over for the team 1. We got Crusade with Last Boker. A C-Bus going to be first up. Are we going back to the Affliction? What is this Mog you got going on? Just like a normal traveler questing in Dragonflight. That's what you look like. Iskra getting hit with a fear fairly quickly. A C-Bus attaches a full hunt with another fear. Looking to get for full damage. Dodge with Drain Soul. Let's melt it, Iskra. I don't know if the man might have to pop a wall early here. Old Cloak may need one. As he's just melting down right now. It's gonna be my man C-Bus trying to see if he can catch them. Actually keeping up with the Rogue. Rogue is off, get a shot. Main to cloak a shot us anyway. The man may be in trouble. Iskra trying to cloak. Main to vanish. I think Iskra decided, you know what, cloak vanish. I'm just gonna wait until she death. And then full reset. C-Bus literally just running after these guys. Just literally ran after him. He's like, I'm faster than you. I catch up to you. I know you're Rogue. I know you got sprint. I can go faster. That's hilarious. On the team, Iskra is getting bullied, but we got ourselves No Biss in the back, kind of hanging on the corner, skulking. Davy Boy is a Windwalker, as well as Chicago on the ready. And Iskra, I feel like you're just reconsidering his go. Did he use cooldowns on C-Bus? If he hasn't, now could be a perfect opportunity to do so. C-Bus does have a soul burn at the ready, so he's got one early. So you could use a soul burn to move, he could use a soul burn to reposition your gateway, he could use it for drain, he could use it for a lot of things in order to enhance defensive mobility opportunities. Let's go up and over the road. Kidney shot with C-Bus does go for a big dark pack. I don't think that gets buffed by... No, I don't think it does. Gonna be an interrupt by Iskra onto the hunt. I see C-Bus trying to get some dots on Iskra. I think he's trying to go for a full hunt fear. Fear into Iskra. Full dots are in. Hunt has set in. C-Bus taking a bit of damage though. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Does go for a full dark glare. Is gonna have to go for a little bit of defensive. Does go for the full wall. Iskra maybe in a bit of trouble. Does not have a cloak anymore. Big drain by C-Bus. Lots of recovery while the wall was up. Dark glare attaching a little bit extra damage towards Iskra. Getting a shot onto the Warlock, but Iskra is still melting. C-Bus decides to go for a trinket either way. Blind onto C-Bus. Does not have a trinket. Iskra is still melting down. Dark glare is still trying to keep him in combat. Iskra could be in big trouble. Does go for a resell for a second. No longer has the stealth shield while he's in stealth. It's just kind of limited on what he can do. And I think he might just melt right now. Hunt. Oh, smoke bomb, but does die in the smoke bomb. As Chicago going to be up next. Elemental Shaman charging out. Trying to get some dots from C-Bus. Big lava burst of fall. Massive ascendance. Quick fear by C-Bus. Looking for a quick hunt. That's going to be a root down. So Chicago wants to keep him in play. Like the last one with the fire elemental just joining in. Not playing a empowered fire elemental, are we? C-Bus does take a bit of damage. Dark Pact in order to help him recover. And that Fire Elemental is going to give Chicago a little bit extra Maelstrom and is going to make those Flame Shocks more effective. Interrupt him on the drain. Trying to make sure C-Bus doesn't go for too much recovery. But C-Bus does have access to 2 targets that he could dot up. Knocked back by Chicago. C-Bus did get himself a reflect. Chicago breaking out of the fear. Does drop down and tremor for it for a second. What was having a hard time with that word? Lava burst to follow. Chicago may just have him here. Next lava burst could be very deadly. Trying to go for Shadow Fury. Does get interrupted. C-Bus needs some survivability. Goes for a quick fear on Chicago. Earth Shock to follow. Interrupt. Lava burst potentially could do the play. One lava burst doesn't get the procs he needs though. And C-Bus does get himself a shield. Chicago looking for a bit of recovery. Like the last around the corner. C-Bus had no help whatsoever. That shield is the only thing that's keeping him alive right now. Definitely needs to go for some kind of a play in order to get himself back up to full. Needs himself actually good port away from that earthquake. That's actually pretty good, but still is in trouble. It's going to be a root. Not much you can really do. Chicago can just lava burst it from a range. It's going to be that full Reflect, but can't really do much about it. And Chicago tries to see if he can slow him down. Chicago just hoping to maybe poke at him, maybe wait for last time. Lava Burst does get feared out. Hunt by Seabus. Looks like he's going to get full douse in Chicago. Definitely needs to go for a full drain if possible. Dark Glare joining in. Chicago's limited amount of health he can really work with. Big drain going to get interrupted. Chicago may just be able to take him down, but it's taking lots of damage. Seabus does get himself Dark back to the last second. No health whatsoever. Chicago is melting down to dust. The Dark Glare is on him. So Chicago's actually trying to be super careful with this. Trinket out of the lasso, so a C-Bus needs to go for a drain. Wall, drain, looking for a full recovery. There's no way this man is going to go for full recovery. Another drain onto Chicago. As they're fighting through the dots, no way C-Bus has turned it around onto this Elemental Shaman. Affliction Warlock, as long as you maintain the dots idea, you're just under a ton of pressure. Is gonna mount up, got himself quite a bit of a shield from the drain. If you go for Soul Burn Drain, you give yourself a shield. You reflect, so Chicago can't even do much in terms of interrupting. Full dots are on him without Hunt, increasing the damage of those dots by 20%. Let's see if this gets us to full passive value onto Chicago. Also, there is gonna be I think on a pet, a Singularity too that adds up a bit of damage towards Chicago. Seabus looking to get some drains off of the main pet. Lightning Lasso to stop him in place. Darkback to give himself a bit more shielding, and Seabus needs to make sure the dots are flatly reapplied back at Chicago. If he can do that easily, he'll be in a good spot. Earthquake, but Chicago trying to see if he can stump and stun to the ground that Seabus walking on, and Seabus is gonna go walk away from this. Chicago given an opportunity to at least cover behind the pillar. As Seabus just wants to back up out of there, maybe get himself to Totos, maybe get out of combat in order to get himself the Warlock Hellstone back up. Because Soul Burn, Warlock Hellstone is going to help him tremendously. Quick Fear charges out towards Chicago, hitting him with a Hunt, full dots around him. And maybe can get himself some pressure. Trying to go for a Hunt. Chicago dropping down, grounding totem. Could go for a Tremor in case he wanted to. Reflect out for Seabus so you can't even interrupt him. Could be big drain in Chicago. Could be in a big trouble. I think maybe going for a Battle Master Trinket, maybe to give himself a little bit more health to work with. As so himself like get covered all red. Shadow Fury, Hunt, Seabus trying to make sure the dots are always on Chicago. Full Fear, can't even go anywhere. Trying to make sure the dots are constantly on him. Darkback North to live that lasso. And Chicago looking for a little bit of recovery. He has mobility and has the slows and the root totem for Seabus. But Seabus, maybe if he could set up a gateway around here or maybe a portal, he could use it in order to break out of the slows. Chicago is just melting, able to at least remove the agony, which is one of those dots. That's good if fuel Seabus full of resources and have rampant damage. But you're in Chicago, Hunt can't really go anywhere. Just kind of pinned against the wall for a second with a Fear. And the dots are back on him. Dampening slowly, scaling up little by little. Chicago definitely needs to be looking at damage at some point. Reflect up for Seabus. Darklit to follow. Wall this off. Do they just commit damage and just try to make a play, or do you keep playing defensive? Because I think eventually those dots that you play defensively eventually will wear you out. The mana and the dampening is just a tough choice. It's going to be Earth Elemental that does fall apart. Chicago losing out for the extra health, but that's going to be all the dots of the Battle Master Trinket stopping him in place. Not Biz going to be up next as a rogue. Just watch Seabus use all of his offensive cooldowns. Wait. I was going to say for a second, who's another person walking next to you? I see another Warlock charging. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Gonna be a quick Hunt onto Not Biz. Full dots around him. Quick Fear to follow. Drain right after. Not Biz. Maybe looking at the Cloak of Shadows. Those dots are going to be ramping up on him. Big drains all around the corner. It's going to add shadow damage. The extra pressure onto Not Biz. Definitely needs to have a go over Seabus. Going to be Reflect. Not really sure which can Reflect against the Rogue. Cloak of Shadows as the Rogue continues to build comp points. Wall, Darkback, actually perfect for an Abyss. Looking for an escape. Using that Cloak of Shadows to remove the dots and looking to reposition away from Seabus. Seabus used the wall to reduce the damage taken. Darkback to give himself a massive absorb shield based on his health bar. But now he's kind of out in the open without a single way to self-heal. He may be able to use Rotate CC onto Seabus, onto an Abyss with Fears, but for the most part, he is kind of exposed. Maybe he could use a Warlock Hellstone, but Nobis can load him up full of dots and rod the boy down. And this was Seabus, I think, just got himself an eye, waiting and buying himself time until Darkpact is back up. So if Nobis can have a go before Seabus gets himself a Darkpact back up, because she could do it, it's a very, very quick go by the Rogue. And if you go for Garrotes in between like a Vanished Garrote to keep the pressure, you could be in a good spot. Trinkets out of it, especially if you can go for an interrupt. There goes the full dot. Seabus does end up getting himself a full Darkpact either way though. Hunt, this way you have to go a little bit earlier. Not Biz does go for advantage, but the dots are already set in on you. Trying to go for as much self-healing as you can, looking for recovery. And he already did burn his offensive cooldowns as Seabus did have a Darkback on him. Man, that's rough. You have to play around the Darkback, I think. You have to be very, very aggressive. Now the Darkback is gone, Seabus taking full-fledged damage. Not Biz trying to make a bit of a damage play. Fear, if you can get an interrupt on those Fears, you'll be in a fantastic spot. Fantastic spot, but now Biz, I don't know if he's going to be able to even live long enough to achieve that. Because right now he's trying to use it to pick up the concoction of swirls. He's trying to help him recover a little bit, but these corruptions, he's just in agony right now. He's just drained. Garou trying to see if he can stop C-Bus for a second. Another shield back up. Get a shot into the rogue. As C-Bus, all he's done is just reapply some of these dots. Is those dots gonna take you down? I feel like they might. Wait, I think it's over. Oh my goodness. All that damage. You have to have an earlier go. You have to go quick. The longer you wait, the harder it's gonna be for you to make a return. Az gonna be up next, trying to see if he can just swipe right through C-Bus. He got him to reflect. Maybe he can interrupt someone. Wait, reflect no longer interrupts the, Wait, you can't reflect the kick anymore? Did he remove the kick and then... Did he purge the kick and then... Did it purge reflect and then kick you? Is that what happened? C-Bus does get himself big drains though. Looking for a full recovery. Trying to see if he can recover. Fear onto Az. He does have a trinket for it. Walls up for C-Bus. Does have a dark back very, very soon. Fear as Az trying to go for a big hunt. C-Bus just trying to go for as much dots as possible. I don't know if he's got any more mobility or anything. Got himself the smallest shield ever. And that's going to be full dots on Az. Does go for a big board. Looking for a big drain. Az is slowed down to just a complete crawl, but is able to finally kind of float over to C-Bus. Does get to slay him. The dots are still rolling on him. Could be in trouble. My goodness. We're actually just insane right now. That affliction did really, really well. The dots and the pressure. Darkback is just crazy. Into immediate immunity as has to fight from one warlock into the next, trying to see if he can fight full class. Oh my goodness. Yo, wow. I'm sorry about that, my guy. Az is surrounded by the demons, though. He had a good run against the affliction, but he did get corrupted. Just couldn't shake off some of that damage or affliction, and it just got transferred over from one warlock into the next. A skill class still has a full army of demons. Go all legs up, kind of out in the middle of the arena, but as that boy Vlad pops himself out in the open, all these pets are surrounding him. The Felger just goes in, dropping his weapon, just goes in, punching and kicking. Punching, kicking, and screaming. Dark back for a cool class. As he's getting Fist of Fury, it's slowed down for a second. Needs to find a way to get past it. Fear, trying not to get interrupted. There goes the kick for Vlad. And Cool Class is looking to get him just completely overwhelmed with a demonic army. As above Vlad needs himself a little bit of healing. Going for See the Mist. 37% dampening though. I don't know if how much healing you can really do. Cool Class got Demon Dog is in. Big stun. I think it's over, baby, yeah? Is it? My god, try to go for a heal at the end. But it is over. Jesus Christ, the Warlocks, man, are just so nutty. What is this? Warlocks are dominating right now. C-Bus, why are you healing so much? I guess the Dark Pack by itself, yeah? My goodness. Warlock as a class just dominates in beta. I really do wonder if we'll see like a blue post next to it like, hey, Dark Pack PvP not as effective. Or like maybe like some of the stamina talents in PvP are going to be less so. That's crazy to see. I do wonder how they are in PvE. I think in PvE though, with things hitting harder, 40% more health, but things are hitting harder, is not nearly as bad as like just 40% more health, and that's it. I think Warlock just benefits so heavily from stamina-based abilities. A shield based on your stamina, a drain based on your stamina, based on a percentage of stamina too. Because when you have more health, it just ends up healing for more. It's just kind of crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Dark Pack feels like a bubble, honestly. GG's, yo, GG's, boys. Thanks so much for coming by, man. Appreciate ya. Not even trackers screw me. Not even trackers? Wait, like track it, like add-ons to track stuff? Is that what you mean? Boys, thanks so much for coming by. I do appreciate you. It's super fun hanging out with all of you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll do some Mythic Pluses. But duels this week have been very, very interesting. That stamina increase is very, very different. I feel like a good portion of the games do get to be a little bit slower, and classes are able to respond to damage a little bit more quickly, are able to respond to damage a little bit more evenly, I'd say. But yeah, it's been interesting. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for coming by. I'm really liking Demo though. I'm sure you are. That pet damage is kind of nuts. We're gonna be tough to 25% heal. 3% passive leech from Rage and Blow. Yeah, Warriors I think are also gonna be pretty strong too because they have base and more stamina with double weapon. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Demon Hunter from behind the pillar. Dude, I mean, that's part of the demonology gameplay, yeah? Your pets are doing a lot of damage. And if you just, because you can build for like more of your damage or build up different types of pets or build up different types of mechanics. And you just want to like full buff up my main Felguard as best as I can. I think the strategy in that case would be just be like, take out the Felguard and then most of your damage is gone. So it may be down one of those things where it's like, strategy just needs to adjust, yeah? What's up, Iskra? Hit me with it. Give me the biggest burst you got, my guy. Hit me with it, my man. Did I save? Hopefully I did. No mark? All good, all good, all good. Yeah, I think you're right, man. That'd been good burst. Just gotta find a way to do that once the Warlock has blown their Dark Pact. I think maybe going for like a more sustained based playstyles, that would maybe a little bit stronger. Because if you can do good damage outside of cooldowns, that's probably gonna force players to pop their cooldowns a little early, and then you can save your big cooldowns for that. Got him? Hit me with it, my guy. I'll even give you pets and put them over to the side. We're gonna put them over here. You can use the pets to, like, yeah, build off of them. If you need to get some bursts up and running. Hell yeah. Ellie Blast, 100k, man. That's 200k still. The zaps is still very, very strong. Yeah, chat. I don't know, man. If this is the damage over an enhancement shaman, that's still pretty good, honestly. Alrighty, boys. I'm gonna call it here. I gotta get some food, man. I gotta get some chill. I'm just gonna go hang out on the couch, get some to eat, and I'll figure out what I want to do for a video this evening. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Be back here tomorrow because I want to do more Mythic Plus testing, and hopefully dungeons won't be gone for the week like they were last week. Was it a Sunday or was it a Monday that they kind of disappeared? I don't remember. Honestly, I don't really remember. Boys, thank you so much for coming by. You guys are awesome. Super fun hanging out with all of you. You guys have a wonderful, beautiful evening. I got a lot of videos to render. Thank you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow, yeah? For the regular. Alright, boys. Peace.